New York City, 6 a.m. An out-of-control satellite radio show is being broadcasted to millions of Americans. At the controls, Greg Hughes, a father.
I am amazed it lasted this long.
Anthony Cumia, an alcoholic.
Holy mother of God.
And Jim Norton, a comedian.
There's no positives out of this thing, except for everybody's blood.
The three men make up the Opie and Anthony Show, a popular radio program known for its cringe style of entertainment and having very few limits.
Oh, my God. Okay, no, this is getting really intense now.
It starts funny and then gets very uncomfortable.
In the past, they have been accused of multiple FCC violations and have even gotten their show suspended from satellite radio.
You couldn't have picked a fucking more self-destructive show.
Yeah, crazier the better, yeah.
What are you, 19?
I'm 19.
Delicious.
You made Springer uncomfortable. Do you know how hard that is to do?
Thank God this show's on radio.
Everything you are about to hear is real. Real people, real excitement.
Hey, let's go fucking have a good time. What the fuck?
Get ready to experience the thrill of a lifetime. This is the Opie and Anthony Show.
Just sit back and enjoy the show.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Good morning. Good morning.
Every morning is a good morning, I like to say.
Jim Norton and I. Or is it
Yeah.
Jim Norton and me? Or is it me and Jim Norton?
It might be Jim Norton and me. I don't know.
That means your name's
Jim Norton
first.
and I. Yes.
As well it
I mean, that's how I say it. Jim Norton and I.
Who am I kidding? Jim Norton and me.
No, I think and I is actually the proper one. And
Jim Norton and I?
I think so, yeah.
I just like me and blank. It's the
Yeah.
easiest way to do that shit, no? Even though it's not proper.
I like to speak properly.
So, yesterday, I guess we got to start by talking about the end of yesterday's show because so many people so confused out there, Jimmy. They're just very confused.
They're
very
panicking.
Very worried, and they're panicking. Yesterday, we had an all-star lineup, let's be honest with you. I mean, if Anthony was here, it would truly have been an all-star lineup. But with that said, we had Jay Moore, Jim Norton. Look, I'm pointing because I'm trying to remember where everyone was sitting. Ronnie B. and Louis C.K. And also Paul Reiser was a throw-in. Just a little throw-in. You know, a big network star. He wasn't even part of the all-star lineup yesterday. And we were having a damn good show yesterday. And for the people out there, we set up a Ricky Gervais interview. And I don't even know how much we were allowed to say, but now that it's done, I guess we could talk a little bit more about it. Ricky Gervais is promoting this HBO show,
Talking Funny or Funny Talk?
Holy shit. Talking Funny, I believe.
Okay.
It's going to be on HBO April 22nd. So, according to Roland, Ricky only picked about 5 places he wanted to promote this thing. We're the only radio show. He said no to Howard. I don't even know where else. A few TV spots and us is it. Because we're learning that Ricky's a very loyal guy. And he likes us. He's had a good time with us in the past. So he said, absolutely, I'll go on their show. But here's the deal. I have to come in on Monday, and they can't run it until after my David Letterman appearance.
And that, by the way, is a Letterman stipulation. That's not about radio, but Dave wants to be the first guy who you do the press with when you do him, and it's just guys like him or the Tonight Show. It's just what they can do, and they do it.
Right. So of course we're going to agree to that.
Sure.
We rarely tape any interviews. We've done them here and there over the years. I don't even remember the last one we've done. It's been a while.
Dude,
I think.
I don't remember. I'm sure you guys have done them. This is the first one in all the years I've been with you that I can remember doing. The first
here and
pre-tape.
there, and probably we haven't done it in many years.
Yeah.
You're right. So of course we said yes to that.
Yeah.
The other thing was because he had other press. He said he could only tape the interview at 10 o'clock Monday morning. So that's why the show ended abruptly yesterday.
Yeah.
I would have loved to kept going. Absolutely.
But you missed nothing because everything that we did is going to air.
Right, of course. But people were bitching and complaining like, man, you had all those great people in there. Why would you end the show like that? We had no choice.
Yeah.
And it had to go to the supercomputer and start the best of or whatever. But we stayed right where we were in our seats and we continued to the show for at least another hour. I think we did at least an hour, right?
At least an hour. And it felt very, very comfortable. And normally, just knowing that people are listening means something. It really does change your vibe.
Yeah, absolutely.
But with everybody in studio, when Ricky came in, it was fucking great. Him and Louie were just attacking each other. They're very good friends.
Yeah, I feel like everyone heard this already because we're sitting where we usually sit. But no, it's going to air later this week.
Yes.
And the chemistry that Louie and Ricky have is great.
Tremendous.
And at there were times we're all just staring at them just, do their thing. So That's why the show ended at 10 yesterday.
And you're going to hear it. And we agreed to it just because we love Ricky Gervais, and he agreed to do the show. So, yeah, of course we're going to take it.
Right. So I think it's going to air Friday.
That was what motivated me to come in this week. Like,
Right.
Open said, maybe we'll do Monday, Tuesday. I'm like, I was supposed to go to L.A.
Yeah.
Like, and then they roll it so we can get Ricky on Monday.
Right.
But it's a pre-tape, and we're like, okay.
You
we came
have
in
to
for
do that. That's the only reason we came in this week.
We would love to be off this week.
And actually, we came in today because we have a big interview with Rich Voss. So we said, you know what? We have to do another day of radio before we step aside and take a little break.
Yes, it's also a pre-tape. We're taping it today to air at an undetermined date.
Yeah, and that date may never be determined.
It may never be determined.
So then, then I try to do the right thing and explain this stuff on Twitter, and then people are like, well, why would you do that? And I tweeted something like, are there really people this dumb in the world? Because I just explained it. I just explained the whole thing. It was right there for you to read.
To answer your question, yes, there are.
That's what a bunch of people said. I hope I hate to tell you, but yes, there are a lot of really dumb people out there. So that's what happened yesterday.
It was fun, man. Gervais was hilarious. Again, you'll get all of it. You'll hear the whole hour. And it's a show on HBO where he interviews. It was like him, Seinfeld, Louis C.K., and Chris Rock talking comedy.
Right.
And it was amazing how it just started mid-conversation. It's a great thing on HBO, just a conversation between four comics about comedy. It's not like Tough Crowd. I was worried it's going to be like a Tough Crowd thing, but it wasn't.
That would bother you, wouldn't it, Jimmy?
No, I mean, if it wasn't done right, it would annoy me just because Tough Crowd's not around, but it was not like that. It was just a different tone. It was a really, really interesting discussion.
Right.
Like Chris and Jerry, you could see the differences in their stand-up and the way their philosophies about stand-up, and it was really, really well done.
The only thing I wish I asked Ricky yesterday, who was his influences? We never got to that.
I know.
That was the only thing, because, he's from across the pond.
I could have talked to him for another hour. He's one of the greatest interviews ever. He could just talk about anything.
Yeah, and then he looked at me afterwards and he said, "You're going to cut all that down." I'm like, "No way. We're airing that entire hour.
Everything.
With all the scars and bruises, who cares?"
Yeah.
Vince, thank you, Vince in Bayonne. He writes, "You explained why you ended the show at 10 at least 3 times yesterday. So people heard the explanation yesterday, but still were confused. And they'll be confused even though we just explained it again. If people didn't listen to your explanation, they're stupid." So,
like, why would you cut off Louis? We got the rest of the Louis interview.
yeah, technically we didn't cut out anything.
Nothing. He was here for that. He came because Ricky was going to be here, and it was just kind of like a fun, additional thing.
It's like we took a commercial break yesterday, and then 4 days later, you get to hear the rest of the conversation. Yeah. Look, it's a little weird, I'll admit, but we got it.
It didn't feel weird doing it, though, I guess because the energy of all the guys in here. It felt very comfortable.
Yeah. Also bummed that we didn't get to talk to Dave Grohl yesterday.
That would have been nice.
I haven't talked to him in years, but we talked to him, I don't know, at least 4 times when we were at AAF, when he was just getting the Foo Fighters thing going. We supported him big time. He showed up at events, and he was on our rock bus, and he was just a great guy. And I think we talked to him also once at NEW early on. It's been many, many years, but it just bums me out. Some of these guys, you had a great time with when they were first starting out their new project. Obviously, Dave Grohl was fucking famous with Nirvana, but kind of needed a little help to get the Foo Fighters off the ground. Right. It's laughable to hear that right now, I know. But there was a time, that the Nirvana guys were really hoping they could continue with other bands. And it certainly didn't work with the other guy, with Chris. Well, yeah, didn't work with him. He turned out to be a politician in Seattle. But, Dave Grohl used to call us all the time. And to see him wandering around here and knowing that he could give a fuck about us is kind of a bummer. I'm not going to lie to you. It's kind of a bummer.
I had a thing set up where I was going to get a photo with the Foo Fighters as a band, and I wanted that.
Yeah.
But I couldn't walk out of the Gervais interview.
Yeah.
It's the first time I've done that where it's like, that's how much I respect for Ricky Gervais. There's very few guys who I couldn't walk out of for a minute.
Right.
To get a shot with the Foo Fighters. Just can't walk out of Ricky Gervais. Can't do it.
Was it killing you?
No, I didn't think of it. I didn't care. Because to me, Ricky's more important than the Foo Fighters.
Foo Fighters will be around again.
Yeah.
They like this place. They did a bunch of stuff for Sirius XM. They did Howard, and I think they took over Alt Nation. They're supposed to take over Alt Nation for 4 days, and they recorded it in 1 hour. I love tearing down the walls. In 1 hour, they were able to do 4 days of programming. That's how important your job is on radio.
I love when people take over a station.
They don't take it over.
No, of course they don't.
They read a bunch of stuff. It takes them 10 minutes. You know, I was listening to Hits one day, and Selena Gomez took over for the whole countdown or something. I'm like, she didn't take over. She's not sitting there while the fucking music is playing, waiting to talk again.
She is.
Oh, she is, Sam. Are you representing fucking Hits One?
Selena Gomez hung out all weekend that weekend.
Yeah,
She did?
Yep.
she did, huh?
Yep.
Who got her the coffee and stuff and
She got
kept her going?
Between songs, she just ran down to the kitchen, got some coffee, and then was back to jock.
And she couldn't even leave here. She couldn't go to a hotel or nothing, right?
No.
She was like a slave.
And she just knew little factoids about every artist, too. It was just all off the top of her head.
Wow, it's just amazing how that happens. Radio's just amazing.
It's great stuff.
Radio is so magical.
I mean, yeah, Jim, you should get the Foo Fighters when they're back for those 4 days.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, when they're taking over.
Yeah.
When they take over what, All Nation?
Yeah,
I love All Nation, but
I heard the PD for All Nation is getting nervous, though, because he's like, geez, these guys are taking over.
for 4 days we get to see them wandering around the halls?
Yeah, they're going to be like jocks.
Nice. Couldn't we maybe go on All Nation with them and just say hi?
It's up to them. They're taking over.
And just, I want to be needy and go, Dave, remember me? he wouldn't fucking recognize me if I walked by him. It's just so weird how this business is. There was a time, hey guys, how you been?
It's
Been
the
a
worst.
while.
It's the worst.
But he kind of meant it back then. Because AF was a really important station for breaking a lot of new bands, because I could get into some philosophy here, but whatever. But they didn't care about ratings as much because we had a weird signal. So that allowed a radio station to take more chances. You know what I mean? So
Lots of radio stations
not
do
that they
now.
were taking chances with Foo Fighters. I mean, there was a buzz that this band could work.
Dude, I'm really not familiar with their music.
Really?
No, I don't. What I've seen of them, I liked, but I mean,
Yeah, they got some great songs.
they were very good.
And fucking Dave Grohl is extremely talented. Isn't that just flat out lying to your customers? What, the takeover? Yeah, it kind of is.
I don't think so.
But radio's very magical. That's what I want everyone to know today. It's very magical.
A silly question,
Yeah.
right? If we want to basically do anything, we need to go through 1,000 layers of legal and everything. But how could you just say that you're having this huge band, they're going to DJ for 4 days? Like, you're just lying. Like, where's the fucking fine print for that?
I don't know.
You're just lying to a whole bunch of people.
You're so
20
right.
million people. You're like, yeah.
Yeah,
fuck
where is
you.
the fine print? You're right. If we want to do something, there's a lot of fine print, and it's over the dumbest things. You're right. No, it's magical, though. I mean, you got the Foo Fighters, and they're going to be... When is this happening? It's going to be very exciting around here for 4 days.
Yeah, I'm not sure yet, but it'll be a takeover. We'll all realize it when it's
Yeah,
happening.
let me know, please, Sam. And Sam, I guess while you're on mic, you killed a wrestler, huh?
No, I didn't kill anybody.
The wrestling... You know the wrestling death clock there, Jimmy?
Yes, I
Or the
do.
wrestler death clock? We have to reset it?
Yes, we do have
Now-
to reset it.
Now, the bit has been... when did we start this bit? A couple years ago?
Yeah, at this point, it must have been 2 years ago, probably.
2 years ago. Okay. And the bit was simple. Could we go 100 days without a wrestler dying?
Yeah.
And there's been some wrestlers that we haven't even added to our list because they were kind of fringe wrestlers. They had to be... They had to be. They had to be a name where most people would recognize in the wrestling community, right?
Right. Or either that or like they had a career and they died very young.
Okay.
So.
And we once again have to reset the clock, and once again we have not gone 100 days.
No, everybody
without
thought
a wrestler dying.
Everybody thought we had because we hadn't mentioned it on the air.
Mm-hmm.
But we just didn't bring it up. Of course, I think the last one was in September.
That was the last time we did this?
The last one we mentioned.
Okay.
That was when...
Yeah, and then it was a bit we don't really feel like doing.
Because it's like, yeah, we know. They just keep dying.
Right. So, all right, the last time we talked about this was September.
Yeah, that's when we went 73 days.
Hey, that's not bad.
That's a long time.
And the 73 days between who and who?
That was between Giant Gonzalez. Oh, wait. No. We went 11 days.
11.
Yeah.
That's a lot different than 73, Sam.
Well, we went 73 after him.
Okay.
It was Bastion Booger, and then 11 days later, the Giant Gonzalez.
The Giant Gonzalez.
Yeah. That's when we went 73 days before King Curtis Ikea died. But he was 78. So that was okay.
That shouldn't count then, because that's like a normal age to die. People, they do die. I mean,
Yeah, but
they have to die.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, if you go with Major League Baseball, they could easily go 100 days without any baseball player, new or old. Dying.
Probably.
So I think we should just throw the old guys in there because that's fair enough.
Yeah.
51 days after King Curtis Ikea, it was Sean Osborne. He was not a big guy, but he was in developmental for WWE. He was in their farm system for 2 years, and he was 34.
What did he die of?
Suicide.
Why the suicide? It sounded like he had a good life going.
No, he
was going to be called up to the majors.
Well, he was in the farm league for 2 years and then got cut.
Oh, all right.
Oh, no.
So he didn't have a lot going on, I guess.
Okay.
How depressing.
Yeah.
It seems like a very depressing business.
How many years after he got cut did he kill himself?
Well, he got cut in 2008, and then he killed himself in January of this year.
11. Okay.
All right. He made a
So.
couple years.
34?
Yeah.
34, yeah. And then 53 days after that, it was Sir Oliver Humperdinck.
Wait, these are all wrestlers since September?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
March 9th.
And these are known wrestlers?
Yeah, Sir Oliver Humperdinck was...
No, he's not known.
He was a known...
No, he's not.
You think Sam just wants this bit to continue? Is that what you're saying?
I would rather go the 100 days.
Remember, radio's very magical. This is some of the magic right here.
Sir Oliver, see, there's pictures of him. He was
That guy-
he was a manager.
Was he in the WWE?
Oh, yes.
Okay, then that's
He was
fair enough.
in the 80s.
How old was he?
He was 62.
There's two dead people right there.
Oh, Bam Bam Bigelow?
He was Bam Bam Bigelow's manager.
And they're both dead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah. He was 62. He died of pneumonia.
Uh-oh.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
It's funny, I gotta... Yeah.
Pneumonia, huh?
Sir Oliver Humperdinck.
Did he like half slices?
I don't know how much of a slice he ate.
Did he like half slices? Oh, boy.
Yeah.
How new.
That's always the worst. That's like the fucking code word.
Wait, isn't he the dude that used to work for XM?
Oh.
The fucking Who guy.
No, I don't think he
Oh,
is.
God, yeah,
Bruce?
yeah.
What?
Bruce, fuck.
What the fuck?
Bruce Kelly.
Bruce Kelly.
Yeah.
Can you play Bruce Kelly for me? I don't give a fuck. We're in the middle of the wrestling bed. Bruce Kelly is the greatest thing to ever happen to satellite radio. It's not us. It's not Howard. It's Bruce Kelly. And the day he cried over the Who is the greatest moment on satellite radio. I challenge you to find a better moment.
Through your tears.
Full clip is 1 minute. We got nothing but time to waste, sir. Hit that fucking thing. Bruce Kelly, everyone.
Is this live? Yes, we're live. Bruce, where were you, buddy?
I was right up under the photogs.
You know, it's amazing watching Pete Townsend and Roger Daltrey perform these songs after all these years and still have the full spirit of what they do under control. I mean, you know, Townsend just continues to be an amazing guitar player.
I'm sorry. I'm absolutely crying. I can't help it. I really can't. This is no fake. The whole moment just kind of got to me with that video.
Yeah, the video was very powerful.
Yeah, that was. This is very awkward. I'm sorry, but it was just very. I mean, it's just the Who. I can't help but be a 14-year-old kid out there with the Who. Yeah. That's it. I'm sorry.
You were seeing them live, I guess that was in color?
Yeah. Yeah, they were live on stage, but the black and white was happening on the big screens, too. So,
Through your tears.
Wow.
So there's 2 more to go here at Hyde Park, and the crowd.
Like an idiot. I'm sorry,
that's
really.
okay.
No, it's just,
hey, look,
it's just
that's
overwhelming.
What that's what this, that really is what this is all about. There are certain
Yeah.
moments that touch everybody.
Yeah.
You know what makes that clip great?
Many things. What did you enjoy this time?
Well, unfortunately, George Taylor Morris is no longer with us, the guy with the great radio voice. He was an amazing fucking guy, an amazing radio guy, smooth as fucking silk. He interviewed us when we first came back to satellite radio. He probably had stage 3 cancer when that was being recorded, and he wasn't crying. He wasn't crying over his cancer. And here you got Bruce Kelly fucking losing it over the Who.
And the best part was the silence. Because they were just standing there, and they would not bail him out. And that was the beauty of that. He was like, I'm absolutely crying.
Yeah.
But then nothing. You could just see that they were just standing there with the mic, waiting.
Like, we're not going to help you out. And it was such a great moment for Satellite that what XM did was made sure that fucking Bruce Kelly hit the fucking bricks.
Get out of here.
They fucking got rid of Bruce Kelly, unfortunately.
He ran the 80s channel.
Yeah.
They didn't fire him for that, but they...
Oh, this is a Bruce Kelly fun fact. 1997 became the first heterosexual to be Grand Marshal of a nationally recognized gay pride parade after numerous gay public figures declined, and notably Arizona Congressman Jim Colby. That's a Bruce Kelly fun fact from his Wikipedia. He did publicity stunts. I love publicity stunts.
Me too.
Want to do one?
I'd love to.
It's been way too long.
Some of these are really good.
Yeah, some of the publicity stunts?
Well, when you're, I guess, the PD of 80s on 8, you got to really step up and be that man.
Create
who's,
some
who
awareness.
And you got to be in control. So
wasn't he also the guy that did, help me out, what was the term we used? Bruce Kelly voice.
Oh, interloculars?
Oh, God.
Fucking Danny just fell down.
Well, it's been a while since I had to say that fucking word.
Who came up with that?
Dude, I don't know, man. He really wanted to do something like
No,
with
but I
the-
don't think he came up with that.
I think
he
he
just
did.
voiced it. He came
No,
up
I
with
think
that?
he did.
He may have.
I think that was a whole
What was an
thing.
interlocular?
Eric, maybe, am I wrong? Like, didn't he want to be involved and, like, this was, like, his whole thing?
He sort of wanted to be a reporter within the Opie and Anthony show. Like, he was going to report
Oh,
about
he wanted to be Sam.
what our lives were, what we do during the commercials, when the mics are off, when the day's over, those kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
Too bad.
Not a bad concept.
Oh, but getting back to all these great publicity stunts.
Yes.
Let's see. Once Bruce Kelly jumped into a vat of 20,000 gallons of orange Jello. I mean, that's crazy.
Damn.
I mean, look,
shit.
That's pretty crazy, Jimmy.
if you want people
Gotta
to
give it
listen
him.
to, some Michael Jackson songs, that's the kind of shit you got to do.
You got to give it to him on that.
But that was back in the day. Then in
Wait.
80
I want to slow down a little bit. Jimmy, would you do the Jello stuff?
I'm thinking of, imagine doing that and then realizing that you couldn't pull your way up and dying. How humiliating.
Drowning in Jello.
Oh, how
Yeah, how many feet of
embarrassing.
Jello? It would be impressive, like Jimmy's saying, if it was 7-8 feet of Jello.
Well, it had to be a considerable amount because it says it was 20,000 gallons of orange flavored Jello.
That's a huge amount of
20,000
gallons.
All right.
It's got to be a lot. I don't know. I can't really visualize that. But
Why would you do 20,000 gallons? You only
To
need
create awareness.
you only need a few gallons.
I hate things, by the way, that create awareness.
Why?
I hate when they're done to create awareness.
You just got to get the people talking. Like, who is that guy? Oh, now that you mention it, he's the PD for 80s on 8. 80s on 8? Where can I hear this?
boom, XM.
Oh, no, there's
Yeah.
Do we have any examples of creating awareness?
just...
We have so
yeah.
much to do today.
Well, you know what? Real, since it was just on the show like last week, how about Whoopi Goldberg with those fucking piss diapers?
That's creating awareness. That's right. Old women pee themselves. Whoopi
technically,
created awareness.
We created awareness when we had No Filter Paul walking down 57th Street shitting himself.
The show creates awareness with Whip 'Em Out Wednesday. We got to spread the word about titties.
But you think we could do the No Filter Paul bit again?
No!
No, we can pull
Well, we
it
can
off.
do it. We'll just get in trouble afterwards.
Was he actually shitting while he was walking down the sidewalk? I know
Yeah.
he shit when he got to XM.
Yeah, he was shitting down his legs while he was walking down 57th
For the
Street.
newer listeners, because we're gaining them every day.
You bet we are.
What did we do? We fed him what? I forgot the name.
I don't
of
remember
the product.
I don't remember it either, but apparently it makes you shit real fast.
Yeah.
Really fast.
And in large amounts.
So we had him wear a diaper, and then for the walkover, we basically wanted him to shit the
While he
entire
walked.
way. And then I remember we had to lay down paper like he was a dog when he got to XM.
We had a guy on 57th.
Isn't that video up there still
Yeah,
somewhere?
Somewhere. He was shitting in the studio. That's what we did.
Why can't we do that anymore?
Health code violations? I don't know.
Yeah, but
There's
radio
no
is
reason for it.
magical.
That's true.
That's some magic right there.
You know, I don't know
Making
what
a
made
guy
me think of
shit.
it the other day, but that whole Tippy Tom incident when he had just that, like, it was like dried clay in his underpants.
You know,
Best thing ever.
did you pick it up? I did.
No, I didn't.
No.
I didn't
The
go
only
do
reason
that.
I picked it up was
Why would she?
I picked it up because it was a rock to me.
Dude, it's serious. That was one of the strangest things I've ever seen in my entire
Yeah, but
life.
it was made out of feces.
Yeah,
it was
shit.
not. This.
It wasn't a rock.
It was a rock.
It was bacterial.
It's hard duty.
That just.
It was like wood. You know those hard wood chips that you
No, no.
decorate a front
What's that?
lawn with.
I'm sorry, but if you find the sound, because I banged it on the table, and I believe Pat Duffy did as well.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, but
that was a rock, and it would go through a window. I'm telling you right now. Just imagine your poo stays in your underwear long enough,
But that's
where
the
you
problem.
could throw it through a window.
right
It's
before
like petrified. It's
right
it was
before
petrified.
right before it made that sound on the table, it was in Tippy Tom's underpants and it had come out of his bottom.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, that's
After we
where
cut
it was.
his underwear off.
It was
It was
becoming
true.
a diamond.
I had gloves on, silly goose. I'm not that stupid, but I fucking had to pick that thing up. Check it out.
You didn't have to.
Yeah.
You have to. When's the next
No, you
time you're
don't.
going to see Petrified Duty?
There's a
Hopefully
reason you
never.
don't see it. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
Right, but that's
because
a
people flush it.
that's a once in a lifetime thing.
They typically leave it in the homeless underpants it was found.
It's not a rare gem. It's not it's not something to be admired.
As a matter of fact, I would probably avoid it upon sight.
I used to live near a gem store, and we'd go in and see all the rare gems.
Hate rare gems.
And then some of them were made into like little elephants and stuff. And we would buy rare gems for our room. But if I went in there and had Petrified Duty in a fucking glass case, I'd have to buy that.
You'd purchase it?
Yes.
What if it was from a homeless man?
That makes it better.
Oh, he was an icon.
I did. E-Rock, you got to find the poo hitting the fucking table, and I'll prove it's a rock. And also,
Well,
we need
it's
a
not a rock, it's
interjocular whatever from Bruce Kelly.
I just snorted. An interlocular. That's going way back, man.
Interloculars.
That was a long time
What were
ago.
they exactly? Those little.
There were stupid interviews that he thought that were in depth and interesting.
Well, that was leading up to. Wasn't that part of our big relaunch?
Yeah, it was.
When we finally
did
came
all
back to
these-
radio?
He did all these interviews with people associated with the show when we did that event at the Hard Rock.
Yeah, you know what it was?
Oh, he
I
was
think
there?
it was him really wanting to do something with the show but having no idea what the show is about.
I don't think anybody asked him to do this.
Jesus,
Oh.
E-Rock hates Bruce Kelly.
I know. What did he do to you?
Yeah, man, he's out of work or working at a shitty, lousy station somewhere.
Did he molest you to a Kaja Gugu song?
No, he used to. Remember when he used to just show up?
He liked us.
Yeah, we'd be on when we were on at 7 in the morning. He would just be
Two
there.
pieces of shit.
Oh, Stanley.
What?
Oh boy.
No one could see it.
I could.
What do you got, E-Rock?
Looking for the Tippy Tom, but I have a Bruce Kelly interlocular with Bob Kelly.
Ah.
It's it's a little over 3 minutes.
No.
We can hear. How about we hear the beginning of it?
Okay.
The beginning we should hear.
All right.
Because this is before Bob was really on the channel a lot, right?
Yeah, I think so. It was basically a way to introduce everybody
Right.
from the show because we were going national officially. We were syndicated here and there to big cities, but this allowed us to be heard, from coast to coast. So
It was like an Opie and Anthony takeover.
yeah,
I want to hear what stupid Bob sounds like when he was
All
just
right.
getting
Let's hear this.
indoctrinated.
O&A. Yeah, Opie and Anthony are overpaid, but, then again, so is... they are really lucky to have a job.
The worst of O&A.
Hi, Bob Kelly. He's one of the Opie and Anthony virus freaks, and they're coming to get him right now.
What's happening, man?
Pause this.
What's happening?
He's so happy to be there always.
They called him a virus free, O&A freak.
Virus freak, right?
I don't know if he...
That just further proves the point that Bob Kelly, not Bob Kelly, Bruce Kelly he had no idea.
Because Bob
He had
Kelly
no
is a
fucking clue.
comedian, not like... I don't know.
He's
not like a sideshow.
I don't see the point of wanting to be associated with something that you just have no idea about.
Well, he was just trying to be to use crazy language, like one of the like O&A language.
Look, the cool kid showed up to
Yes.
town, and he was like, "This is the train I got to get on. Wait till they hear my interjocular."
Loculars, get it right, Sam.
Sorry, dude.
Show some respect.
He thought he knew about us. He had his. He
had the exclusive with the O&A freak, Bob Kelly.
All right, let's continue. Now this is good.
And they're coming to get him right now.
What's happening, man?
How do you feel O&A now on XM and totally uncensored, totally free? You're a stand-up comedian. How does that
Totally
let you
free,
loose here on O&A?
It's fantastic. I'm so glad they're free. Now, I just want to know, do I get my $2 back for the last 8 months? But, yeah, it's fantastic. It should be.
I pause again. This is going to take a long time. I wish Bob Kelly was here. Fuck, I wish Bob was in.
When this is,
we
though.
should call him and make him come all the way in to the studio just so we can replay this for him.
Do we know when this was, though? October of... Can you believe it's October of 04?
No, this was when we went free. So this is right when they took us off the premium channel.
Right. So I'm saying...
Oh, no, we
8 months in or no?
It was about 2000. It was somewhere around 2005.
Yeah, it's saying around March 2005.
That sounds
That's what I was going to say, 'cause, 8 months after October.
That's when Elo came in and said, what the fuck is this company doing? You're just burying these idiots. We got to, put him front and center. Elo saved our ass.
Yes, he did.
In the end, he was a corporate guy, but he was one of the better ones, that's for sure.
He was great. I told you I saw him in Chicago. Him and his wife came to my show, and
I see him on TV.
Nobody recognized him there, though.
Where?
When I saw him at the show.
Really?
He came to see me, yeah.
Was he wearing his pink shirt?
He looks very thin. But he is that guy, though, I'm saying. He didn't just
Well, he
forget about us when he left.
He changed his life. This place was
Oh, yeah.
killing him. I've had conversations. This place was killing him. He was bloated. He was a bloated alcoholic, losing his battle on life in general.
Yeah.
Didn't he crash a car even?
Did he?
Yes, he crashed his sports car. This place was killing him. And then when he left, he got into that Oprah aura and changed his entire life. That's what you're looking at. Now he fucking runs road races. He runs every day. He doesn't drink, or if he does, very, very little. I think he doesn't drink at all, actually.
I think not at all.
And he looks great. And now he wears pink shirts for Oprah. I'm like, who is this guy? I just had a conversation with him yesterday on the phone because I watched that behind the scenes Oprah show on OWN. I know, say what you want, I don't know, whatever. But all of a sudden, I guess Oprah every year for her birthday, the whole staff. You're looking at a billionaire. Yeah. Oprah's a billionaire. Every day, Oprah's birthday is a company holiday where everyone has to bring her a present for her birthday, and then they all go into her office that looks like a living room. This office is just amazing. It's a great place to hang out because you don't feel like you're at work. And then she sits there, and everyone one by one gives her a present. And there's Elo with his pink shirt
and his gift.
Well, they didn't show his gift, so I wrote him like, "Oh, you didn't get Oprah a gift?" He goes, "Oh, I got her a printer." I'm like, "That's fucking lame."
Printer?
I know.
He goes,
She
"Yeah,
just
I know."
write that off as a business expense?
Yeah.
Exactly. And you're all going to use it in the office.
Yeah. You want a printer?
So I actually kind of like that she does that, though, because she takes her staff on, like, fucking cruises. She treats her staff good.
She seems to be pretty cool.
Yeah.
She lets her guard down for this kind of reality show they're doing. I'm pretty amazed that she would do this after all these years, but showing another side of her.
Well, the network's struggling.
And Elo just shows up every once in a while, and he's a guy among a bunch of broads.
Seems like he has a wonderful life over there.
Yeah, it's a lot easier than this.
They look up to him. They think
place.
he's smart.
Well, he's the top dog. Him and this girl Sherry. That's it.
Nobody's
and then above those two is just Oprah. That's where he's at in the Oprah empire. Our old boss.
There's nobody emailing him pictures of erections.
All right, let's.
Is he right under Oprah? I mean, like that's.
He started out two below her, and now he's one.
What happened to the other person? Did he pass him?
If Oprah moves on, then I guess it's Elo's show.
That would be
great.
great.
How does that work? Yeah, no, it's Sherry, who's been with Oprah for a long time, and right by Sherry's side now is Elo, and then Oprah. That's it. That's the pyramid over there, the structure of how that works. Pretty amazing, isn't it?
He fucking certainly failed upward, as they say.
He
After
sure
leaving
did.
this place.
All right, back to the interlocular with Bob Kelly. Jeez.
The O&A
Bucks
free.
back for the last 8 months. But yeah, it's fantastic. It should be free. More people get to listen to these two gentlemen, Opie and Anthony, get more fans, and then they can take over the world. I think that's their plan, and be number one in the universe.
Why do you like being a part of the O&A show?
Because they have they're the best fans in the world. They have the best fans. No, I'm just kidding. They don't. Their fans are evil, atrocious creeps, but that's why I love them. O&A because they're the best. They're the best. You get to say what you want. They're the funniest thing on the radio. The absolute truth. You get to say what you want about fucking a sink. Where else could I tell people that I fucked a sink when I was in juvie hall? What show will I be able to tell that on? The Today Show? No.
The FCC and
Pause.
censorship.
He just rambled.
Pause. It's like he wants everyone to think that the Today Show just calls him on a regular basis, but he can't tell that story.
How about this, Bob? You can't tell any stories on the Today Show.
Because they never invited you.
They don't want you.
Right. You hear what he did there? He's the big get out there in the
choosing.
world.
Yeah.
But he's choosing which stories that he can tell only on Opie and Anthony.
Another story he can't tell on the Today Show is one where he rescued a baby from train tracks. Why? Because they're not interested in talking to you. There's nothing you have to say. He ought to say, I can't tell this or any other story on the Today Show.
Because they've never called me.
They've never called
But he
you.
made let's tear down another wall. He wants the listeners to think he's the big get.
So you're saying the honest answer would have been, I like doing the Opie and Anthony show because they're the only show that will have
Yes,
me?
but they're the only ones that will have me, and I can tell my dirtier stories that if network television acknowledged me, wouldn't let me tell.
But they don't.
But since they don't acknowledge me, I can also tell my clean stories on Opie and Anthony, too.
What, I'm going to take that to the Today Show? No, Bob, you're really...
Yeah, what am I going to do when I sit down with Matt Lauer? I don't know, probably introduce yourself and explain why you're there. Wish Bob was here so I could punch him in the face.
Or maybe he's hoping that, when Al Roker does his weather, he's in the background and he can hopefully try to tell the story before they cut to the fucking sports.
Yeah, boom, down, fucking the sink,
Right.
drizzling cum. He's trying to use, weather terms.
Right. Oh, he's the worst. All right, go back to the interlocular.
What show will I be able to tell that on? The Today Show? No.
The FCC and censorship on the radio.
I think that satellite radio is the new cable, like cable television, man. You finally get to hear what people really think. And creeps like me get to get on the radio, finally. How many terrestrial radio shows I've done and had to talk about how my mother used to hit me as a kid. And I actually told this story when I was in juvie how I used to fuck a sink. I get a lot of emails now about people, and they got it all wrong. They think I actually fucked the whole sink, or I actually fucked the drain of the sink, which is physically impossible. I actually just lied on top of the sink. Put my hand on the edge of the sink, well lubricated, and then I pushed my mule inside of my hand. And the sink, all it was leverage. It was just leverage. It was a place that I could put my hand where it would be sturdy enough. I could just pump it. Me pumping the hand instead of the hand pumping me. So it's actually like you're having sex. Therein fucking the sink. So please do it right. I don't want people getting hurt trying to fuck the drain of a sink.
30 seconds. Tell me about Opie.
By the way, 30 seconds of rambling audio is about to come.
Well, that was pretty rambling,
That was
too.
horrendous, but at least it had a point. These 30 seconds, I just heard what Bruce just said.
Yeah.
This is not going to be good. Dude, he's just going to riff. Dude, they're crazy. Boom, those two dudes should be committed. This is going to be humiliating.
Yeah, Bruce Kelly's the no editing.
Yeah, he really does just leave it all in, doesn't he?
You edit, right? You're the editing key.
Well, I edit occasionally, but I only edit pauses. Like, I edit all spaces between words. So it's one long word with no space, no pause, no punctuation.
That would be a nightmare to
It would be
listen to.
horrendous.
Can we have an example of that?
Well, just like as we're talking right now. If I edited that, it would be, well, just as we're talking right now, if I edited that, it's horrendous.
It would just be awful. But I've never gotten over the Bob Kelly sync thing.
I forgot about it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, then this is good. We're playing it.
It
If
is.
you
It's-
forgot, then some listeners forgot.
Oh,
I've never heard
definitely.
this before. That's a weird one, isn't it? We've all stuck our penises in some weird shit, but that
Yeah.
sync thing is strange, man. Would you do that?
No.
Why would you do that?
No.
Wouldn't the sink be cold to begin with?
Depends. If it was a coal, maybe.
A what?
Coal. KOHL. Sync brand.
Jesus. All right, back to the interlocular. You're about to hear Bob Kelly explain the show in 30 seconds. And go.
Trying to fuck the drain of a sink.
30 seconds. Tell me about Opie and Anthony.
These two guys are actually breaking ground, making new radio, making history. Along with Jim Norton, they're actually saying how they feel about things instead of saying what other people think they should say about stuff. They're truth tellers. They're prophets. They're actually close to Jesus Christ of the modern day age. They give men what they want. Boobs on the highway every Wednesday. God bless them. God bless Opie and Anthony.
Bob Scott, you're great.
Bob Scott, you motherfucker. It's Bob Kelly.
Bob Scott. Bob Scott. That made it worse.
Bob Kelly's so forgettable.
Bob
in this
Scott.
interview. In this interview, Bobby. In this interview. Relax.
Bob Scott.
Where does Bob Scott come from? Is that the end of that?
No, there's still about 25.
Oh, why? Because now Bob Kelly has to give him a beating. All right, let's finish this up.
God bless Opie and Anthony.
Bob Scott, you're great.
Bob Scott, you motherfucker. It's Bob Kelly. I'd stab you right in the neck with my fucking pencil right now. Bob Scott.
With my fucking pencil right now.
My fucking pencil.
Why is he going to stab him with my fucking pencil? Can we hear that again? With my fucking pencil. Fucking what happened to Bob? He's playing bagpipes.
He's hot under the collar.
Bob Scott, you motherfucker. It's Bob Kelly. I'd stab you right in the neck with my fucking pencil.
With my fucking pencil? Gonna stab you with my pencil. I'm Bob Scott. No, he's
Is
a
that
Celt.
No, there's a tiny bit more.
There you go.
Bob Scott, you motherfucker. It's Bob Kelly. I'd stab you right in the neck with my fucking pencil right now. Bob Scott. You stink.
Now, back to the worst of Opie and Anthony on XM 202 High Voltage.
Super.
They're going to be confused that we're in Best of. We're not. That was an old fucking clip that we had to play today.
It should tell you so old clip of High Voltage.
High Voltage.
I hated that.
Well, the stupid lawyer lady, I ended up liking her in the end, but she had no business being part of radio.
She helped me. I liked her, too.
I liked her, but she was a good lawyer, but she wasn't good at radio. And I remember we were doing the press conference, and she was on an Excella. She called me. She said, "We need a name for the channel." I said, "Okay, give me a day. I'll figure something out. I'll get with Jimmy and Ann, and we'll figure some shit out." And by the time the fucking Excella pulls into Penn Station, and she gets to the press conference, she goes, "We're going to call it High Voltage." I'm like, that's the worst name ever, because we're trying to get away from the shock jock thing. Yeah. Because that's based on a shock jock thing, right? High Voltage. I'm like, that's stupid.
Well, also energy. But it stunk either way.
And then she goes, "It's too late. We already sent it to the printer." I'm like, why did you even ask me then? But I guess they decided on the train, and then they called somebody and got shit, underway to be printed up.
I liked it. I wanted to call it the Laugh-A-Palooza. Not funny in any context.
Nope. Voss is here. Good for him. Let him fucking wait. We're taking a break in 2 minutes, and then we'll have Voss in here. So where were we, Sam? That was a little off-roading we did, huh?
Yes. Back to the wrestler
We're that
death
damn
clock.
good. So we're trying to do the wrestler death clock. We want to go 100 days without a wrestler dying, and we haven't done the bit since September. We kind of even just throw it to the side, but now another guy just died, so now we're just getting an update.
Well, we never made the 100 days, as we said. It hasn't. It's been progressively worse, and we had to reset the clock
many times
yesterday.
Oh, is that what we're up to now?
We made it to 33 days.
Who was the one before yesterday?
Sir Oliver Humperdinck.
Oh, that was the guy with the Bruce Kelly guy.
Right.
Oh, okay.
And that's what took us
So then
down
we
that
went
road.
33 days, and then we lost who yesterday?
Somebody who you guys spent a lot of time mocking about 3 years ago.
Really?
Bill Sherman?
Not Bill Sherman.
Wait, we mocked him
Very much.
on our show?
Very much.
I know this is a big wrestler because he was trending on Twitter yesterday, even though I don't know anything about him. And I don't even remember that we mocked him.
Yeah, because
I know the angle. I know that you did a little something with this guy at an independent wrestling show.
with Sweet and Sour Larry Sweeney.
Larry Sweeney. Did
Yeah.
we have him on the air? And did he call in?
No, he never did. We tried to get him on. He never called in, but he was the one. This was the first time I did a wrestling gig. So this was when I went in the ring and did that horrible low blow. And then you guys spent about...
Remember the low blow?
No, I vaguely remember Sam doing the wrestling.
He had to jump in the ring, and then he did one of those low blow moves.
Yeah.
You actually did a move?
They reserved that move for girls, but they gave it to Sam.
I crotched him.
Were you good?
I thought I was quite good.
Dude, you know Snooki was way more impressive in the wrestling ring than you,
Well,
right?
she had better training, I think.
She did some kind of fucking backflip, 2 backflips, and then did some move.
But you know what? When I came out to the ring, the fans cheered me, and when I left, they booed me. So I did my
Wait,
job.
was Donald Trump still wrestling? Remember that?
Yes.
Well, look at that. Sam, wow, because Sam's so strong, he's able to
Ew.
throw that guy into the fucking ropes.
What are you doing now?
Is Larry Sweeney in this video here?
That's him on the mat right there.
Oh, really?
He's just standing there, some fucking kid that doesn't belong in the ring with his hoodie on.
And then Sam's not sure if he's supposed to leave the
Well,
ring.
the dumb referee completely destroyed the spot.
When do you do the low blow? When
right
do you,
before that.
Right before that? Can we go back?
Yeah, it was missable.
All right, so Larry Sweeney's in the ring. This is...
Yeah, that's Larry Sweeney, and the boxer is Larry Barnes.
Oh, it's a wrestling boxing match?
Yeah.
So why didn't the boxer just punch the shit out of him?
He did in the end. Referee went down. Oh, there I go.
And he's helping the ref up.
Gotta
and
check the referee. Oh!
And there's Sam doing the chick move.
Sam does the low blow. Wait, why are you cocking your fist?
And then you gotta hope that the guy gets up on his own because you can't lift him
No,
off
I
the
lifted
mat.
him up and threw him
And
into
then-
Pete Gas from the Mean Street Posse.
Oh, he was a big fucking WWF guy.
Yeah, Pete
I
Gas,
remember
that's
him.
my boy.
Do you think that when the box show and they're like, who has to push me?
Yeah.
What?
No.
Her?
So you got involved with this nonsense.
It wasn't nonsense.
This
It was a good
independent
show.
wrestling show back in what, 2008?
2008, yeah.
We should get a couple of these videos on the Facebook page today.
Okay.
Has a lot of views.
It sure does, man. 8,000 views.
8,000.
3 years later.
Well, I mean, it hasn't been it had its hit and its moment, and then it,
And then just died
faded
on the
away.
internet, like most videos.
Well, it's not a viral phenomenon.
It should be.
You think so?
Well, if this Larry Sweeney guy was trending on Twitter yesterday, people would be searching out the Larry Sweeney videos today.
What the real reason that you were making fun of both me and Larry Sweeney is because this was also the first time I cut a wrestling promo to promote this gig, and Larry Sweeney was in the promo with me.
We got that. We got the audio version, and like I said, the video will be up on our Facebook page, Opie and Anthony, in a little bit. So this guy's now dead. We're listening to a dead guy.
Yeah, he apparently hung himself at a wrestling school.
Wow.
And how old was he?
Suicide.
He was 29.
29. What is going on with this? I don't want to do this bit anymore.
It's sad.
It's fucking creepy. It's
weird.
It's not even fun.
He had problems.
A lot of those guys, I think, use substances, right?
Yeah, and he had some mental problems. He had to leave wrestling for a little while because apparently he had a breakdown and he was bipolar.
Oh, bipolar's the worst.
Is that the me people?
They're fucking. Yeah, I mean, but they're also the rage issues and whatever. They just buy 2 poles. They're just nuts.
Are they the everything's just fine? I'll fucking kill you.
Exactly.
Those people?
Yes.
Oh.
And that's what, because everybody thought he was going to be like he was going to bring managers back because he was very talented.
They don't have managers anymore in wrestling?
Not really.
Hey, you're a wrestling expert. What happened to what's his name up there in Massachusetts?
Who?
I don't know. One of the
Bedford Teddy.
I don't know.
You don't know the big wrestling story where they fucking took him 10 minutes to get him out of the ring?
Oh, Scott Hall?
Scott Hall.
Scott Hall is he's Razor Ramon.
Razor Ramon has some major problems now, huh?
Yeah,
he used to be a big one in the wrestling world. He was WWF. He was what else?
Yeah, NWO, WCW,
right,
everything.
Okay.
But he's like a notorious substance abuser at this point. He's had a lot of alcohol and substance-related problems. He's like Jake the Snake Roberts. He's always
kind of like the wrestler, right? That's why the wrestler.
He's
that
very
movie's
similar,
very accurate.
except the wrestler didn't get fucked up all the time.
A bunch of people tweeted the video, and he looks like shit.
Yeah, he's falling down in the ring and he's slurring his speech. And then
can we find that video real fast for Jimmy?
The scumbag wrestling promoters, once this became a TMZ story, took the event and made it a pay-per-view on their website. So that you could all see Scott Hall. And
so we're not going to be able to see this clip anymore.
You could see the clips.
Yeah, it's really sad.
Yeah.
And then what's his name just disappeared, and they're saying, is he even alive?
Who?
I don't know. One of the tumblers from the WWF.
One of the tumblers?
Help me out. I forgot their names. He had the weird fucking beard. The chicks loved him. He would climb the ladders.
Captain Lou.
Oh, Jeff Hardy.
Jeff Hardy.
Yeah,
There's rumors that he's gone real bad too.
Jeff Hardy, he was main eventing a TNA pay-per-view, and they had to end the match after 1 minute.
Why?
Apparently he was all fucked up, and Sting wasn't going to wrestle him, so he just threw him on the mat and covered him.
And that was supposed to be the main event?
It was a pay-per-view main event. The fans were outraged.
Shit. So, and no one
and he hasn't been on TV since.
No one has seen him since.
They shouldn't be bringing him to the ring. They should be bringing him to a hospital. I know.
This is Scott Hall. Maybe we could get this on our Facebook page. This is unbelievable, this video, by the way. You got to see this. And he's not putting on a bit.
No.
And I swear, this very morning I asked Sam about this video, and I was like, what's the deal? Like, does he have some severe health problems, or was he just really fucked up?
He gets really fucked up.
And you heard someone...
he can't walk.
They did a...
this whole time, he's just trying to get into the ring. That's how fucked up he is. And you heard somebody in the audience go, he shouldn't be going in the ring. He should be going to the hospital.
Is he a
That guy in the blue, he had to actually flip his leg over the middle rope. Like, Scott couldn't even do it himself. Like, holy shit.
And he
Wow.
This guy was
loopy.
and this guy was huge for many years.
He's a major star. And I mean, but he
Was
just...
he?
Yeah.
What's his name?
He was Razor Ramon, and then he was Scott Hall.
Chico!
Him trying to talk to the audience. Holy shit. And then it took, what, 10 minutes to get him out of the ring, right?
Yeah, stumbling out. And then there's another clip somewhere, unless they took it down, where he was in the ring and actually trying to do a spot, and one of the guys just kind of shoved him, and he just falls over. Like, it wasn't like he was taking a bump. He just collapsed and fell over. But
You think he tipped a few back?
yeah, he had, even when he was like main eventing in WCW, he was coming out to the ring. You could tell he was drunk. They had to take him off TV eventually. Like,
Yeah,
he's another guy. He would have been even.
That's when I was watching wrestling.
Yeah.
you know, and that was a good time because Scott Hall was so fucked up all the time.
He would come to the ring and cut promos. He was drunk. Everybody loved him. Like, he would have been an even bigger star.
Was he a big star?
He was a big star.
Huge, man.
Yeah, he was a really big
Because
star.
he had a tag
huge
team
for a
with Kevin Nash. They were the Outsiders. That was like a big deal for a while.
What year was he big?
That was like 96, 97.
Yeah,
He
we were
started
in Boston. Yeah.
He was, as Razor Ramon, he was big from
Before that,
94 to
yeah.
96, and then in WCW he was really big from 97 to 99.
So he had about a 5-year run. And he's too old now to recapture any of that, you think?
Yeah, and his health is just terrible. Like, he's just a lot of years of major abuse.
That's why I don't want to do the wrestling bit anymore. It's too real. That guy's could be dead any day. He's fucked.
I'm always
up.
amazed by guys who have a little bit of fame or even a lot of fame for a short period of time and blow it.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, if you fade away, you fade away. But guys that blow it are always interesting to me.
He could, if he kept him.
There once some of Scott Hall.
This is when he was a main eventer.
Don't sing it, bring it.
So
he's doing his catch. He was drunk. You could tell he's got 2 belts on. Like, he was a main eventer, and they were letting him do this. Even that's how big he was. They didn't know he was
he's
all
fucked up in this video too.
Oh yeah.
So he's been one of those fucked up guys for a while, but now it's
time.
catching up to him, huh?
Well, because he doesn't have like he's just got the substances now. He doesn't have the fame.
And the video we just played of him slowly getting into the ring and slurring really badly is on TMZ. But the fucking assholes, they only gave you a piece because they wanted you to
Pay for it.
Pay for it.
If he had kept himself clean, he could probably still be wrestling.
Jesus, because he's not that old, right?
He's probably in his like late 40s to early 50s.
Which
you could still do. You know,
you
he
could still
couldn't-
do it at that age in the
Yeah.
WWE.
Who's the black guy he's wrestling there?
That's Booker T.
Yeah, that was Booker T. He was an animal.
Who was the black guy we had in XM who had done time in jail?
MVP.
He was a good guy.
He's no longer with them.
He got released. He's wrestling in Japan though. He's doing well.
He's
but-
doing all right.
Yeah.
Because it's. I don't like this bit. It's sad.
Wrestling is a.
So,
I mean,
so
tough
Larry
business.
Sweeney dies, and
Yeah, he hung himself in a wrestling school.
That's kind of sad.
At 29.
And this is Sam doing a promo with the guy. The video will be up online,
Just
Facebook page.
3 years ago. So
Opie and Anthony, a little bit. Probably by the time we come back from vacation, from break. But,
And we have young Rich Foster here today.
yeah, but here's the audio of Sam.
To those of you who don't know who I am, I'm
You're
Primetime
everybody.
Sam Roberts from XM202, a producer of the Opie and Anthony Show, a host of the...
We didn't need the plug.
A
there.
what?
a producer for the Opie and Anthony
Why are
show.
you dragging us into this crap?
Why? Less to plug you and more to inflate myself. To be
The
honest.
Stan and Sam Show, and a graduate of New Rochelle High School. And I am honored to have been asked to come this April 5th to the New Rochelle High School, to the New York State Wrestling Federation, and call the boxer versus wrestler match. Larry Sweet and Sour Sweeney versus Larry Barnes. Fans, I'm going to call this just the way you want to see it, because I know entertainment and I know what you want. I'm going to call it right down the middle.
Oh, prime time, huh?
Yeah.
Big Sam, huh?
Yeah.
Larry Sweeney, pleased to meet you. How you doing?
Good.
So tell me something. You're gonna be the judge, huh?
Yeah.
The judge this wrestler versus boxer match.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, all right, great. Well, listen, man, I think we got a lot to talk about. I mean, I'm a big fan of yours. I'm a big fan of your show.
Thank you.
I mean, really, long time. I mean, ever since you've been around.
Big fan of your show.
Well, I was also on it.
I don't think he ever heard us.
Well, he was a heel, so
Now
I think
that-
he may have been trying to grease the palms of
And
a certain judge.
After hearing part of this, now I understand why he killed himself.
Why would you say
He
that?
was kind of bummed out he had to do this. And
No.
he never got over this, Sam.
He was.
I think you killed a wrestler.
He was fine with this. He got a lot of promotion out of it. He was on
I mean,
O&A.
really, long time. I mean, ever since you've been around, I've been I've been following your career, and it's an honor for me to meet you. And there are a couple of things that I'd like to talk about in private. Here, I've got a card. Why don't I give you a card and have your people call my people? All right?
I'll do that.
All right, that's great. Huh? Good to meet you. Thanks.
Who are your people?
Why don't
who would this guy call?
I guess
calling your people. There you go. End of bit. Well, that guy's dead.
Yes.
It's kind of creepy.
It's really creepy.
Just because he's young, 29. Jesus, what the fuck?
And 1 year ago, everybody was talking about how much potential he had. Like, everybody was talking about him on the indie scene.
Yeah, and I why do you have to fucking hang himself at a wrestling school? That's creepy.
To do it there, I don't know.
And that's.
But he had, when I was talking to him, like,
that's selfish too, man. Because then someone that loves you has to cut you down. What the fuck?
Or some fucking maintenance guy at the wrestling school.
Exactly.
You think?
The guy who runs the school probably went through his pockets before he cut him down.
I always wonder who has to cut you down.
Depends on who finds you.
Yourself.
You know who's selfish was Madoff's son. Because he hung himself with his fucking baby sleeping in the next room, and he sent like an email to his wife who was away. What a piece of shit. With a baby. Like, what if the kid started coughing and needed to be rolled over or whatever? What
Something.
a piece of shit.
Yeah. Very.
Hang yourself, but don't do it when your kid is there alone with you. The kid is like fucking 2.
Yeah, call someone and go, hey, can you take my kid to the park? I got a call.
I'm going to hang myself real quick.
Yeah. Yeah. Or do it that way, too. Sure. All right, we're going to break. We got Rich Voss outside the studio, and E-Rock found Tippy Tom's rock poo. I'm telling you, it's a rock.
Rock poo.
You're going to hear the sound. You're going to hear the sound for yourself, because some people saying it was sort of clayish and stuff. No, this was a rock.
It looked like baked clay.
Okay, fair enough.
But it was.
Do you agree with me that if you threw it at this window, the window would at least crack?
If there was a piece with enough mass, yeah, you could definitely break a window.
Okay.
It felt like a rock. It looked like clay, but the bottom line is it was feces. It was doo-doo.
Okay, we're going to play the clip next.
It was crap.
It's 1 minute. We'll get Voss in here. We're going to play Tippy Tom's rock poo. And
I don't know. That's so funny.
I don't know, man. And I don't know. We'll figure out some other shit.
I think it's because if you just turned in, you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Tippy Tom's rock poo?
We haven't talked about his rock poo in a while. It has to come up.
It sounds it's a strange sentence out of context.
Rock poo.
Rock poo.
We miss Tippy Tom. He was probably the greatest side fucking character ever.
O&A freak, you mean?
I miss
Or
him.
whatever you want to call it. What did Bruce call him?
O&A freaks, like Bob Kelly and Tippy Tom.
was the #1 fucking O&A freak.
He's the original Golden Buns.
Sorry to those other guys who I forgot.
Talking about Twitchels?
Twitchels, yeah.
Louis Twitchell Santani.
He was a weird one, man. He was a strange fuck.
Yes, he is.
All right, we're babbling. We'll see you in a bit.
Sometimes the road to a blissful relationship can be bumpy.
Marriage
No one,
is
no
I know,
one's
but
saying that you don't do a lot of stuff.
it's like it's a
I do all
business,
the
it's a
spelling.
machine.
One person's doing the twittering, which is Rich, and the other person is spelling all the words.
It's comedy's most dysfunctional married couple, Voss and Bonnie. If passion is like a roaring fire, then Voss is peeing all over it.
Is he an affectionate guy?
No.
Is he bad with like casual, loving touching?
Well, because sometimes he touches you, but it's like a toddler or a monster that doesn't hasn't figured out how to caress.
And why flatter the one you love and the mother of your children when you can shatter her fragile ego? Right, Rich?
Sometimes he calls my ass Margaret Cho's face.
Wow, Fred! So if you think your relationship is doomed, look at Voss and Bonnie and rest a little easier knowing it could be a lot worse.
I remember now what a dick he is. One time I was blowing him quite well, by the way, and he farted. And then he gets
That's the best thing I've ever heard.
Not a whole thing.
The virus. Call the Opie and Anthony Show now. 866-WOW-1-WOW. That's 866-969-1969. Send your feedback to feedback@opieandanthony.com. The Opie and Anthony Show.
Sad but true. 11 years ago today, Metallica sues Napster Nice tie in there, E-Rock. Voss is here. Jimmy's here. They're outside doing something else. That's fine. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, wow, wow. Had a good day making videos yesterday, Sam.
I saw him.
I made a video of Ricky Gervais and Louis C.K. in the elevator. The Ricky Gervais interview will be Friday. We pre-taped it sometime on Friday during the show. You'll hear that. But on the way out, I made a quick little video in the elevator, and it's doing really well. It made the front page of Reddit, which is pretty damn cool.
I just wish you had filmed from the beginning.
I know, man, because we ran into Daryl Hall, John Oates, and Louis C.K. basically said, "I love your music." It was it was a fanboy moment. It's very awkward. So then Ricky Gervais just beat the shit out of Louis C.K. in the elevator, and I got a little piece of that. And the video's doing real well. That's on my Twitter, Opie Radio. I'll just promote myself until these fucking guys come back in here.
You should.
And then I'm going to bring it to the show in a few minutes with these guys. I was walking the streets with Roland yesterday, and I ran into a real-life monster.
This one gave me a chuckle last night. I was sitting, I clicked, I laughed.
It did.
I laughed out loud at the end. I wasn't expecting it.
It seems that the video's doing pretty well. Yeah, I ran into a monster. That's on my Twitter, Opie Radio. Look for My Biggest Fan as the title. And then there was another video with Roland. Roland found a wedding ring yesterday.
Oh.
And I filmed that as well.
I didn't even know you were looking, Roland.
Hey, Rich Voss, how are you, sir?
How's it going?
Why the energy?
Huh?
Why the energy? Is this the new Rich Voss?
I've been loaded with Nicorette gum this morning, and I just watched 14 minutes of our movie, and you know what? Wow. In 14 minutes, watching Kenny laugh like 4 or 5 times is a really good sign.
Oh, no, your movie is going to do well.
It's fucking,
your movie on whether women are funny or not is almost done, right?
It's the editing's almost done. Then we got to do the fucking music and sound and all that shit. It's a fucking nightmare. And then we got to do color coordination, which won't be hard. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. We interviewed Joan Rivers for an hour.
Wow.
Fucking Joan Rivers.
Rosie O'Donnell's doing the same concept movie. Comes out.
What's that?
About women are funny at Tribeca next week.
Oh, really? You don't even get a call back for that, okay? Because you were so unbelievable.
You didn't like his acting there?
No.
Oh.
But I have found a new respect for Roland.
Why?
Because the fucking guy comes here and he's here for like 14 hours a fucking day for this hogwash 4-hour radio show, and he's got to sit and do so much fucking work for this bullshit. You know what? Oh, I got to be here all day to get Jay Moore in. How fucking hard is that? You just ask him; he'll do anything.
Jay's on his way.
Is he?
Yeah,
he's in the other place.
He's doing Imus.
Yeah, I heard on the radio coming in.
Oh, you heard him on Imus?
No, I heard that he's coming in.
Yeah, he's doing Imus, and then because Imus is across the street, he said, "What the hell? I'm coming in." We've had a good run with Jay Moore, so we might as well squeeze that a little more. But Roland,
he gets here extremely early for no apparent.
Roland?
I mean, yeah.
No, because he likes hanging out when the show's on. The problem is SiriusXM forces him to do a 9-hour day.
It's ridiculous.
When he could do his job from home. Like, these corporate guys have got to start thinking differently. They're sick of hearing it out there, so I'll shut up. But you don't need a booker here 9 hours just so you feel good that, you know, you justify his pay or something. I don't know.
I have nothing against corporate until I get my locations released from this company. But I think corporate does know what they're doing, or else they wouldn't be corporate.
Right.
And I'm on their side most of the time.
Good luck with that, by the way. They're going to want something.
You know what they're going to get? A lot of publicity.
They're going to want something.
There's nothing to give.
That's what they're about.
No, they're going to get a lot of publicity, and there's nothing bad. There's no bad light on Opie and Anthony or on Sirius. It's only going to make them look good.
We're going to say it's a funny radio show.
Yes.
I told you what to do with that, and now you're bringing it to everyone's attention. You're not smart.
Oh. I didn't bring anybody's attention.
Right,
who do you think's listening to this?
Let's just shut up.
That was the first thing I hear when I walk back in the studio is, "Oh, because Rich, you're not smart."
Really, that was the first thing. And I love Rich, and I told him what to do. So just all right.
I love Rich too.
What have you been up to? Everything else good?
Yeah. Let's see. What else is good?
We were talking Masters, but no one wants to hear that on the radio.
The Masters.
I heard Tiger did well, but he didn't.
See, here's the problem. And
Jimmy was just touching Rich.
I know.
And of
besides
course, you jumped
that,
back.
and this is like the whole country. And we discussed this before. The first thing he brought up was Tiger. Tiger, and nobody gives a fuck anymore about.
That's not
Tiger.
true.
It is
Wow,
true.
Rich, why are you doing that to
Because
yourself? They
it's-
didn't care until the Masters, but all of a sudden out of nowhere,
Yeah.
he had an amazing
Yeah, he
run,
had a
and he
good
came in
round.
4th place.
Okay,
he was that close.
But you know what?
And if he
came
didn't
in-
miss a couple putts, he was right
Oh,
there.
And same with a million.
Who won the
and
Masters?
If Corey Schwarzenegger
Exactly.
or something.
Nobody knows who
But
he
here's
is.
the thing about
His
Tiger.
name's
and here's-
Charles.
Here's the thing about
CHARL.
Exactly. No one knows him.
Here's the thing about Tiger. It's so much like water cooler talk about just because it's water cooler talk. It's not like those people are running to watch golf. They just talk about him.
Yeah,
it's
I know.
Like, it's
No,
the same
Rich.
as it's the same as when
You're-
Tanya Harding fucking broke Nancy Kerrigan's
you're
kneecap.
completely-
No one ran and watched figure skating.
Rich,
after.
what you're saying was absolutely correct until this past weekend.
Oh yeah, they cared.
But that's why
well, they
everyone
wanted
went,
to-
holy shit, because wait a minute. I even said, I'm like, this guy's done. He'll never win another.
Oh, I didn't
he
say
might
that.
He might win another major, but his run is pretty much over, dominating the sport. And then the Masters hits, and this guy fucking had an amazing run.
Yeah, he had an amazing run.
So for once, people should be talking about him in his golf game. Leading up to this, it was like, why are you even showing Tiger? He's in 28th place. You know what I mean?
Here's the thing: you said he had an amazing run, which he did, but so did 10 other guys. Because
Right, but no one
down
cares
to
about
8 under.
that.
Okay, he's 10 under.
Rich.
Okay,
No
And
one
from-
cares about those guys.
Yeah, but they do. They
No
really
one,
do.
Golf fans do. I'm telling you, I don't
Yeah,
watch
golf
golf.
fans.
I
You're
know
right.
that, but golf, they want more than golf. Tiger doesn't make the money he makes in endorsements only for golf fans.
Right.
It's because he's bigger
Yeah.
than golf.
Yeah.
And that's why people care that he came in 4th. He's the only one in that whole sport that I care about. The sport bores me.
Yeah, but you don't watch the sport, so you don't care about the sport. You care
that's
about
the,
him.
Of course, the point I'm making. That's the
Yeah.
majority of people. And I'm not saying golf isn't a major sport, but it's not like fucking baseball. They don't have many fucking giant stars outside their world. Derek Jeter's a
yeah.
huge star throughout the sports world. Fucking Peyton Manning is a big fucking sports star.
But here's the
Tiger is
thing.
a big star.
Here's the thing: you really probably didn't give a fuck about Tiger until his infidelity.
That's
where
not
you could
true.
do material about.
Wrong.
How many times did you talk about Tiger?
He was at
before
one of the
that?
shows I did with
know.
Dice years ago,
I know,
so I've been
and
a
you walked
Tiger
up to him
fan
like
from-
a little girl.
Rich,
For many,
What?
many years, I've been a
Yeah.
Tiger fan.
I'm kind of confused by you.
What?
That doesn't make sense because everyone was talking about Tiger's run. He shot what,
I
30,
thought
31?
He shot great. It was great watching.
What did he shoot on the front nine? 31?
He shot 4 or 5 under. No, 6 under on the front.
So that would be
Or 5 under. 5 or 6.
So that'd be a 31 or a 30.
Yeah, 31 -ish.
That's a run. He was
Yes.
on a run, and he was right in the
the first
hunt.
2 days, I don't know what
Sergio
point-
Garcia
and he was technically
on a run. He was technically the leader when he was. Listen to me. He was technically the leader at the end of his final round at the Masters. There was every reason to show him on Sunday.
Yes. I didn't say you shouldn't show him.
But
Of course.
when the next tournament he plays in, if he's doing shitty again and he's in 28th place, then everything you're saying makes complete sense.
Two rounds
is just
ago.
maddening.
2 rounds.
It's frustrating.
2 rounds ago, 2 tournaments ago, he played. I guess it was whatever the tournament. They're following him.
Yeah, I agree with
and
you on that
he's
point.
Fucking,
I agree with you.
Okay, and I
don't
think
show
he's-
as many Tiger
I
shots
think-
and show some of these young guys that are going to be really,
when you watch,
really impressive
when
in the
you're
coming
watching
years.
this fucking kid, this Ricky Barnes or Dustin Johnson or these fucking
Ricky
guys.
Barnes is a bad example.
The only thing
I'm
that
saying,
can
no,
kill
he's fun
Ricky
to watch.
Barnes
Huh?
is Ricky Barnes. No one gives a shit about Ricky Barnes.
And you just
That's
fucked
not
up
true.
your own point. He's
What?
fun to watch. Well, some people would say Tiger's still fun to watch because he's so
Yes,
pissed
and
off and missing
I
shots.
believe he is
Ricky
fun to
Barnes is
watch.
sort of a middle of the pack guy right now. You know that.
Did I say Ricky Barnes? I meant Ricky Fowler.
Ricky Fowler?
I meant
All
Fowler.
right, orange guy.
Yeah, he's fun. There's certain
He wears
guys.
a lot
Ian
of orange.
Poulter's fun to watch.
Ian Poulter is a middle of the pack
but he's
guy.
fun to
so
watch.
Tiger's fun to watch.
I know
for a
that.
lot of
I
people.
agree 100% with that.
You should have
It's
said
the people.
McElroy.
Yeah,
you should have
I
said
don't like him
Dustin
anymore.
Johnson.
None
I
of those
said
guys
Dustin
that we
Johnson.
know of have Tiger in people's minds still has the potential to be the greatest of all time as far as he still has a lot of years of playing left. And it's like what the I mean, this is a bad example, but Mike Tyson, for a long time after Tyson's prime, he fascinated people because you always felt with him like the absolute greatness that he threw. Like you knew you were watching one who could have been one of the greatest of all time.
How frustrating is that when these guys throw their talent away like
And that fucking rape conviction
killed him.
It really did.
And Tiger, man, I don't know, if he never got that 9-iron across the face.
I know.
if that happened.
No, I love watching him. I just hold on.
Why are you
I'm trying
opening
to-
your iPad?
I'm trying to look something up on my iPad.
What are you trying to look up?
Where did you get that?
Huh?
Like, what,
You didn't-
eBay?
you
Who'd you
didn't
buy
go to
that
the
from?
Apple
Used?
store.
Huh?
Where did you get your
What do
iPad?
you mean, where did I get my iPad?
Where did you finally treat yourself like we've been telling
No, he
you for
didn't.
years? Or
It's
did you
used.
find it online?
I bought it for Bobby.
Of course he did.
Well, don't you buy anything new, Rich?
Because here's the
Did he
reason.
give you a good deal?
500.
God, I would love to know what.
500.
Well, because this is the biggest of it has the most.
I understand memory. I know what it is.
That
Most memory.
fucker made you pay $500 for that?
He
you
paid
know,
$800 for
Danny,
it.
why don't you tell him how much
paid-
you get an iPad online?
He paid $800 for this.
Well, I got mine for like $250. So.
Do you?
You want to buy another one?
With this many?
I don't need that many.
Your own
well,
friend
I
ripped
do
you
because I
off.
put a lot of movies on it.
What are you searching for, Rich?
Nothing. I just want to show you guys I finally got an iPad.
Oh,
It's like
yeah,
show
yeah.
and tell.
It's a nice fucking. Is that
I
Bob's
didn't even,
case?
I don't even have any reason. Yeah, I had to change the name on it.
Rich, you have a really good career. You're
Well,
you're
really, what are we, 3 years ago?
Why walk into the Apple store and get the new
But
iPad?
here's the reason
too.
I'm gonna, but here's the reason I bought this.
What?
I don't want to get a new one yet. I wanted to get this to practice on and learn it. and
What are you going to drive your new one into a wall? You don't have to practice on it.
What do you need practice with?
Huh?
Touching things?
Yes.
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 Little stiff.
Actually, I got to put this through a hole in my hand. Yeah. It's kind of nice, though.
Do you have AT&T on it?
No, I just had the Wi-Fi because it's too. Who needs AT&T on it?
Everyone, because you're not going to get service in a lot of places.
I get it everywhere I go. I won't do a gig unless I have free Wi-Fi.
Yes, you will.
That's my
First of all, yes,
stipulation.
you will.
Your new thing?
That's my stipulation.
You'll
That's
do a
in my
gig if there's no
rider.
mic.
I fucking love Voss. We just want to hold you. Don't you want to just hold them?
I am playing the best golf courses. I just got back from San Francisco area.
Yeah.
I played the San Francisco Golf Club and the Cal Club. And
I don't know
people
what
out
that
there would
means.
know.
No
These
one,
are-
but we don't know it. What's that mean?
Good places.
What's it mean? They have a room. You know, they have the room where you drink and eat and stuff. Women aren't allowed in it.
That's a great, sounds like a great place.
Why would you want to hang out
well,
with women?
fun.
You're
But if
so
you know
right.
women- if you know
You're so
women
right.
aren't-
Why have women around?
If you know women aren't
Icky.
allowed in it, you know
Icky
who else
women.
isn't allowed in it. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Yeah, women are icky, right?
Huh?
Rich?
It was great,
Yeah.
man.
You want to go to a? That's why a part of me likes the fact that they don't have women though, because women do fuck up your fun, and these guys like to get hookers and stuff, and the broads would just ruin it.
I gotta agree with Rich. I mean, nothing worse than being behind a foursome of broads.
Oh, broads or Japanese.
Where they're 100 yards out and they're pulling out a. Will this make sense to anyone? A 5-wood.
They're the fucking. I played with two ladies yesterday, and they were older, but they were so hot. They had such nice tits and asses. I couldn't concentrate. Like the front nine, I played by myself, and I shot like 42, and then the back nine, I couldn't stop staring at this lady, their tits and their asses as they were bending over the putt. I almost started jerking off
you,
on the
Bill
fucking
Murray?
green. I was so fucking. I'm just thinking of these old ladies, how fucking dry their fucking snatches are, but how fucking fun it would be if I could get in. You know, oh,
How
God.
old were you? How old were they? Excuse me.
I don't know. Probably
You got me fucked up.
55, 56.
Ew.
So they're your age.
Huh?
They're your age.
A little older. But the one was probably in her 40s. But their just tits were so perfect. And I don't even give a fuck about tits. What a waste of time they are. Tits are fucking. Who
How
cares
often
about
do you
tits?
play golf, Rich?
3-4 times. A lot. I mean, I play a lot.
That's his thing.
3 or 4 times a week.
Yeah. I
What
try
time
to.
do you wake up to play?
It depends. Sometimes 5, sometimes 6, sometimes 7. It depends.
You get up that early every day for just because you want to get up?
It's great to be on a
You know,
golf
I want
course
to get the
early.
fuck out of the house before she gets up. But it's fun. It depends.
what,
You don't
leave
mind
on
the road.
Do you
On
like
the
an
road.
early tea time or no?
Yeah, because I
It's the
get to
best.
play quick, and I don't want to be stuck behind every fucking horrible golfer on the planet. And you know,
You play
on the
with
road-
strangers usually?
Yeah, it's the
Always.
fucking worst on the road, Locus. Unless they're like this. When I was in here last time, this guy called and he got me on a course that was unbelievable. I mean, I played in Atlanta, TPC, Sugarloaf. I played the best courses in the country because I go on radio. I call the course. I go, look, I'll be on radio tomorrow. I'll plug you guys, right? And I fucking get on the best courses, and I wear my golf. That's how I get free golf clothes because I'll wear them into the studio, and they'll start talking about Japan. So I plug in them.
This
and
is
they go-
Plugola. You could go to jail for this.
No, I can't. I can't. I'm not. I'm not fucking.
That's true. He's not paid.
I'm not paid.
You're lucky.
So on the road, what else am I going to do all day? So I go play. You know, I fucking sit in the hotels.
you'll
I
love
chip
it.
balls into the curtain
What's that?
at night. I chip balls. I'm sorry. I hit balls into the curtain in the hotel room. Sometimes I miss and you hear bags on the wall.
Do you really?
Yeah, I'm bored. What am I going to do on the fucking road? A lot of people write jokes. I write on stage. I can't, unless I'm doing one of those.
Can't you be writing while you're playing golf? All of a sudden you think of something, go, oh, and then write it down? Why not?
Sometimes. I mean, I'm not like that as a comic. If I come up with it,
so do you have to sit there in a room with a piece of paper and a pen and just wait for the jokes to come?
No, I never did. I couldn't. When you do a show like Red Eye or Joey Behar or Tough Crowd, that's when
come up
it's
with
funny
some
because
shit.
they give you the topics and you write about them. That's when it's fun.
Right.
But I'm playing golf with guys and you can't tell them you're a comic because they fucking, it's the worst. So I usually
start telling you jokes.
Oh, it's fucking horrible. Although one guy told me a good joke last week. He goes, this guy comes home and says to his wife, tell me something that's going to make me happy and mad. And she goes, well, you got a bigger dick than your brother's. That was the joke. It wasn't bad.
Right.
But I tell him I'm an FBI profiler, and I get more questions, and I just lie my way through the fucking round.
I'm sad for Rich.
Why?
You're living the fan. You want to see what it's like to be like that guy. What are you doing?
Well, I don't want to tell him I'm a comic.
I'm an FBI profiler.
Yeah, what am I going to say? I'm a house painter? That's boring.
Exactly. That's the point. You don't want to talk to him. You don't tell him you have a fascinating job.
Yeah, because then you're going to be caught up in
I'm
lies.
an astronaut.
Right. I was on the last space shuttle mission. You always come up with... I always say marketing, because who the fuck wants to talk about marketing?
Right.
Why? You could say Opie and Anthony.
I don't feel like talking about Opie and Anthony. Oh, I see what you're saying. I fucking should have went with it. I'm sorry, Rich. Touche. Fucking touche. And I'm fucking going to explain why. What an idiot. Good job.
I've said advertising before.
You do, right? Because I don't want to.
No one believes it.
As soon as you say marketing, they don't go. Oh, really? Could you tell me? For who? They don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
at that
but I
point.
like
End of
fucking lying
conversation.
to them all day about the profile.
But usually you're an FBI profiler.
Yeah.
And what do they say? They probably wonder, like, how could his vocabulary is so bad? How could he be a profiler?
Jesus.
Well, they're not the brainiacs on the fucking. They're not
obviously, you're not.
People.
So what kind of questions do they ask you?
Yeah,
Well, I
how
told
do you
them I
answer
worked
them?
on the what do you call it? Seattle, the Green River. What was it called? I worked on that. I told him I worked on.
Wait a minute. You say the Green? You don't even know who the guy is that you worked on.
He even goes for high-profile cases.
Yeah, I told him I worked on
Green Apple Killer.
I told him I worked on the Atlanta child killers.
That was 81. Oh yeah, you're all
yeah.
He's fucked. You're fucked up.
You are fucked up.
You're fucked up. You might have multiple personalities or something.
He doesn't even have one.
That's too twisted.
You're a liar.
That's too twisted. You're an FBI profiler and you work on high-profile cases. That's fucking weird, dude.
I don't do it all the time. Sometimes I say.
The fact that you've done it once.
Do you get caught up in your lies though? Because you don't have enough info on the Green River Killer.
I give them enough.
What do you know on the Green River?
Anymore.
Is it the Green River Killer, Jimmy?
Yeah.
What do you know on that?
It was in Seattle.
Let's make believe you're talking to us. Wow, you're an
it was in
FBI
Seattle.
profiler.
And when we were profiling from the remains, well, then I go, look, I can't talk a lot about it, but it was very.
Even though books were written about it, why can't you?
It was really intense.
What? We had to profile for the evidence. It was really intense. What an idiot who offers nothing.
Are you losing your mind?
Yes.
You are, right? You're losing a little bit, huh?
I'm an FBI profiler. The Green River, whatever it was.
He never disappoints, this fucking guy. Wow.
Whatever.
No, I want to hear more about that. What does your job entail?
Well, they asked me where I work out of. One guy said, where do you work out? I go, in Newark. I work out of the federal building in Newark. And I knew it was in Newark. He goes, well, I go on Division Street, I guessed. So obviously I was right. It was in that area. And I go, now we're doing mainly a lot on terrorists and terrorist type threats and stuff like that. But back in the day, it was more murders and just when we worked on the Atlanta case.
What was the guy's name? Who was the child killer in Atlanta?
Child killer? Some black dude.
What was his name though?
Well, this is a question that someone could ask.
Kyle Grooms. And
no, and the FBI were the ones who actually the police thought in Atlanta that it was a black that it was white supremacist and Klan who were doing it. How did you guys know that it was a black killer?
Well, this is how we knew it. The killer would call. We would talk to the killer, and the killer said there was a body on.
Say the killer again.
The killer said there was a body on Martin Luther King Boulevard or whatever. So we went there, and we had obviously lookouts, and we went to dig up.
You had lookouts.
We had lookouts. We had FBI. We had a lot of G-men, and we were digging up the road. We dug up the side of the road. And we dug up the wrong. Hold on. We dug up the wrong side of the road on purpose.
No, stop him for a second. You don't do this.
What do you mean?
I'm getting really uncomfortable.
I don't do.
You don't do this.
I don't get this much in detail.
You brought this bit to the show today. I appreciate it. You're actually an FBI profiler on the road.
Sometime.
Oh my God.
I didn't say it was a good one.
Uncomfortable.
But you're terrible.
Do people just walk away from you?
Well, when I bite my arm.
You bite your arm when you miss?
Yes.
when what happens, Jimmy? He bites his arm when he misses, but in front of other people. What the fuck? Wait. Have you ever bitten your arm after telling someone you're a profiler? Bro, this guy's an asshole. Who does he catch? I'm fucking drooling. What a fucking
my life.
jerk. You're like six. Wait, so you'll actually you bitten your arm angrily? Where do you bite it? Like, here?
Here. If you ever get frustrated or mad, just fucking bite it till it hurts, and it takes away all the frustration.
So you bite it, and what do they do?
I don't want to ask about the profiling shit anymore.
Yeah.
I fucking bite. I used to. Between my bicep and my shoulder was my spot. I go like this and bite really hard.
When you're frustrated? Or?
Yeah, I don't do it anymore. I don't know why. I guess I'm more chill. I don't know what the fuck
You can't get your
it is.
arm to your mouth. Remember James Caan? Yeah, like that.
So in the middle of telling them you're an FBI profiler, you bite your arm real.
It depends how bad
and
the
then they
shot
don't want
is.
to talk to you anymore.
The green guy, river guy, who was, you don't even know the Atlanta child killer? He's one of the most famous serial killers ever.
What was his name again?
Wayne Williams.
Oh, Wayne, yeah.
So why? Oh, Wayne, of course. So why wouldn't you Google some of this before you tell all your lies?
Yeah.
So you're up on your info.
It's, you know.
How did they get him to explode on the stand? What happened?
They brought up his mom and his childhood. They bring up his childhood. And how did it? But I was right about how they dug up the wrong side of the road.
You were, but just the way you said it was the way
With
Dumbbell
lookouts.
says it.
They had lookouts.
We have lookouts, FBI, profile.
Road.
He just keeps saying profiler. Other profilers.
I don't do it all the time.
The fact that you ever even thought about doing it
Yeah,
once.
if you do it once, it's
humiliating.
too many times.
Well, you never
'Cause you're not
lied. You say you're in marketing.
But that's
Yeah.
where it ends.
But not you want to keep talking.
Yeah, because I know they'll never ask a follow-up question.
If they do,
I swear to you, I don't think they ever have. Because no one that they see, unfortunately, because when you have to write where you work, because you can't fuck up, paperwork. So I write SiriusXM, and they're like, "Oh, what do you do for them?" I'm like, "Oh, fuck, I'm marketing," and I say it like that, "I'm marketing." And it ends the conversation. They don't want to hear about marketing. They want to hear about, some of these radio shows. Not a marketing guy. And then you don't have to talk to them about that crap. Then you could talk to them about whatever you want to talk to them about.
Right.
well, fucking yesterday I played I played the front by myself and the back, and I joined the two ladies and this guy. He knew I was a comic. Hey, where you working? Oh, fucking leave me alone. Then 2 holes later, hey ladies, did he tell you what he does? And it's just so fucking aggravating. And they're so I'm already known as a cranky guy around town. Like,
just say that.
Around town.
Say he's known as a cranky guy around town.
Are you really?
What
Oh, yeah.
town?
Where I live in Hillsborough.
Oh, your actual town. I
Yeah.
thought you meant just on the road. You
No,
just,
well, on
the
the
word
road,
gets out
too.
quickly. Oh, he's the
Yeah.
cranky guy around town.
Yeah, I'm a cranky guy.
So wait, why are you known as a cranky guy around town?
Because I fucking don't have, like, I was in Walmart yesterday and I bought Nicorette gum and the lady said, do you have ID? I go, are you fucking for real? Well, we have to. I go, look at me. obviously I'm over 18.
That is ridiculous.
But I would consider that a compliment. Like,
no,
fucking
it's not.
A.
They do it because they're so brainwashed and so.
You're kind of right.
They're robotic. No one thinks outside the box. No one's scared to make an executive decision, which that isn't a big one.
But no one, a $7 Walmart cashier is not going to make an executive decision about their job. You know,
yes, okay.
To sell you nicotine.
Yeah, she just wants to make sure she doesn't get fired for doing the wrong thing.
The entertainers are talking. Listen to me.
When?
Okay. Oh, I'm rubbing your glue. Shut up. Here's what I'm saying. It's
cranky guy around.
He's the cranky guy on the show.
There's some things in life, like they fucking put their
like they're at Starbucks. Oh fuck! Here comes the
I
guy
was
around
fucking.
town.
Here
I was
comes
in,
fucking ferret
I was
face.
in Dunkin' Donuts the other fucking
Dunkin'
day.
Donuts.
Dunkin' Donuts, and
Here's the
fucking I
thing.
order a tuna sandwich.
In Dunkin' Donuts, you piece of white trash.
It might have been egg or whatever. It could be
I ordered a
egg.
shrimp scampi.
It goes. It might have
They
been
have good
eggs.
tuna there.
Look,
They have good tuna.
Look,
Look,
if you
anyhow, the girl.
look, hold on. Please, we can't let these fucking things just pass us by. You would remember if you ordered a tuna fish sandwich at Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, well, I definitely had one the other day, but I don't know if that was a day.
Why would you go there for tuna fish?
I'm sorry, it wasn't a planned, hey, I got up in the morning and go, I'm going to get tuna today. Where am I going to go? As I was driving down the street, I was fucking hungry. I didn't want an egg sandwich. I was in a rush. I got a tuna sandwich. It wasn't premeditated, okay? So
Good term for your next golf chat.
What, premeditated?
Premeditated.
You like
yeah,
that?
stop spitting on the mic.
Okay.
There's a piece of food on the mic.
Is that part of your tuna fish sandwich?
So the fucking girl coughed, and I made her make me another one.
That's
Hey, you know what?
Yeah.
She
Fair
coughed.
enough.
I don't give a fuck.
clean your hand, Rich. Jesus.
Wait, what?
The front finger.
Oh, are you picking your teeth? He's picking his teeth. All right,
Really?
cranky guy
that
around
little
town.
piece of egg bothered you? Fucking
Yes.
jizz splashes off your face.
Dude,
and a
I'm
little
not saying life isn't without inconsistencies.
Yeah, but when it's someone else's food like that, yes, of course it does.
A little teeny brain was in that tissue.
Rich, you're just the greatest.
So, I'm a cranky guy. My wife won't get, like we go into fucking places, and like the girl at the sub place got mad because I made her wash her hands before she made my sub. I said, go wash your hands.
You're kind of a germ freak.
So why
No,
would
it's
you?
not germs. It's just,
Yes,
you
it
know.
is.
That's germs.
No, it's not the germs.
Then why would you want her to wash your hands? For political reasons?
Yes.
The germs.
For apartheid?
Well, you know what I mean. It's basically the germs, but it's just it's what you're supposed to do. Like when you're on stage, you're supposed to have a great show, which you do. That's what you're supposed to do at work. What I'm supposed to do at work, I do.
But if you,
Sure,
if
just
you don't,
catch the bad guys.
but if you don't care about
So fucking.
FBI profiler, yeah, but if you don't care about germs, who gives a fuck if she washes her
I
hands?
do care about germs. Don't get me wrong.
Do they
but-
put the plastic gloves on?
I make them.
The fancy places do.
I make them.
You know,
Putting
like-
their fucking finger in my cup when they pull it out. Whoop, nope, new cup.
Oh, new cup for the cranky guy.
New cup.
The cranky. Does Bonnie ever get embarrassed?
Yes. She's like so fucking Canadian and passive and.
Has she had it with
like-
you?
Yeah. She had it with me when the Oscar gift basket ran out. When we fucking like when they asked for ID for Nicorette and I yell and won't do it. She goes, just give it to him. I go, no.
You're
First of all-
both right. She's right. Just give it to him, but it is annoying.
Yeah. First of all, you don't want people looking at your dresses on your license, or knowing exactly,
Sure. I mean, obviously, who was the guy that you would use that to get his victims?
FBI profiler. Man, I know the road is boring for you guys, but he's making up a double life for himself.
Hilarious.
Well, no.
Yeah. Why don't you just say successful comic?
I can't lie like that good.
So, okay. So, where else are you cranky? This is just making me very happy.
Just every fucking where. I don't have patience anymore for these fucking people. Where did toll booth the other day? I pull up and they're on the phone. I go, can you wrap it up and take my money? Can you fucking wrap it up?
Wait,
Why do you need them
Why
off
don't you
the
have
phone?
Easy Pass?
And why don't you have Easy Pass?
Do you still not have Easy Pass?
Yeah, but I'm looking into it.
What a fucking idiot!
Look, I was really late to the Easy Pass party, And I've had it probably 4 years
You're
now.
still fucking paying cash and getting a receipt.
I don't get a receipt.
With all the driving you do, what's wrong with
Why do you need a receipt? Why are you looking at me like you're acting somewhere? Why do you need a receipt? Your eyes popped up. I thought you were doing a scene.
Why do you need the woman off the phone? I don't need any interaction with them. Here's
no,
my
to
fucking
hurry
money.
up and
Why
take
do you
my
need a
money.
receipt to write it off?
No, you can. First of all, I've been audited twice. All you need is to log. You don't need, when they come and audit you, they don't go through your receipts with a little thing, in the fucking visor. If you have records that
Why
show.
do you not have Easy Pass?
Okay, let's get back to the receipt.
No, what are you scared of
Bob
with Easy
Kelly's
Pass?
iPad?
What's that?
What's the matter? You think they're going to take your money from your credit card?
No.
What are you scared of?
Yeah, what's wrong with the Easy Pass?
You know what? I'm going to fill it out. I'm really
no.
gonna do it.
It's you're overwhelmed by.
Is he
Rich is overwhelmed because his little teeny mind. There's something about it. It's just overwhelming to you.
There's a lot.
You're opening up today. What is the real issue?
Every day I
No, but what
is it about Easy Pass?
What is it?
I've had it for 10 years.
Just speak your mind right now. Go. Don't hold back. No filter.
There's a lot of paperwork. Tired of paperwork.
I'm not a good paperwork guy.
I'm
but
getting
fill
tired of
out-
paperwork.
But still.
The hours of fucking you sat. Do you know how many hours of your life have been spent in traffic? It's ridiculous. I mean, you're going to hit it with Easy Pass, but it's sometimes 1/10 of the traffic.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it.
Guys like you are the problem. You're the reason. It's like as much as you're in New York, as much as you drive, and you hate all these fucking bad. You're the reason there's traffic. Guys like you.
No.
Yes.
I don't stop.
People like you are the reason that there's traffic.
Oh, God damn it. The FBI profiler just losing.
I got a lot of mucus.
Dude, guys like you are the problem. You're the reason there's traffic.
The people that are the problem are the people that slow down.
You have to slow down and
You have to
pay
slow
the
down and
fucking
pay.
toll.
Oh, it's
That's why
different lanes, there's different
No, you blocked,
exactly.
you blocked the Easy Pass lanes
ridiculous.
because not enough people have Easy
Yeah, I'm
Pass.
gonna get
they're
it. I
in
agree
the Easy
with you on
Pass
this
lanes
one.
to move
Oh,
over to pay their
shit.
cash.
It should be one fucking. Every lane should be Easy Pass. This because of the unions. They have these fucking toll collectors. One non-Easy
Well, you
Pass
can't
lane.
be for or against unions. You can't be for unions for TV and then against unions for this. You got to be,
I'm not against unions for this. What I'm against is when unions become when the priority is taking care of union people and not the public good. I'm against that part of the union. And the fucking Easy Pass should be every lane except for one. If you don't have Easy Pass, you should sit for an hour and 45 minutes while people who have it fly through.
What made you come to that determination?
Because an hour and
45?
50 minutes is too harsh, and an hour and 40 minutes just isn't harsh enough.
It is a great luxury to have, Rich, and you do a lot of driving around
It's
the area to
it's
do
ridiculous.
What's one of the most common crossings that you encounter?
My sexuality.
He's on today. The FBI profiler should be a comic.
What do you mean? What do I
Like
I guess
a toll that you pay all the time.
I guess it would have to be the Lincoln Tunnel.
Holy
yeah, the Lincoln.
Shit.
You know how long you have to wait at the Lincoln
And you're paying
Tunnel?
more money by paying cash. It's just.
You're right. Yeah, I got to agree with you on this one.
You know how much money you could be saving?
Years ago, you should have done this.
Yeah, I know.
And Bonnie tolerates this?
She
just
lays in
slowed
bed
down-
with me. You think that's the biggest
Jimmy,
worry?
as they
What?
slow down to get in line to
480?
pay the cash.
Versus $650. That's a ton of cash you're saving.
$480?
It doesn't cost $6.50 to go. It costs $8.
Well,
Maybe this is old.
That's all. It costs $8.
You're paying a lot more than you have to.
Yeah, I know.
And you're just handing over your cash to these guys in the line. You got to wait for people to get changed.
And they
in
won't
front
even
of you.
get off the phone for
That's-
you.
I know. That's the point.
I love I haven't fucking seen a toll collector. I love fucking just going through. And they just take it off your credit card. They're not going to rip you off. Who
I
cares?
know. Well, listen, I buy shit online with my credit card all the time.
Yeah,
The other
cars.
And you go through and you just go vroom vroom as you go through Easy.
You're
Pass.
overwhelmed by the paperwork.
Vroom, vroom.
He doesn't know how to do the process. He doesn't know where to go. It becomes overwhelming.
Did you do? I got to talk to you off the air. I know how you can get a lot of money, pal. A lot of money.
If it's about Twitter,
No.
A lot of money.
Yeah.
tell me.
Yeah, let's see.
Well, I don't know if you can because you're on payroll. There's a company. I don't know if I'm not going to talk about it. On the air.
Tell me off the air.
Are you making a lot of money with this?
No, I made some decent money.
Is this a
with-
pyramid scheme?
No. No.
You made some money?
Yeah.
How much you make?
Yeah, enough to buy Bob Kelly's iPad.
$5,000.
By the way, everyone is saying that fucking Bob Kelly ripped you off. That
He
thing
probably
was,
did.
that thing was $700 a year ago. And you're a friend. He should have gave it a couple $100.
$350, yeah.
Call him.
Something. He ripped you off.
Call him. and
Email him
say
on your
what-
iPad.
He was able to give you. He was able to get $500 out of you.
I'm not gonna nickel and dime. I'm not that kind of guy.
And how many
Yes,
times?
you are that kind of guy.
Well, I like a deal, but what the fuck? Call him. Say, why would you rip off Rich Voss?
You fucking...
There's 15 minutes to kill.
I don't need to kill time.
No, I do.
Why do you need to? You've done a great 40 minutes so far.
Oh.
We're off to a great start.
You
I want
know
to know why you're so hyper today.
I'm not hyper. I just, whew, I'm wired. Coffee, getting up early.
How's the marriage?
It's good sometimes. It's fucking marriage. It's fucking...
Oh, boy.
Just fucking...
Sounds like it's got even
She's
worse.
fucking broads. You know what? We're in fucking bed the other night. I swear to God, I go, I'm hungry. Maybe I'm going to have... I swear to God, this is how crazy. I go, maybe I'm going to have some... She made chili the other night. It was fucking great. I go, I'm going to have and we ate like at 4:30 or early dinner. So it was like 11. I was fucking hungry. I go, maybe why don't we have some pierogies and chili on it, right? She goes, what's wrong with you? Why can't you just have a little snack? You're fucking crying about gaining weight, and that's what you want to eat. Just have a little snack, like popcorn. Have popcorn, right? And she's giving me this lecture. So I go, okay, well, I'm going to go make something to eat. What do you want? She goes, I'll have chili. I swear to God. And I go, you're fucking just crazy. You can't...
How bad do your
you're
fights
crazy,
get?
too, because you think you're gaining weight?
Oh, I gained like 10.
You gained a few.
10.
We all see it, right? We all see it.
Yeah. Wait. When you guys fight, does it ever get to the point where, like, is it really nasty fights?
Not like you're a hack type fight or you're horrible. Like, we get in fights like...
Do you ever think you're going to hit her?
Oh, my God.
Honestly.
Really?
No.
I'm just curious.
No,
You think
but,
that?
No, I'm wondering.
No, I want to beat her up, but I never hit a girl. I'm not going to jail. But, like, you're going, I could probably pound her.
Really?
You don't get that mad at anybody?
Never.
Yeah, because you got a great marriage.
No, but I've had
no stress.
no,
but you don't have a lot of.
Fuck that.
You know what a lot
Fuck
of.
that. A lot of people say that bullshit. I've had other relationships that were horrible, but I never got to a point where I felt like I could hit her.
When you're married, the most stress, tension, anxiety, whatever, is because of finance. And if you're financially stable, it takes a lot of pressure off of things.
I agree with that.
Okay, so. Like, she doesn't know my pressure. She's making a movie. She has her pressure. She's doing the editing. My pressure is going on the road and doing these fucking shit gigs, paying for fucking everything, okay? 2 other kids, bills. I come home, I got fucking nonstop doing the bills. I got to book myself. I'm booking myself. I'm doing
Do you
everything.
imagine now or no?
No, you're talking to him and my agent.
Wow.
So, and I've been booking myself for over 2 years now. Because I don't,
So what do you do, call clubs?
Yeah.
When you're home?
Yeah, and
What a
I hear
fucking
so
nightmare.
many, and the no's I hear are from fucking, it's all in this business about fucking numbers. It's all it is numbers now. Yeah. It has nothing to do with talent, creativity, originality. It's fucking numbers. And
Well, yes, to get the money you want it is, because you could get booked anywhere.
Yeah, if I go for
if you want to go less,
$800
if you want to
or
go less
$1,000,
than you wanted to, what a lot of guys
but
get.
So like when there's a lot of club propaganda, like when you're booking yourself too, I'm one of a million guys. So if they say no to me, they go, well, that's one less guy we got to deal with. Even though, we're dealing with agents, it's tough enough to deal with them. Now we got to deal with guys on their own. So like, say I was in Denver at the Comedy Works. Right, and I do crowd work. I mix it up. I obviously know what I'm doing on stage. The feedback was, he did crowd work. Well, guess what? It was fucking Halloween weekend, and they were wearing costumes. Okay, so I got to deal with all that shit.
Who cares
in
if
life.
you do crowd work?
I know
If
it's
you're
all
the headliner-
bullshit. It's numbers. It's the bullshit propaganda.
But that's your thing. You're great
I know, but it has
at
But it has
crowd
nothing to
work.
do. So I'm dealing with at home negative work. Is not. There's a lot of positive too. Don't get me wrong. There's great gigs and there's shit gigs.
I hear you.
And there's great benefits. He knows, playing the best golf courses. I'm doing a show at a fucking TPC course for them.
Edit yourself, Rich. Get to the point.
Yeah, you really are.
So we're
you're
talking about fighting.
So the stress is
pressure's at
getting
home,
to you. The
financial
pressure's getting to you
stress.
because you're not making as much money that you would
It's
like.
It's not only not as much as I would like, but
Houses in
the fact that I
foreclosure.
got to do everything to keep the fucking train moving. She's doing what she does. She cleans the house. She cooks dinner. She edits the movie.
She's doing stand-up, right?
Once in a while.
She should be on. She should be doing it full time.
She could, yeah,
She's
but
that damn
I
good.
don't have the time or energy to book her too.
How come Bonnie doesn't have an agent?
No, she's going to talk to somebody.
Jesus, that's
she is.
At least
probably,
she's been doing this movie though, so I mean, maybe it's good she hasn't been on the road because she's editing.
Yeah,
it's like you almost want her energy into this. Cause this could be a much bigger thing.
The movie could lead to some big things.
Yeah.
A fucking hour with Joan Rivers.
All right, we heard.
That's
you.
I know. It's just fucking amazing.
That's a good.
Was she
get for
good?
you guys?
It's just so fucking good and
You're
funny.
falling
and real.
apart. Nervous breakdown.
I'm not falling. Look how calm I am.
Now you came in here really hyper.
Now I got to take a fucking.
Stop with the Nicorette
anxiety
gum too. It's enough time already. You got to get off.
How
that
many
shit.
years?
What
Years.
the fuck is this? An intervention? Let's
No.
do fucking.
But I'm saying you should get off it. You don't
I
need the
know.
nicotine. Just deal with it.
How many years with the gum?
I almost have 5 years off of cigarettes.
But
Let's
5
talk
years on the
positive.
gum.
Yeah.
I almost have 5 years off of cigarettes.
That's
Remember
great.
when I couldn't 3
Yeah.
packs a day?
That's
It's
true.
almost- This June will be 5 fucking years.
But you're obviously
Over
Joan-
25 years sober. Okay, I'm an old timer when it comes to AA. 5 years, a little
But you're
gambling
obviously
here and there.
jonesing with the cigarettes, right?
I thought about one yesterday. I
Of
wouldn't
course you
smoke
did.
it, but I was. You ever get a craving still?
I am occasionally, sure. Like I would love one. Like a cigarette would be great.
Yeah.
The first day of smoking would be great. But by month 1, I'm gonna want to blow my fucking brains out. Like I'll think of it, but then I'm like, you know
You
what?
think about cigarettes still.
Occasionally,
Yeah.
sure. And for the rest of your life, you're gonna have moments. But I know if I do it, I will be
can't
right
stop.
back to where I was, and I'll be fucking the breath and the fucking. That's that fucking horrible,
I have a
horrible
tough
life.
time breathing still, and it's.
Is smoking
5
that
years.
good?
No, it's not addicting.
But I never got it. I never got why a cigarette feels so good.
Sometimes it just feels right.
I remember
Yeah.
when I quit smoking for 6 months, and I started up. Within a day, I was right back to where I left off. Within a day.
Jeez.
There's no fucking.
Danny's right. Sometimes it just feels right, though.
All right.
There's no explanation.
Do you smoke?
No, actually,
Danny's been
4
off
years
for a while.
4 years later this month.
Very good. Wise Guys Comedy Club, Trolley Square, Salt. You get to go to Salt Lake City.
This weekend, yeah.
You
why?
booked yourself in Salt Lake.
Yeah, the guy heard. The guy listens to this station. And he emails me. The owner goes, "I love you on radio, and I like your comedy."
Would you do some skiing out there?
Never, not in a million years.
You
will I
want
go
to ski? Why?
You never hear a good story out of skiing or hiking.
I agree.
You don't hear a good story.
I've skied my whole life.
And I've never heard a good story come from
Not once.
Well, because I don't want to bore the people with my ski stories. I bore them enough with this crap.
It's probably fun, but
You want me to have fucking ski stories too?
At least you can Twitter it. I mean, it's not like
True.
I'm going down the mountain.
All right, I'll tweet a good ski story. Holy shit.
WiseGuysComedy.com for Rich this Friday, Saturday. Salt Lake City. I actually want to. I got offered a gig in Utah too.
I want to
might
go
walk
to
it
Salt
myself.
Lake City.
Hey,
I hear
what-
it's awesome.
what
are,
the fu-
are you? Go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead. No.
No, I really. Don't
Have you been
anything.
there?
No, I
No.
just said I
Oh.
heard it was awesome. So that
Yeah,
means I haven't
I'm
been
gonna
there.
play golf Saturday. I already set up a course.
That's
Unless
cool.
there's somebody that wants to take me to a private course, but
Hey, before we go to break, can I show a video I made yesterday of a monster I met?
Okay.
Do you mind? I got recognized yesterday on the streets, and I met a real life monster.
you got recognized.
It happens, Rich.
I know, but I'm saying from radio. That's the good thing
Yeah, 'cause
about radio.
I haven't been on TV in a while, so yeah, you're right. So the recognition has drastically dropped, but it still happens. It's called My Biggest Fan. It's on my Twitter, Opie Radio. I was with Roland walking around. There's 2 videos I made with Roland. The other one's a good story that we can tell after the break. Roland, we're walking, and we just ran into a Uber fan.
I'm like shaking, look at me.
Why are you shaking?
Because I listen every day since I was 15. I'm 21.
Oh, you've been listening for 6
Can you
years?
pause
Yeah.
this?
And I'm your favorite, right?
You're my.
What is wrong with her?
Well, her mouth is crooked.
First of all, her taste in radio.
She's a big fan.
She's a bit off.
Yeah, but you
Danny,
know,
I saw you cover your mouth.
It's
What's
really,
wrong?
It's really cool to have Rumor Willis as a fan. That's really cool.
Oh wow, it might be just a jaw thing. Well, but what about her left eye?
Well, we need more time on that.
And then someone wants to know if it's a tranny that the operation went bad.
No.
It's not a tranny.
But this.
And does she have like 2 real eyes?
Oh,
There's a lot going on here.
I don't know if
she's
it's
like
too-
a cartoon character.
It might be 2 inside, I guess, but her face is shaped like the episode of Always Sunny when they think that Dennis is a a child molester.
Yeah.
Do you remember how he had that prosthetic
Yeah,
on where he had this big, round, awful face?
All right, continue.
Oh, yeah, that's me. Hang on.
Favorite.
Why?
Today you're so funny.
Today was funny?
Yeah.
Who are you?
I'm Catherine. She doesn't listen, but I was actually just telling her about the half slice thing.
She talks
and
like
she was
me.
laughing.
Yeah, I was hysterical. It was fun.
Wait, about what?
Today when you were talking about like the half slices.
Oh, the half slices.
Yeah.
That's like a gay pizza joint that Jay Moore wants to start. Because like gays, they want to watch their figures, so they only want half a slice, right? Funny, right? Roland, I think I found a girl for you. You want to go out with Roland?
I would. Yeah, I said he was cute. I commented. I said I wanted to poke him.
Oh, you want to tickle him? Go ahead. This is what happens.
You're evil. Oh my God.
Isn't that amazing?
That's amazing.
Just amazing. All right.
Amazing.
So you want a picture or something?
Yeah. What?
Who's got the camera?
Shaking. She has the camera.
Oh, is the camera set?
Yeah, hold on.
We're running away.
Oh,
See, that's the punchline. We ran away from the monster who wanted a picture.
She wasn't bad.
She seemed like a fine enough looking gal.
She was kind of cute.
What do you think the problem is? Jay Moore has entered the studio.
I think she had a
I ran down the
stroke.
hallway because I heard Mushmouth was here. I was like, oh my God.
It's the first time you exercised this month.
It's true.
Wow.
He attacked me, I attacked back.
How about you shut up before I get rolling in here to kick your ass again?
Oh, remember that? You weren't even here.
I was here.
No.
No, we heard about
I'm
it.
always here, bro.
Yeah, I'm crazy.
Don't touch his ears.
Well,
Hey, what do you think's wrong with her, though?
A stroke. She had a stroke as a kid.
A stroke? I'm making fun of someone that had a
she's
stroke.
all right. She's
Yes,
just
that's why her
wrong with the lady
speech
at
was
all.
wrong in her face.
She was nice.
I ran into a fan yesterday, and Jay, she liked the half a slice bit that you came up with.
It wasn't me. It was Ronnie.
Ronnie did the half a slice.
Ronnie did half slice,
What
and then
an
I
asshole
got the
I am.
giggles because I said it to Paul Reiser.
And then you went with it.
You know, I really slept on this Paul Reiser situation.
Was he in studio?
He was a fucking bore. And I figured out what the problem
And
was.
we tried.
He sat there and goes, I didn't want to work. I didn't want to write anything. I don't want to act. And then I'm like, then what the fuck are you doing here?
He came into we were a comic strip on Friday night. He came in to do guest spots.
He said he tagged.
He did?
He said
I went on after him. It was so good to have him open because the audience was just so happy to see fucking me.
He's
it's still, he's like
by the
stuck
way,
in the 80s.
If he's going on in a room, he should be going on at like Gotham or the Cellar, because the Strip is a younger, like, it's not the
Yeah.
room it was when he was working it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No.
He just kept telling us how he doesn't want to work and he doesn't want to. I mean, I really like slept on it because Ronnie kept hitting home like how uncomfortable it was, and I didn't really particularly think it was that bizarre as Ronnie. Like
It was
playing
uncomfortable because we weren't getting anything out of him, and he's supposed to be a funny guy. He's a comic, and there's a room full of funny guys, and he had nothing.
I think he
I
just
heard
we
the
were really
reviews on his
trying.
sitcom. He won't be working next week.
No, I just heard.
And then he's downplaying the sitcom like, yeah, it's a middle of the season replacement. He didn't
Hey,
even
boss,
think
say
much
what you
of
just
his.
said to Roll. Hey, Roland, are you guys square now, Roland and Boss?
Me and Roland go way back now.
All right, I heard
Yeah.
he bent you up like a goddamn pretzel.
Oh, boy, he came in. He fucking destroyed
Do we
me,
have
man.
that audio?
All right, well,
You're
All
on-
I know is
there's the end of that bit.
Here's how.
No,
listen,
yes, he beat me.
This is what bothered me the most. Not the fact that he destroyed me. We were playing Scrabble and I was killing him, and he came in and flipped the board, and I was fucking beating him in Scrabble.
Never beaten me in Scrabble.
I was
Boss could
winning
win
by
in Scrabble.
80 fucking points.
You could win at Scrabble because you don't have to pronounce any of the words. You just have to lay them down.
You know, you throw enough against the wall, one sticks.
He's fucking a
It's
bad
numbers
speller,
game.
too. He's not a good speller.
Say,
But
I
I'm
want church on Tuesday. I missed you, Rich. I missed you. I ran down the halls. I swear, I ran down the hall and they go, "Oh, Rich Boss is in there." And you lost a little muscle mass yourself with your little front porch you got going. What are you talking about?
what do you
got a
got?
little belly
That's
on
true,
you?
right? He did a little
Here
bit.
it comes.
Here it comes.
Here it comes.
All right. Old man abs.
Put some
They're there.
underpants on.
I got fucking
Jersey
Iggy
Shore.
Pop abs. After I saw him without a shirt on, I want to stop working out. Fucking horrible. He looks like he looked into the ark. Did you see him?
Too many words.
Jay, right back with the buttons. Listen, we're going to break, Jay, because we've been going an hour. When we get back, we're going to play. You want to play it into break or when we get back? We got the rolling confrontation with Rich Voss. So the bit's not over.
I'd love to hear it.
We're not going to
at
hear it into break, so we'll play it in show. After the break, we'll do that, okay?
Okay,
And
Bubby.
Jay's going to be at...
Gotham tonight. Rich, you want to open for me?
Huh?
You want to come to Gotham tonight? I'll give
What's
you
today?
Today's
Tuesday. You're
How
dark
much?
on Tuesday.
I'm off today. How much?
Give me a couple $100.
Yeah, I'll do it tonight.
How much you get for a spot someplace?
I don't do spots. I headline Gotham too. So it would be a.
Well, then come by. Then why am I giving you money at all? Just come by and say hi and do some time for everybody.
I live in Jersey. I'm going to drive home from
Oh,
here
okay,
and then
it's a
come all the way
hassle.
back. It's
I
a
wanna
fucking
see a
hour
hassle.
home.
Jay, we
Look,
just talked finances with Rich. Give him a couple $100, please.
Here's what happened.
Please give him a
I
couple
called him on his
$100.
couple hundred things, and he reevaluated. Said, you know what? Maybe 300 is too much money for a.
Because Joe Matarese, it's just a two-man show.
He's a funny dude, though.
I don't have an MC ever. I hate it.
Dude, I have to have I have to have a 3-man show. Because I piss between the feature and myself. I have to.
I piss and shit the entire time the guy's up there for the entire 20 minutes. And then I don't get introduced. They just play music. And then when the music plays and it's just a blank stage, I'm like,
And then
don't
you
say,
just walk out?
Just walk off stage. They know why they're here. You've seen them on the. That's the great credit. You've seen them on Comedy Central.
Yeah. Why don't you?
You know,
fly,
your credit.
Why don't you fly in Dina Cola from obscurity and have him?
No one knows what that means.
Why you making
I do.
fun of Mike?
I
Poor
do.
Mike. 5 people got that. Rich.
Yeah.
I do.
Granted, it's very funny, but only 5 people.
Nobody
got that.
wants the razor sharp mind of an FBI profiler turned on them.
Save that for after the break. That's too much for Jay Moore right now. We got some stuff to explain after the break. Are you doing Gotham?
Hold on. Fucking Rich Boss just pointed at me and said, look at his head.
Rich.
Nice head. Like, what are we, fucking Valley View Road in Verona, New Jersey? Hey, nice head. Don't get wise.
Are you going to do Gotham tonight? Let's negotiate this. Do Jay Moore's Gotham show tonight.
How
You can make fun of me the
he
whole
has-
time.
And then Rich is
he
going to
has
hit the...
Matarese on it. How would I do it? You want me to host it?
Yeah, host it.
How
Say
about I just
came
bring you
by.
up to do some time so I can have a rest?
What do you mean during your act?
Whatever.
Whenever. He'll fucking...
It's fucking horrible.
I'm not going to fucking,
What if you
whatever.
don't want to do
If
it?
you don't want to do it,
it.
don't do it.
I'll host it.
But I don't want to fucking go in pocket for no reason.
I'm going to do time. I'll do 20 up
Right,
front.
but it's like a luxury that we don't need. Like it's a luxury to have
Thank
you
you.
there because I do think you're hilarious.
He'd love
Thank
you to
you.
do a guest spot, but he
Oh,
wants
if I
to
was
give
in
you
town,
nothing.
I would love to do a guest spot.
So just hang out in the city. Just sleep on the subway.
Just ride the subway back and
25
forth.
years. I used to do that all the time.
Yeah, and how's it
It's
working
just-
out for you? You
Things are
fucking
good.
zilch. You just complain to everybody you have no money.
I have enough. I mean, I'm keep putting it into this movie. You want to?
He's
No.
the book himself. He's the book himself. He's
Yeah.
no agent.
No,
Fuck
no
it, you
booking.
do that.
Where's Jason Steinberg?
No, first of all, he was my manager. He wasn't my personal appearance guy.
What's the difference? 5%.
Hey, everybody, we're all going to get laid.
Magic.
Listen, Rich Ross is going to be at Wise Guys Comedy Club, Trolley Square, Salt Lake City, Friday and
Oh, that place
Saturday.
is the best.
Jay, save it.
For
We're
real?
going to break
Yeah.
it. We'll rock until
Salt
10.
Lake
no
City.
problem.
Go see Rich Voss.
And Jay Moore tonight at Gotham. We'll continue.
Virus, Sirius XM. This is the Opie and Anthony Show. Opie and Anthony.
All right, now it's me and Rich. Lost Jay Moore and Jim Norton. I don't have anything to say to you.
I know. I'm tired.
We've hung out enough.
No.
I don't have any questions for you anymore.
When are you taking me out to dinner and Bonnie for sushi?
You know what? I think this is the last show until Anthony gets back. So,
well,
I think I'm gonna fucking shut her down and take a few days myself. So, you want to play golf?
Yes.
Are you
gonna be
around?
next week? I'll be back Monday.
No, I could play golf tomorrow or Thursday.
I can't play Thursday. I can play tomorrow. But it's going to rain tomorrow.
Oh, it is? All right, we'll figure it out after the show.
I'll play next week, definitely.
Yeah.
Are you off next week?
No.
Oh.
And it took 2 weeks, and yeah, a lot of people are confused, but I have a kid. I can't go anywhere. It's tough to go on vacation. He's 11 months now. And my girl's still at school and doing other stuff, so we're fucking locked up. So I'm like, am I going to sit home for 2 weeks, or can I come in and do a few shows? So I decided to do a few shows. And now I'll take a few days off and relax a little bit. That's all. I usually go away, but this is one of those years I don't think I could do that.
Why, take the baby on a trip.
I'm not ready. When did you start taking the baby on the trip,
Too
Jay?
early.
It's too early, right?
I took my son to Hawaii when he was like 3 years old.
Well, 3. I'm talking about an 11-month-old.
Well, if you don't mind, do you have a nanny?
No.
Where do you want to go?
We don't trust anyone yet.
What do you mean you don't trust anybody yet?
I don't trust anyone yet.
You trust yourself?
Barely.
You just ran away from a fat girl in the street.
Barely. I barely.
leave our
And my
kids-
kid was strapped to me, by the way. He was like, "What the hell are you doing?"
You plowing?
He gave me a "What the hell are you doing?" look.
You running up Fifth Avenue like Earl Campbell,
right? Away from that
He's
monster.
from my hometown.
No one cares.
Tyler, Texas.
Oh no, I meant Milt Campbell.
Huh?
Milt Campbell.
I learned something from Jay. I'll say it again. I learned something from Jay's book. Don't do anything significant with your kid until at least 3 or 4.
What are you talking about?
Because they don't remember
They have no memory
anything.
of it.
What?
That's not true.
What
Yeah,
earliest
the only-
memory? Go.
What's your memory? Not the memory your parents told you. You
No,
remember,
I remember-
you wore those little
yes.
cowboy boots?
No, I remember I remember once walking down to the river, to the brook, getting undressed and walking home naked when all the kids were getting out from school. I remember walking
How
to
old
the
do you remember
basement.
the older man that took you there and brutally sodomized you by the rocks?
And made you walk home by yourself without your clothes?
Put your little Jewish face in the mud.
I like how Rich can't think of an answer, so he just looks at Jimmy and goes, huh? Like, so Jimmy will repeat it so he can think of a fucking joke.
That's how you do it. You go, what?
But
I know.
How old were you,
Huh?
Rich?
I was probably 3.
You
And then I
remember
walked in
walking
the-
around naked
Yes,
in
I remember
Jersey?
walking into
What,
the
Passaic
basement,
River?
taking a shit in the basement, just taking a dump on the floor.
At 3-ish?
Yeah.
What
That's
about?
good. That's not antisocial behavior.
Yeah. What about you, Jimmy? Earliest memory?
Being at Turtleback Zoo, I vaguely
Yeah,
remember.
visiting relatives.
Yeah.
Boss. That was a great one.
Oh boy, that's a knockout punch.
Yes, I was at Turtleback Zoo when I was young.
How old were you?
11.
Perfect. Nothing was better than yesterday when you go, you're just a great comic, and just congratulations on everything. And Richie Gervais goes, oh, thanks, mate. And he goes, I was talking to Louis. Anyway,
Okay.
my first memory was I was at the Passaic River with my parents, and we were having a picnic, and a naked Jewish kid walked up walked past us, and he said, what's everybody staring at me for? Who's seen my diaper? I'm wearing Huggies 11 now. I'm a big boy. No, I was like looking up the street, just weird snippets
Really?
of like...
How old?
I would say 4, but that's like we're talking about like a slideshow of a memory, like one photo. Like
That's
you
a
don't,
frame.
Like you don't remember like going on like Barnegat Bay and fishing at like 4 years old. Like, come on, we'll take him. It'll be great.
Right.
Well,
My
listen-
son doesn't
listen.
remember shit that happened at school that day. It's like they wipe his fucking slate clean every
Listen,
day.
fucking Dr. Moore. You remember things. You know that you.
He's saving
here's the
people a
thing.
lot
Here's
of
what-
money.
Stop it. Listen to me. Here's the thing.
excuse me.
With kids, whether they remember or not, a kid's foundation is being with his parents, being loved, and they know they'll
How would
grow
you
with it.
know?
They'll listen.
You're not
he
loved.
knows what I'm talking about. So if your kid is with you on vacation, and this and that, there might not be memories of the vacation,
But the energy.
the feeling of love will translate.
Yeah, but you don't need to go to
and
Disney to
Don't you
get
think
that
I
done.
love my child just as much in the Pacific Palisades?
Not as
Exactly.
much as you
In
would
my
love him in Hawaii.
And my Hawaii's a pain in my
No,
ass. He's
I
the
know,
reason I'm
you
not
know it.
sleeping till noon because of this kid.
Right.
You know what
Hey,
I'm saying.
everybody, we're gonna get laid. Yeah.
The memories are there, but
He's
it's-
right. You
take
can do
it-
those memories at home.
And you could also go on vacation and do them too. You do not go on vacation because
wanna
you have a
relax
kid.
Here's my
on
book. I'm going to
vacation.
just read from it. And
Well, you'll be the only one.
yeah, it's fun. It'd be funny if it wasn't on the New York Times list.
Every book is. Okay, I didn't even write
Really?
a book and it's on there.
What's it called?
It's called I Didn't Write a Book and it's on there. It's called
Every book doesn't make
I
the
Have
list.
Sushi.
Not even close.
Huh?
Every book doesn't
You got to
make
sell 6,000 books to crack the top 15 on that list
6,000?
in the first weekend.
Oh.
Don't chew gum into the mic. It's bad enough.
We gave up on that.
It's
Fucking
Nicorette gum.
With your Warren Beatty teeth.
Nicorette gum
Brand
for
new,
5 years.
33,000 implants.
You're the only guy I know that brags about terrible shit.
You want to see the YouTube? You want to see
You
some
wanna see
fucking
my
gross?
teeth? $33,000.
Listen to me, Elephant Man Head. Go to YouTube. Go to fucking YouTube and go. You'll see the grossest thing. They filmed it. When they're shooting Nova, it's fucking.
It is a good video. You without teeth is disturbing. Really quickly,
You
from
like-
the
you
Nicorette
like it?
website, hold on. The recommended course of therapy is 12 weeks for the gum.
Yeah, it's
You've been on it
just-
for 5 years.
Yeah,
and
I
then
was
in
on
big
cocaine
letters.
for 20-something years.
All right, you know, that's a good point. Good point. I'm going to stop. You got me.
You're going to Trolley Square, Wise Guys.
Yeah,
That's the room that holds 80 people.
It's like 100 people.
No, it's all right. Sorry.
Yeah, 80. Yeah, it's not a lot. Yeah, you're right. So what are you
doing a room
saying?
with 100 people?
Don't make him feel bad.
I
Fly,
he has three rooms.
fly across the country.
Jay, don't make him feel bad. We
I-
heard,
listen, I'm
it was
making-
I
brutal.
told them it's like my favorite city.
Listen,
I love
getting,
that
first
place.
of all, I'm
But the
getting the
hour
money.
bef-
I'm getting the money I need.
This much?
Huh? No. What are you kidding me? I wouldn't do that over the phone.
You missed the hour before you got here, Jay. It's very depressing.
No.
Ask him what he does
It's
on
not
the road.
depressing.
Ask him what he does on the road besides play golf.
I have the Elephant Man's head. Who gives a fuck about his finances?
No,
I obviously
this is
need a
not a
doctor.
finance thing.
I'm John Merrick. You talk like the fucking guy.
Okay, so we can do it.
You gotta sleep in your
You
You gotta sleep in a fucking
Yeah, but
chair.
here's the difference. I don't have to talk. We still have to look at you. Here's the
You
difference.
do have to talk, Rich.
Yeah, it's your
You're a
fucking
comedian.
job.
That's your whole fucking livelihood.
You have to
sir.
talk.
No, there's
You
only
can't
80
talk.
people there. They don't care.
You look a guy hitting zero that just bats fucking leadoff every night. He's
I never
due.
fail.
I'm due.
I never fail on stage.
Rich,
Never.
Tell
What?
Jay Moore what you do on the road besides play golf because it's deeply depressing and we got to
I forgot.
hear it again.
What do I do?
He makes believe, ready for this?
Oh, when I
that
play
he's an FBI profiler.
When they say, what do you do for a living?
On the golf course, because you don't want to talk about comedy.
No, but he
Right.
wants to talk about being
But he
an
wants to
FBI
talk.
profiler.
Right.
He's living out this fantasy of just being a smart guy.
Very smart.
And then we asked,
Very smart.
and then we asked
call
him,
it-
we asked him basic shit, and he didn't know. He didn't know the names of the
But they don't
serial
have those
killers that
kind
he
of
was profiling.
But here's the thing: the public doesn't know those questions that you know.
He probably dropped the guy on Long Island off. He had no idea it was him.
There's a serial killer.
Yeah.
who's on Long
Yeah, I
Island,
know.
Rich.
They just
Do you?
found body 10.
Okay.
Did they? Oh,
Yes.
let's hear a little bit about it.
Yeah, you're the FBI
Well, they
profiler.
went past their perimeter, and they're outside the perimeter, and they went
Who's
farther.
they?
First of all,
Which
it's
went-
called his comfort zone. It's not called the perimeter.
No, the perimeter where the bodies were found.
You need the,
The
lingo.
comfort zone.
The comfort
killer
zone
has
is
a comfort zone.
is where he kills, or his comfort
And
for
they
killing.
went, they went outside his comfort zone.
No, they went outside the perimeter of where the bodies were found. The other 8 bodies.
That's the
Which would be the
comfort
fucking
zone.
comfort
No,
zone.
the comfort zone is where he is killing in his comfort
When do you have to
zone.
give that shirt back to a black act?
I would, but I don't know his real name.
It's a rugby shirt.
JB Smooth. Smooth. Ruckus.
And tell him about the lookouts.
He's got lookouts. The minor league team, the Chattanooga Lookouts.
He's got lookouts.
So anyhow, let's get
when
back
he's
to
in
Wise
the-
Guys.
No, when he's in the FBI, you got lookouts.
Yeah, look
You want to call someone from the FBI?
You got one?
Tell me about the lookouts.
Well, when we
That's how
were
they
doing,
caught
when we
the
were
Atlantic.
when we were digging up the fake bodies in Atlanta, we had lookouts to see who was in the crowd and if there was any white people, and there was no white people, so we knew that the serial killer wasn't white. That's all. You know, it's hard to explain serial killers.
Serial killers are normally white, yeah.
I know, but this one was black in Atlanta.
There's a lot more black ones than you think, though. They just
Yeah,
kill
they're
their
fucking
own.
white girls.
They just killing their own race.
What did you say, Rich?
Nothing. All right. So, tell me about Wise Guys. If you know the room, obviously you work there.
No, it's because I play the big room, and then you go, well, who's in the little room? It's adorable.
Oh, that's me.
Trolley Square.
I'm looking forward to this. I
It's
love
awesome.
fucking. First
You're
of all,
gonna
I love.
it. And Keith Stubbs is great. The owner's great.
Yeah.
And Salt Lake City is the coolest town. It's the cleanest.
I haven't offered to go there. I've never been.
You gotta go.
Really?
Yeah.
I hear nothing but good things
It's
about
so clean and great. And great.
I already said it.
It's incredible. And the more, like, I had this whole preconceived notion of Mormons. They're the fucking best. The whole religion is based on fucking hanging out with your family. Not the polygamists, the real, you know, the OG Mormons.
What do you do in Salt Lake, though? What's there to do?
I'm gonna play golf.
Where do you go anywhere? I mean, you guys, do you do shit on the road? I just fucking sleep and watch Law and Order.
Depends. Law and Order's the word. Have you ever seen a black criminal on that fucking show? No. They're all white.
No.
Yes. Every killer on every crook on Law and Order
What about
is
Ice-T?
white.
Did you ever see the gay, when Ice-T had to break up the gay black athlete ring?
No.
There's like gay black, I don't even know what the crime, it was on SVU, I don't even know what the crime was. And apparently like a quarterback. One of them had HIV, and he was like spreading HIV to other athletes. It was going to ruin the whole league. It was like a fucking Scooby-Doo episode. It was bizarre. And he goes undercover and he goes to like barbecues and shit. And then he comes back in like halfway through the episode. You didn't see this?
No,
halfway through the episode, he comes in. He goes, "Turns out our man Jesse O'Brien, he's on the down low." And then he leaves. Like that's his undercover work. Like there's no photography, no written report. There's no like no one wore a. He just goes. He comes in his floor-length sweeper leather coat and goes, "He's on the down low," and he leaves. And then they go fucking break it up.
They're doing Law and Order Portland next year.
Why'd you do that? Why?
I watched some of Law and Order L.A. last night for the first time.
I
don't
love
know.
it.
Do you?
I like
love
that.
it.
The lead guy who was in Spider-Man is good.
Molina?
Is that his name? Yeah.
Let's call.
What'd
an
you watch
FBI.
last night?
What do you want to ask an FBI man?
Man.
Let's talk to a real FBI person.
I don't want. I'm not. I'm going to call a CIA guy. We all have phone numbers. Okay.
You gotta
We're not
tell him he's
impressed.
on the air before you off the air first. You
Yeah.
can't just put him on.
I'm going to have him take care of you when you go up to Salt Lake.
Oh, he's from
You
Salt Lake?
can't just have him into the mic. Jay, you can't just do that.
All right, well, I can have a conversation amongst yourself. Hey, Matt, it's Jay Moore. You're on radio, so don't curse.
You can curse. It's.
My friend.
I turned it down.
So how do
but-
I put it? What?
Oh no, not is he all right?
now.
Yeah,
that's all right. All right, all
Are
right.
you all right to be on the radio?
Yeah, just put him on speaker and throw the phone next to the fucking
What do you sound very
microphone.
busy?
It's probably a crime scene.
It's probably digging up bodies on the
I gotta-
beach.
Utah.
I got a comic.
He's
Long
outside.
Island,
You
I got
asshole.
a comedian coming up. He's playing Trolley Square. When you going there?
Friday, Saturday.
Friday and Saturday. This guy's really great. Are you going to be up there at that time? All right. His name is Rich Voss.
Please arrest him.
Who?
He said Voss is coming in. Look at Voss. That's Juice with the Feds.
Yeah, fellow profiler.
Yeah,
Talk
we
about
were
the
just making
case.
fun of him because when he plays golf, he tells the people he's golfing with that he's an FBI profiler. So I said, "You'll get along great with Schramm, with Doormat Schramm."
Ask him if he read John Douglas books.
All right, go break Voss's balls when he comes up there, okay?
Ask him if he read John Douglas.
He started. He started. as a
I know
profiler.
who he is.
Journey into Darkness.
Yeah, I know. I know who Robert Ressler is. I know
I
who
read
they
all
are.
three of them.
That was fucking dull radio. Sorry.
That's all right.
I thought it'd be more exciting. I
Is
thought
he from Salt Lake?
Yeah.
What are the odds that you have an FBI,
got one for every
FBI
state.
guy's card in your wallet?
I got about 14 states.
And why do you keep a wallet in your front pocket?
Because so girls can check out my ass.
It's also not bad. It's bad for you to sit on your wallet. It's very bad for your back.
Not
Plus
your,
it'll
not
fall
your
out.
wallet because there's nothing in it, Rich.
Yeah, your wallet's fine.
So why are you in financial
It's
straits?
One
crazy in
Discover
here.
card.
It's
One
crazy.
Discover card.
Diners Club.
Radio Shack Battery Club card. Why are you in financial
You
straits?
just hit the hat trick on that one.
That was funny.
Why am I what?
Funny stuff.
What part of that run wasn't funny?
Exactly.
Yeah, that was a good run, Rich.
It was about
He
me.
said
so-
Discover. He said Diners. He said
Well,
Discover. He said
I
Diners
said
Club.
thin-
I said
I
Radio
started
Shack
with the thin wallet.
Batteries Club card. That's a fucking comedy pyramid.
What was your question you asked?
Why I wasn't here when we were talking about your financial straits. What's happening with you, man?
Nothing. It's,
He books himself.
You know this
What do you mean
business.
nothing? I come in and Opie goes, "Oh my God, wait
No,
a fucking
I'm not
minute. It was a
making-
sad
listen,
problem."
listen,
and you're
no,
like,
it's a sad
"Nothing's
hour."
wrong."
No, I'm financing our movie, so I'm going on
What
the
movie?
road. Bonnie and I are making a movie called Women Aren't Funny. It's a comedy documentary. Everybody's in it. Big.
Why didn't you get Jay Moore's?
He was in L.A. and
Is it
I
too
mean,
late
we're
to
where
get
they
Jay
make
Moore's?
movies.
We're getting big acts. So
Why don't you get Jay Moore? It's not too late.
we're done filming. We would throw him in maybe for a cameo.
You know what my albums, my special's called?
No, how?
Funny for a Girl.
Yeah,
So it's interesting that you had a whole thing.
Women Aren't Funny that we have copyrighted. Anyhow,
I'm not using your title. I'm just saying.
Relax, Rich. Relax.
No.
No one's going to steal your idea at this point.
so I'm
Nobody wants
saying,
to.
Are you kidding me? This is. Believe you me, this
I'm
is
just
a
breaking your
fucking.
balls.
It's a great,
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
a great project.
Your tiny, horrible hands you have. God.
Okay, really?
Come on, Matt Roloff, finish your story.
I like that. Vinny Brand sounds just like him, too.
Like
Yeah.
who?
You got to know
Matt
the show.
Roloff. Come on,
You
stiff
gotta know the
fingers.
show.
You have Vinny Brand on.
Come on, open up a fucking pumpkin patch or finish your story. One or the other.
Exactly. Do a magical dance, would you?
You're really doing little. That was a fucking. You're really doing little people, big world humor for 10 people out there.
Tell us a fucking riddle. Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
No, for real. What's going on
Yeah.
with your finances?
Nothing. I mean,
Why does
I'm
Bonnie
not
go out
making
and
the
earn?
money I was making,
Why
but
not?
I will. It goes
Side
up and
shows
down.
are
You
not
know
what
the
they used to.
business goes up and down.
No, just pretty. It's kind of like just a nice plateau for
Right.
guys like Jimmy and I.
Only goes
yeah.
up.
Well,
Why did it go down for you?
Can you take the
why? Because I'm not doing the numbers I was doing.
No one.
And I'll
is.
tell you, huh?
No one.
No one
is.
is. The
Really.
economy's
I know.
Jimmy
rich.
is.
In some places.
Well, come
Some
on.
places.
Fucking 5 sold out shows in Columbus.
Yeah, that was good.
To fucking, you got to play for Ohio State to fucking make that happen.
Yeah, it was
It's gonna be
good.
Nick Mangold. I know it wasn't that funny, Rich. You know the fucking critique. One thing about Rich, it's like the fucking comedy police.
I wasn't even paying attention. If I was kind of pleased, you'd be arrested 10 times over. But I wasn't paying. I was daydreaming about what
The big
case?
Keeping why numbers are down. And
Stop
I
chopping
was
your gum.
daydreaming about why numbers are down.
well, no, 'cause
Exactly.
after
Why
last
did you say
comic,
thinking?
because I was daydreaming. After last comic, when we went on tour, we were selling out fucking theaters and clubs. But I
By the
couldn't.
way,
I couldn't. Huh?
You're lucky I didn't take you guys to fucking court. You went out on tour with a fucking show name that I created.
No, that's not
the
true.
Last Comic.
No, you're wrong. We went.
Last Comic Standing 2, TOO.
No, comics of last comic. It's just like saying
Comics of Last Comic Standing is
You're
my
right.
fucking show. Where's my taste?
No, where's your taste?
You
Right,
motherfucker.
yeah. Listen to me, I made that show, so shut the fuck up.
You did, man. You were fantastic on the
Thank
show.
you.
I lobbied for you to be on it.
You
should be
lobbied?
a little fucking nicer to me.
You fucking lobbied for me to be on it. You guys begged me. I was going to say no to it.
And what did I
fucking-
s-
And what did you say? You called me and said, do the show. And I said, okay.
Rich, I will never in my life try to convince someone to be on television. That's what I said to you.
That's true.
Whatever.
I said I'm never going
we'll
to call
talk-
someone and try to convince them they should be on television.
So
Yeah.
who was
So
on the
how's
tour?
that me begging you to be on the
Because
fucking
you called
team?
me and we talked for 40 minutes.
What part? When you fucking
Thanks.
went and auditioned for the show, that's me
No,
calling you
here's-
and begging
no,
you.
listen to me,
you went
dummy.
and stood in line like
Listen,
a fucking
stop it.
herb.
No, I didn't, you fucking Jamoke. Listen, I went to the
He
first...
thought Jamoke was going to get a big laugh.
No,
Yeah,
no,
he fucking paused. He said Jamoke and
Yeah,
fucking
usually
took a
don't
break.
pause. Usually don't pause.
Yeah,
You
you
fucking
Jamoke.
Jamoke, beat,
Listen, I'm not going to fight
Is there a
everybody.
real issue here with you and Jay?
No, I like
I'm feeling
Jamoke. I
something.
played fucking
Does this go
golf
way
with him.
back?
I showed him my asshole.
Is it-
What are you kidding me?
We've all seen your asshole.
Talk
though.
out of it.
That's
No,
a high
I
to
have
you.
not-
That's not
Are you
special.
kidding me?
We've
I
all
have
seen
not-
the
no.
But the thing with
That's
Rich-
with me and Jay is
You guys
is
got a
to
real
go back
issue
and
that goes
fuck with
way
each
back?
other.
I have
What are you
no
kidding
issue.
me?
I think Rich is hilarious, but for Rich to go like, you begged me to be
No,
on
I
that
didn't
fucking
say
show.
that's
but
weird.
You
Really does.
no, but
Just
you
said-
just
You
said
did just say that.
Okay, here's the thing. But you said before that.
Who was on the tour?
What did you say before that?
Exactly. It's
You
not
went
the
on.
tour.
You went on tour.
Who was on the
with
tour?
with the
Touching
Last
me.
Comic Standing tour.
It wasn't. It was me, Dave, and Corey the first season.
And those are 3 people
Yeah.
that
That
run a
did
show
well.
called
Yeah.
what? Last Comic Standing.
Yes.
What was the name of the tour?
Rich, Dave, and Corey.
That's not the fucking name of the tour.
No,
There
what-
was no name
I'll
of the
fucking
tour.
look- It's a fucking
It was-
internet in
yes.
front of me.
Yes, go
He's
ahead.
scared that you still want your taste.
No, there's no possible. When you say
What was the
comics
name of the
from
tour?
comics from Last Comic Standing,
Right, that's my show.
you're right. But it's not saying Last Comic
What if,
Standing
what if
tour.
right now?
I can go on tour right now and
What
say
if right-
comics from
You still
Opie and
get a
Anthony,
creator
and I
piece
wouldn't
of
have
that?
to.
No, you
No
could
Yes,
not.
I could.
man.
I
No,
could
you
say
could
comics
not.
from. Yes, I could.
You
I'm a
couldn't
comic
mark
from Opie and
What
Anthony.
fucking planet are you from?
You
that you
can't
can go
do
out
that.
on tour and market your tour comics from the Opie and Anthony show
So you're
without
saying,
Opie
you're
getting a
saying
fucking
when
bite.
you go on the road, you can't use any of your television credits.
No, it's not using your credits. You're
You can't
selling
use
the,
the name
show
of the show.
as their show.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying comics from.
We understand
If
what
you get
from
a,
means.
get a lawyer on the phone. Get a lawyer on the phone.
You're a fucking Jew. Call one.
I don't need get a
Here's
lawyer
the
on the
thing.
phone. Get a lawyer on the phone.
You're getting nervous that he's going to ask for his
Yeah,
taste.
you-
Are you kidding me? It's,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
All right, so you were doing theaters.
And the reason I didn't hold on to that audience because the people that used to watch Last Comic
The
Standing,
people know.
okay, expected clean television, and then they come to see me live, and I'm talking about hot loads on their back, and that's
It's
not what they
also
were used
hard
to.
because then there's a new crop every year of
Yeah.
people.
But then season 2.
You were in season 1, right?
He was on
Yeah.
twice. He was on
Season
2
1
seasons.
and
You got
3.
2.
And I made it to the finals, to the end in both. That's how powerful Rich Voss is, bitches. Okay?
You know, if you guys
So
were
powerful, you're playing in front of 80
if they were
people
on
in
the
Utah.
air, if they were still
Trolley
on,
Square.
At
if
Trolley
they were on
Square.
the air, I would have
You
won
would have
that.
won if you guys.
Oh,
if you guys
so-
run, if
oh.
you guys were on the air, he would have won.
Season 1?
Yeah.
We were off the air at that point?
Anthony, you had a square asshole, you
No.
shit bricks. I don't
We
want to
were
hear
off
that
the air.
shit.
You remember you were taking pictures of me in Montreal?
It fucking killed me, trust me.
I remember remember. Sorry.
You heard that story? All of a sudden, these girls come up to us. Can I get a picture? I'm like, yeah, of course. I'm Opie from. And all of a sudden, they hand me the camera. They wanted a picture of Rich Voss. It was the worst day of my life.
Wow, that's a big.
It was the worst day of my life.
Precipitous drop.
And Rich has never let me forget that. By the way. Was that a bummer?
Two planes collided on the runway.
I know at JFK.
A fender bender on the fucking tarmac.
You would think they would have that figured out by now.
That first season was fucking great.
But how do you? But I like how you got off the your point of you don't have to give money to me for saying comedians of Last Comic Standing.
Well, first of all, I don't, and second of all, if I had to give money to anybody, it would be to Peter Engel. Right?
Who was my partner. Me and Peter Engel split our back end.
Well, I already paid him, so you better get your money from him.
You still get a
he owes you some money? No, what do you? I'm paying
You still get a
nobody.
piece of that, right?
You get a taste,
You
Jay?
creator?
Yeah.
You still get a taste?
It's NBC and then me and Peter. It's split 3 ways.
I'll tell you that one fucking girl, Eliza, looked good last year on TV. I worked with her.
Schlesinger?
Yeah, she looked fucking.
I feel like girls.
Is she pretty? I've
She's
met
all
her.
right,
I
up
don't
close. She's all right.
She's
got
cute,
a nice
but I don't
body.
remember.
I thought girls aren't
Did
funny.
she win? I'm trying to talk to you.
I didn't say who said. I said pretty.
No, you said
She was
you
good
said-
when I worked with her. I didn't say they weren't.
Did she win
was-
or no?
Yes. Quit touching me, you freak.
No, you don't like me at
Look at that. She looks good in that.
Let me see.
Yeah,
Oh, wow, she does look. She's actually.
Bonnie's a beautiful girl.
Yeah.
He doesn't think so anymore.
I do too.
Not really.
She let herself go.
No.
We see it in your eyes. You don't think so anymore.
All right.
Is she get put on some pounds?
I like the way her
she
hand
looks
is
good.
positioned on her hip.
She looks good.
I think she's a real pretty
Bonnie's
girl.
fucking hot, Rich.
She's good.
What's wrong with you?
They're hot. You know, it's so funny when I don't see it. But here's the thing: when
You don't see that Bonnie's
No,
hot?
she was hot when I first met. She's
What
hot.
about when you look at Neil Brennan? Do you go, yeah, Bonnie is hot?
That's hilarious.
What's going on with you two?
Isn't he making
Nothing. There's nothing
This is a
going
Paul
on.
Reiser thing happening.
No,
No,
there is nothing going
Why
on.
did you
here.
have a problem with Paul?
We had
No.
Paul Reiser yesterday. We don't want to go back to the
fucking
Paul
listen
Reiser
to what we
thing.
were just
Yes,
talking
but I didn't know if
He
you
was
had a
too busy
problem.
chewing.
I didn't know if you two had a
He's too
fight or
busy thinking of
argument.
one-liners about the Elephant Man.
Yeah.
I didn't
Go
no,
back to
that's
the-
already let it go. I didn't know
Reiser
if you
gave
guys
us
were
nothing.
arguing.
Okay, Rocky
yesterday.
Dennis. I know it's not funny. I just wanted to strip it from you.
Yeah, you should be like Rocky Balboa or something.
Oh yeah.
Word.
People are.
You want to move on?
Can you? I like
What do you
people.
want?
The whole.
Oh, you want to go to the phones?
Jay Moore's an intellectual bully.
People are begging you to stop chewing the fucking gum.
Yeah, it's
They're
really
begging at this
annoying.
point. You're going to be all right without the gum? Really, they're
Who,
begging.
Frank and Bill?
No, it's Chomp. It is.
What's
Is
that?
it loud? You can hear it?
Yeah, no,
Oh,
you're
my God.
doing it to a microphone.
All right, relax.
Oh wait, here's a lawyer from Jersey. You're fucked.
Which one?
Rob.
All right, let's go to Rob in Jersey. Rob.
Voss, you're a fucking idiot.
Shut up, jerk off. You're a lawyer.
Yeah,
Good
but
one.
how
That's
do you
great.
think you're going to use somebody's name and not pay them?
I'm not using their fucking name.
If you
I'm
say
saying
comics from the Opie and Anthony show, we would technically want a piece of that.
What's that?
I would never do that
No,
to you.
because
but
how
we-
about this? When people do fucking half-hour specials on Comedy Central, they go from Comedy Central.
You can tell yourself
Comedy
whatever
Central
you
presents.
want. Using it to
Okay.
sell the show is different
Yeah,
than
you're-
That's
listing
the same
credits.
as every.
if you're marketing
no, that's
it
true.
as
Every-
the comics from Opie and Anthony, that
okay.
would
And
mean
every
we would
club
get a taste.
markets your credits. Every club markets your credits. If you're going into a club and they're going to,
I understand it, but if the
Jim
name-
Norton from Louis C. What was that show that you
Yeah,
guys
Lucky
did?
Louie, I
Lucky
understand
Louie.
that.
Okay, you're using the name,
But that's
to
not
market.
that. I'm coming in as Jim Norton. I'm not saying.
Okay, then we're coming in.
Hold
Rich
on.
Boss.
How about we ask
Last
the
Comic
lawyer?
Standing.
Seriously, you're. Oh,
Are
is
you
he
an
gone?
enter-
He's gone.
Rich, yeah, because
If he
you're
knew he was
marketing
wrong, he hung
yourself.
All right, let me go to
Oh,
Maddie in
my
Rhode
God.
Island.
Rich-
Hold on, Rich. One for you. This guy is on your side. Go
Oh,
ahead,
boy,
Maddie.
Here we go.
Go ahead, Maddie.
Hey, first of all and foremost, yesterday, phenomenal show. Jay, you had me cracking up with that monkey story. You are a phenomenal talent. But, man, you are so fast and so clever. You have this way of just calming over. And before someone can even respond to you, you're on to the next thing. You take over the show. There's only one other man I've ever heard in the history of O&A that could take over the show, and that's Dice. And, man, you take over, man. And I understand O brings you in, whoever. Please just give them some breathing space to let us
I
disagree.
I agree. As I talk over him, I agree with the guy. The one thing I want to
No,
change about
you-
myself for the last 15 years is I fucking
Thanks,
talk too
Maddie.
much.
No, I got to say, man, I mean, the run we've had with Jay the last week and a half has been great. It really has been great.
Is he a lawyer, this guy?
No,
Did
unfortunately.
he sound
not.
like a lawyer?
Jay, you can't agree with that. It's been great. It's been a great run.
Listen, Rich.
You've seen
Voss's last tweet is, I'm at the library with kid. Too fucking quiet in here.
Why would you tweet that?
Exactly. He spelled it Liberry.
Library.
I spelled two
That's his
T-O.
favorite cereal, library.
Why do you go to the library? That's
I
like.
took my daughter there,
it's
my
free.
3.5-year-old.
But then you could get that on the internet.
You fucking idiots. You can't play games and run around on the internet.
You shouldn't run around the library.
What do you do
They
at the library?
They have fucking...
I like
they
how
have
you're getting
teachers-
shit for going to a place. Like, you get shit for being stupid, and then you go to the library and you get shit for going to the
homeless
What are
guy-
you doing with fucking books and shit, man?
Libraries are for homeless people at this point. No one
Not
really
where
goes.
I live. Yeah, they do. They
What-
go,
so what do they
take
do at
kids-
the library?
They have readings. They have activities for kids. They have all different stuff. The other night we went to a soup tasting thing.
You
Yeah.
went to a soup tasting?
Yeah, that was Bonnie. I did.
Soup. You went to a soup.
You fucking assholes went and tasted soup.
It was Bonnie's idea.
Why don't you make your own?
Because there was 5 or 6 restaurants from our hometown, and they had soup tasting.
Name the
it
soups.
was something to do.
Hold on. Name the soups.
I don't fucking remember
Yeah,
the
you do.
soup.
You don't remember the soups?
There was
You
fucking
remember
a
the
Polish
soups.
soup from the Polish restaurant.
Did you have to
There
sit
was,
there and go, ooh,
yes,
this one's
it was
really
stew.
good. You
I
can
don't-
really
I don't
taste
know.
the
It
vegetables
was
in
like
this
3
one.
weeks ago, but it was something to do, me and Bonnie, as a husband and wife and the baby, to go and hang out in our town and do something nice. It was a Monday or Tuesday
Your marriage
night.
sucks.
Why do you resent
You're going
Bonnie?
to soup tastings.
I don't. What the fuck?
Soup
That's
tasting is horrible.
I know. We didn't know that
Rich,
until
you
we
know
went.
I love you.
We thought-
I try to support you, but soup tasting I can't get
Exactly.
behind.
Okay.
You should be tasting it through a hole in a booth. That's how you should have your soup.
Did you have crackers along with it?
Oh, yeah.
Oysterettes. Zilch.
With the New England. You take your kid to the library. That's what you do.
My library's fine.
Is this what I have to do soon?
Yes.
Take them to a library?
Well, yeah.
How did you know which building it was? I'm having trouble syncing my fucking new iPad, by the way, to my Kindle.
Not
I
good.
can't get my books on my new iPad. I'm out of my mind about it.
That's not good.
You have a Kindle on your iPad?
Isn't there a Kindle app?
Oh, fuck for.
Shouldn't that be
Exactly.
easy?
Why would I read a fucking book on my iPad?
It's all doable.
I stopped reading 5 years when I met Bonnie. I used to read all the time.
No, you didn't.
I did. I got all my books at home. I read. I keep them.
So why don't you fucking... If you just want to prove to yourself that you've read.
Yes.
Why don't you read on your iPad? It's great. It's so light. You can have fucking 50 books on it.
Yeah, well, I'd rather watch a movie.
You want to do an O&A, Comics of O&A tour? I'll take a piece of that.
I already did it. We did it.
The Virus Show was our
What happened
thing.
to the other tour you were talking about? What happened to that one?
Which one?
The fucking car crash comedy tour.
We're trying, but we can't get these dummies on the same page.
What, you mean us?
No, the real dummies. We're dumb, but
the
they're
suit dummies.
Well, how hard is it to put it together?
You would think it'd be easy, but and we don't want to step on Jimmy's toes. Jimmy's doing his thing right now.
It's
After
hard.
Jimmy's
No,
done,
okay.
we might do it.
It's
then.
amazing when you book a theater, like the amount of money you have to put out for like a fucking stagehand to stand there and
Expenses.
watch you do your fucking show. Like, are you fucking serious? They go, hey, it's union. Fucking, that's
Yeah.
a stage show. You need 4 guys in the room with the curtain. You're like, but I don't use nothing's moving.
The expenses are killing the guys down the hall. They can't justify it.
Yeah, the theater expenses are disgusting.
That's
That's why people do 2 shows, because there's less
I think
expenses.
a car crash comedy, a short run with that would be fun in a few cities. I think we'd have a good time with that.
You can do it in comedy clubs, I guess.
So you don't have to do it in a theater. You can
Yeah, I
do
know.
it. You could do it in a theater at a college where you don't have to pay the union.
We're going to try to figure it out for you, Rich, so you get a few more bucks in your pocket.
College theaters.
I like all the calls that are anti-me.
Where?
Why?
Where you want me to go? I'll go anywhere.
An intervention on Jay? John, this guy lives in Staten Island.
Let's go to John in Staten Island. John.
Yes. Hey, guys.
Welcome aboard, John.
How long you
Thank
been
you.
listening to the show?
Long time, first time, huh?
Whoa,
Take your thoughts off the air.
Quack, quack.
Whoa, hit from all angles. Quack, quack, pork chop. Voss and Jimmy could probably help me out with this one.
Wait, say again?
Jay's been a little
little
uppity. He's been talking over people, and Voss and Jimmy can probably notice the signs that somebody has fallen off the wagon. The references to being on mushrooms yesterday, he mentioned it about 4 times.
Yeah.
I think you're wrong, John.
No, he's right. I'm going back to
tell us, Jay.
You're off the rails.
Well, here's the
Yeah,
thing.
I'm going back to the
wasn't-
program tonight because I'm obviously fucking drunk.
I wasn't here yesterday, but I didn't even think Jay Moore was in recovery. Even if he quit, some people stop and not in recovery, and might dabble, and that's okay if that's what they do.
If you
you're
knew how
recovering-
dumb you looked with that fucking headphone on your head like that,
huh?
Tweet it,
Yeah,
Jimmy,
really?
please. Can we tweet
Did
this
it again.
Huh? I know. I like that. Okay, huh? So,
that's hold on. That's the exact picture we leave on our door.
Oh, that's
Jimmy,
right.
we've already done
Yeah,
it.
I know.
Oh.
You know what's interesting to me anyway is I get like if I do a show and then I hit Twitter afterwards, and which is like pathetic because we do shows and you go on Twitter to go, did I do good, everyone? And then people go, he was obviously inebriated. Like
they said that.
People say that about me all the time, and I don't know what. Not like in clubs, but if I do like
because your eyes are too close together.
You know what? I
It's
gotta talk.
hysterical.
I gotta talk like Greg Hughes again here. Jay's never been more focused. Hasn't been this focused.
But
in
wait a
years
second,
on the show. It's been a great run. I don't want people to fucking tear this one down too.
You're not
I get a
sober.
lot of people
are
that
you?
go-
Are you sober, or like I don't know.
I
don't
smoke
know.
grass once in a while.
Okay, so then why would they
I've
say
quit
you-
everything else.
Okay,
But
so
I haven't
that's what you
smoked
do.
grass since I don't remember the last time I did.
But
So
how
I
long-
guess
how long you been smoking the grass?
Well, I stopped
It's
when I
slowing down.
split custody of my son. I stopped in case she said, "We'll drug test them," because you can say anything you want. So I stopped just in case, like that, because that'll come out of nowhere, unprompted, and we're on the adoption waiting list. So I'm not.
I thought you were doing the ball surgery. We were
doing
talking
all
about
of it. We're going to adopt regardless.
trying everything.
Wait.
I would adopt.
Split custody. You have custody of your son.
We split it.
Oh yeah.
We'll split it.
Is that a nightmare?
Wait, is this
No, it's
your
all right.
Twitter?
No,
What's
I
that?
mean the seeing the.
We don't really, it's business. You email.
You get it down.
You
to
drop them
business.
off at school. I'll pick them up at school.
So it's just a business.
That's it.
Some
Do you
people
get
really
along
can't
with
go
your
to-
ex-wife?
Some people can't
It's a
get to the
business.
business area.
Oh. See, me and my ex-wife got along great after. But
How
we
does
actually-
Bonnie get along with her?
Dude,
Great. Well,
you
my
haven't heard
ex-wife
this
just
one?
moved.
Hold on, no. I slow you down again. His ex-wife babysits the kid. How weird is that?
Do you ever think about going in there and giving her a fucking
One for old
good
time's
old
sake.
fashioned?
To get hard with Bonnie, I think of Kelly.
That's why Rich.
What have we got here? A fucking comedian.
How do you
Shucky
know these
ducky, quack,
fucking
quack.
buttons?
I don't know them. It's a
lucking
magic
out.
fucking
He's
thing.
completely
I have.
lucking out.
No, my wife. I was living 2 miles from my ex-wife, but she just moved to North Carolina.
Is
man.
she hot, your ex-wife?
She's sexy.
It's all right.
She's hotter than Bonnie.
Norton
obviously.
fucked her.
What?
Norton fucked my ex-wife.
Well,
Did he really?
I found Dangerfield matches at my ex-wife's.
Oh, I forgot. This is the other story, Jay. He's convinced that Jimmy, his wife.
I
I
tried.
think we're divorced.
I was annoyed at first that he thought that, but then I'm just like, I kind of hope he does think that because I know it bothers him.
I hope you did.
Why
it
do
with
you think that?
You and Florentine split her in half.
Rich, why do you think that?
I knew Florentine was there
With the
because I found
fucking gum
a
now.
long blonde hair. Because when we were going to her,
Are you chewing gum again?
no,
Open your
Stop
mouth.
chewing the gum, you addict.
Why would you say
He
no?
just threw the other piece out.
Why would
People
you say
hear
no?
it, dude. It's fucking driving
There
me
it is
nuts.
now.
So let
it's
me,
in my
ask,
gum.
let me ask you a question. Are you chewing the gum because you want a cigarette, or are you just chewing a gum because it's just a habit, like how some people bite their nails?
I'm addicted to the nicotine.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm addicted. I don't dabble. I don't. I do remember the last time I did it, which was a minute ago. I love it. I love it.
Just don't
Sometimes
do it
you
into
can
the
fall
mic.
asleep with it like this. You fall asleep. You
gonna
wake
choke
up,
to
you still
death.
have it, and you get some good flavor, and then you go back to bed. Get some more flavor. Mm.
You
Stop
are
doing
a
it to
fucking
Did you ever
addict.
smoke? Did you ever smoke?
I did.
Did you quit?
Yep. You know how I quit? Whenever I wanted a cigarette, I dropped down. I did 15 diamond push-ups.
Dude.
Did you really?
Wait, is this a joke or real?
Nope.
I needed something.
So
I
you
knew
must
that-
have quit a while ago.
I quit in Vegas when we were doing.
Wait.
Yeah, because you want to come feel these fucking pipes, Mr. Fucking Skinny Tattoo Arms?
Oh, those pipes? Is that what they are?
Yeah.
You guys see him without a shirt off.
Fucking kidding
really?
me?
Well,
Yeah, there's no
without
fucking
a
joke
shirt
here.
On, yeah.
Let me see your pipes. Let me see.
Fucking come touch them.
I'm not gonna
Come over here. Come
No,
around
it's
Jimmy.
okay to touch
Rich, you just
people.
can't.
What are you doing?
Hopefully dying.
E-Rock, you did it too? I mean,
I'm not
sorry.
E-Rock.
Danny, sorry.
No, I needed. You needed something to combat those cravings because they're just too intense. It's all you could think about. So I just I came up. I just figured if every time I feel like I want one, I'll just go down and do 10 push-ups, like almost no matter where I am.
Diamonds, brother.
That's funny because you.
And after a few weeks, days, you don't even want to think about smoking because your arms are.
But that
jelly.
helps.
I was going to 12-step meetings, and before the meetings, everybody would get down and do push-ups. Nothing.
Shucky ducky, quack, quack.
Hamburger. That joke was terrible.
Remember him?
I used to work with those guys.
Hamburger.
Do you know
that
Shucky
joke.
Ducky?
I worked with him
Yeah,
once.
Rich, you're chewing into the mic.
Oh.
It's driving me nuts.
I throw that out.
You got to stop.
Hold on. You remember the movie Magic?
Thank you, buddy.
Hold on. Remember the movie Magic?
Yes.
How long you think he could go without putting another fucking piece of gum in his mouth?
I don't know.
Remember in Magic where, he had to put the puppet down? It was that intense scene where he...
Fats.
I don't know if he lasted a minute. He had to grab it. I want to see how long it takes this fucking guy to go without putting another piece in.
Oh, all right.
Just because you chew it into the mic.
Now this has turned into a game show.
Or a game show.
So I had saliva back there.
Rich, can you go 15 minutes without a piece of gum in your mouth?
Easily.
Okay, good.
All right, we'll see. We're going to just go back to the show, and we'll see what happens.
So, yeah, I quit smoking.
Yeah.
But the hardest thing to quit was chewing tobacco. Because you can do it anywhere. You can do it on an airplane. You can do it on a show. I mean, I was just sitting here with a big wad of garbage in my mouth.
Oh, just dump it.
It's called your act.
Good. You know?
Shucky Ducky. Quack, quack.
You knew Shucky Ducky?
I knew them all. I worked with all of them.
Did you know Chicken?
No, I never met that guy. I never met him.
I know.
Is there a chicken guy?
There was.
He killed himself.
What was his deal?
He wasn't.
What was his
Why do you
deal?
wear your
Jimmy?
headphones like that?
It hurts my ear this ear.
Why that ear?
But, like, I wear it behind like that, but I don't wear it. But I only have one ear covered. I hate having both ears covered. I never do.
Let me try this.
No, it's off my ear.
This is weird.
It's behind my ear.
I can't
So
do
I'll
that.
do it. It's nice. It's get a nice breeze in there.
Yeah, it feels
You
good.
get some air on your ear.
How can you only talk into this? The sound quality of this drives me nuts.
Yeah, I hate talking into these mics.
I used to
No, but I hate having my I like real
hate
sound.
doing radio.
It's like I just did a whip it. Jay's more is clearly on drugs with the whip it reference. Fucking dolts.
It's my favorite Devo song.
All right, should we break then?
No, this is going
You-
fine.
You need a piece of gum, don't you? You
No.
got one in
Yeah.
your mouth?
No.
Did you guys talk about Mitt?
Who?
Romney.
He's going to do an exploratory committee
to see if he could be the
like,
president.
like, have some fucking balls
Just
and go,
do it.
Obama, suck my fucking Mormon cock. I'm in. 2012, Wu-Tang, forever. Like, just fucking call your shot.
Get Larry Merchant to
I
do
like
it for
that
you.
guy.
Do
I
a
like-
do a boxing thing.
Mitt Romney's a man. I love fucking Mitt Romney, but this exploratory commit, like what?
They all do it. They all do it.
Like, you know what's great? The second you lose in fucking 2008, go, fuck that shit.
I'm
4
coming
years,
back.
I'm fucking you up, bitch. Like in high school, like a bully beatdown. Just go, I'll see you in 4 years, bitch. And then go, all right, well,
Yeah,
we know he's in.
Well, he lost to McCain. He didn't even lose to fucking Obama. Okay? He didn't even get to fucking front. He wasn't even the
It was
front
too
runner.
early for him. This is his
Okay,
time.
and-
Jay's
and
kind of
it's-
right. If you fucking go, you got to fucking
No,
go.
but
I'm
it-
in.
It
Okay,
shows
fuck this
me
exploratory
fucking dumb
shit.
TV show
It
has
show-
a focus group.
I
first.
hate the exploratory thing. I
It
think Jay's
shows
on to
me
something.
that you're not sure how well you will
Exactly.
do, in which point you got no fucking business being in there.
Exactly.
Because if you want the job, you shouldn't give a shit how you would do. You should be driven by the fact that you know you could right the ship.
Well, that's
and
a
if
good
people don't
point.
vote for me, then I don't know what to fucking tell you. The people, they knew. The judges, they didn't know. Who knew what they knew?
Who's going to be
Fuck
the
it.
front
Make
runner?
him go first.
Don't get out of the fucking ring.
You
Stay in
won.
the- Tell me why we had to come to Cleveland for you to get beat by a fucking Moulian. Why? Don't get out of the ring.
This fucking serial killer just got fucking bigger, man. CNN is live.
There's a
I-
skull found on Long
No,
Island.
well, they found 10 bodies, Jay. There's a serial killer, and I mean, this is everyone knows this area of Long Island. Fucking creepy. Ocean Parkway. Holy shit.
He's got a type.
He's up to 10. Craig,
Yeah, but it was a
Craigslist
baby. It was
hooker.
a kid. There was a kid, too.
They found a kid.
Yes.
Yeah, 5-year-old.
When?
Probably, I guess yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
That was one of the
was
two
one
they
of the two.
found.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
So there goes his comfort zone and his pattern.
Oh.
I bet you that the kid was with the mother. That's probably why. That was probably one of.
Yeah, they said that
That's what I would have said
The
on the
remains were
golf
found
course.
close to an adult.
So what? The
body.
hookers bring the kids sometimes.
Not that I know, but he may have went to her.
It did in the Deer Hunter.
Yeah.
No, not with the kid in the room. No, man, not with the kid.
And they're still trying to find the one girl. So that means it's at least 11.
I like this fucking dolt on the news is holding up the missing poster on television.
Led to the beginning of this entire investigation. Carol?
I'm just curious, Alan, how
Are
remote
ya?
is that area? I mean,
It's not
10
remote,
bodies
asshole.
found?
It is tremendously remote. I mean, if you
It's
had to think
not
of a place to
remote.
dump
Jones
bodies,
Beach, it's where I
this
saw
is
the
actually
Smiths.
a terribly desolate stretch of Barrier Island. Right now, I'm standing at Jones Beach.
Alan Chernoff is awful.
You know
and
how
his hair like Roy Scheider.
Beach in the New York area. To the east of me, for 15 miles straight, there's a highway that just extends very far. Very few people go there. Just a few hundred people live in beachside homes around here.
You know how busy Ocean Parkway is? What is he talking about? Fucking Danny knows.
Yeah.
Ocean Parkway is a busy fucking road.
It can be. It can be. You know, in spring and summer and stuff. Like winter, it can be desolate. I know what he's talking about, but
it's obviously a person that knows that area very well.
Yeah.
Very well.
It's their comfort zone.
It's going to be a fucking someone
If I was gonna dump
someone that works for the park system, or
they're saying it could be a cop,
or a
it
cop.
could be ex-law enforcement.
Because if you're pulled over, it's so obvious that why are you pulled over in that stretch? They're going to fucking
and that's a tough
investigate.
Place, and that's a tough place to bring a body to if you had to do that. I don't know what's going on over here, so I'm just going to talk to you.
It's all right. Rich just
Voss's headphones popped off his head like if you put a rubber band on your head, and just let it explode up.
If you were doing Ray Romano in the 80s.
That's terrific.
We'll be doing that in Salt Lake this weekend.
Look, I'm going to tell you who the serial killer is. It's a guy that works for the park system or a cop. Simple as that. Because you can't just pull over to the side of the road without people going, what the fuck is that guy doing just on the side of the road? And the road's busy enough where that would happen.
Might be very late.
Might be very late. Might be at 4 a.m. or 4:03.
People go there.
Always people there. There's always a cop there.
People, let's just say, people go there to fucking, have sex in cars and stuff, and the cops are always stopping people.
Well, he has
always. You can't
car.
park a car in the middle of the night there without someone knowing, and you can't do it basically during the day because there's a lot of traffic. It's an inside guy.
He's obviously been doing it for. He probably hasn't dumped there in a while, and obviously now he'll dump somewhere else.
It's someone that really does know that area and knows when to. Well, I mean, if it's like a cop car or something on the side,
All right. You got a lot of people wanting to defend you, Richard.
On what?
On the fucking telephones.
Let me say hi to this guy on
This
Long
is great
Island.
when the subject matter says Voss had a great joke about leaving a load.
Oh, I know.
Nothing says class.
Hey, Jay. Yeah, I saw Voss on that tour. They didn't really rip you off, but he did have this one great line about leaving a map of Hawaii on a chick's stomach.
Good.
Where was this?
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah, Voss did that.
No. I never said that in my life. Thank you, but I never said it. It's probably something else. Where? What tour?
I wrote that.
What tour?
Jay, your rule.
All right.
They didn't really rip you off. This one great.
All right, we're gonna take a break and regroup.
Oh, my chest hurts.
Yeah, Voss, you just have brought the laughs today. They're gonna love you in Salt Lake. Wise Guys Comedy Club. We don't have to promote this. It's 80 people.
What do you
Sold
make
out,
there?
Right?
What's that?
Show me with your tiny finger. I won't say it out loud.
Show me with your finger.
You're going to think it's half.
I already did that. And he told me, no, I'm a big deal.
I have to promote something.
Do they pay for your plane?
Yeah.
They do after buyouts.
Who's the guy that called as Rich? That was tremendous shit.
Bob
DeBono.
Is he around? I would love
they
to hear
did
him
Louis
today.
Ferranda. I can't do tour deals, Jimmy. It'll kill me.
Yeah. His kid's good.
Oh, God. Where's Linda Smith? Oh, my God, when you need her.
Jimmy, it's to you.
I have the Antisocial Comedy. Just go to antisocialcomedy.com. We have dates on sale now in Las Vegas, D.C., and the opening night of the Chicago Comedy Festival. Connecticut is sold out, and they will sell out as well.
Nice. I'm going to fucking hit some.
I'm at Gotham tonight. That will not sell out.
Why?
Because it's in Chelsea with the gay boys. It's
half slice.
It's also Tuesday. It's tough.
Tuesday's tough.
Why are you not here this weekend? Just a week?
I'm in Borgata Saturday.
This Saturday?
$25 ticket though tonight. It's not, or $20. It's
Can I get a room at the Borgata? I'm going.
Are you sold out in the Borgata?
Let's go.
I doubt it.
Oh, then you should be plugging that.
You should be plugging
Borgata. I'm at the Borgata
Fuck
Theater.
Gotham.
Saturday, Borgata Theater.
Well, they're different markets. I mean, if you're in New York, go to Gotham. If
Nah,
you're,
we like the Gotham people.
If you're in the Borgata's the best hotel in the country.
Except for the guy that yelled at me when I walked in with a hat because I didn't want to disturb Jay's fucking show, and the guy almost threw me out.
For wearing a hat?
You do snow
You
climbing?
can't wear hats in Gotham?
Nope.
Snow
And
climbing?
the guy, the security guard, I was like, okay, but he was fucking pissed, and I never told you this. I almost got thrown out because I wore a hat. He was really fucking upset.
Where?
And then the owner apologized.
In a casino?
Jesus Christ.
At the Borgata? At the Borgata?
Yes.
E-Rock
What
just
do you-
hit
Yes.
that. Or
No, what do
fucking
you
Travis.
do?
Forget it.
I was
You're
trying to
right
hit him.
here.
What
What are you making
happens?
at
You're
the
5
place?
feet away
Huh?
from me.
No fucking way.
Yes, with
in
a bone-
in
yes.
a 100-seat room.
I'm telling you.
What you got? What number?
Don't say it on the air. Don't. No, what a jackass.
I'll tell you
Come
off
on,
the
you
air.
said this.
I'll tell you off the air.
Yeah, no
way.
Yeah,
That's
I'll
what
tell
I
you
said.
after
No
the air.
way.
I'm telling you
You're pumping
why
your
I
numbers
will.
up.
I'm
You're
telling you why
I know
will.
exactly. Give me a pen.
All right.
Right here.
No,
Whoa.
fuck. I would never do that.
Thurman Munson.
I wouldn't do that at home for that. I wouldn't
What
do
the fuck kind of person? I would.
I forgot Thurman's number.
No.
Oh,
No.
yeah.
That's you right
Guarantee
there.
I'm not. I'll show you the email.
I believe him.
God,
Are
I
you,
can fucking hear your phlegm gargling around in your own throat.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna.
What's
take
in
a
his
break.
mouth? You fucking faggot prick!
It's in my mouth the whole
Again.
time, you fucking homos.
How long ago did you put the
you
gum
got
back
it!
in?
He totally got it, Jimmy.
That's what an actor I am. You can't
Oh, there's
tell.
no gum.
No, it's in his mouth.
he
he
never
never
spit
took
out
it
the
out.
piece.
He fucking faked
Yeah, he
spit.
did.
He
No,
faked
it's up in
spitting
my
it out.
lip.
What a fucking cunt.
Oh, that's real. That's nice. That's really nice.
Nice way to talk.
Now we're doing British radio.
I don't even like that word. You forced me to say it.
Why aren't you wearing
what are you
underwear
doing now?
Why aren't you doing underwear? Why aren't you wearing underwear?
That's what he does when he can't think of the word that he needs. He punches in his stomach.
All that comes out. All right, we've seen your asshole.
Oh, God.
It doesn't matter. We've
I
seen
didn't.
it, Rich.
You know what? What's more
It's not
humiliating?
shocking
I showed
anymore.
it to Bonnie, and she almost threw up. She was in the kitchen. She came around.
Yeah, it's a oral medium. You're gonna have to fucking figure out the mic.
All right, we're gonna break.
Oh,
Jay Moore, Brigada,
AU. I
this
fucking
weekend.
clicked him out.
And Jim Norton he gave all the dates and maybe.
Antisocialcomedy.com.
Yeah,
is
That's
let's
a
do that.
crazy
Okay.
ass great show
Just
you
hit
put
that,
together.
please.
Yeah. it's-
Virus, Sirius XM. This is the Opie and Anthony Show. Opie and Anthony.
Oh boy, we got Ozzy info. Obviously, that's why we're playing this.
I'm guessing it's on the text, though.
There's two things. Ozzy received a star on the Walk of Fame 9 years ago. Whatever. And he owes money. The Osbournes owe 1.7. Wow. How does that happen?
We're probably just bad bookkeeping. Sharon said it was
Knock it
her
right
fault.
off. Right
Yeah,
off.
not right off. Nothing.
It's Draco Jenkins ginger ale.
50. It's 700,000 for 1 year and $1 million for the next year. They'll take care of it.
That's like 3 shows at the Meadowlands.
That's
Yeah,
nothing.
It's nothing. Ozzy.
Knock it right off.
Knock it right off.
I like all these calls about Rich being a fucking FBI profiler.
It's
I'm
great.
not going to tell you to fucking do your own show.
Well, we've been doing less calls, but we could go to Brooklyn. Tony!
I love this.
Tony!
Hello? Just say hi, everybody on the phones.
Thanks, Jay Morse.
Sorry.
You fucking.
Hello?
Tony, you fuck.
He's
The
not
guy
there.
from Brooklyn.
He's not there.
Forget it. It's Kids Middles.
Yeah, but it's a good call. Since Voss is an FBI profiler, what is his opinion on this serial killer?
What's your opinion?
well, it's a lot of anger, childhood anger. He probably had a speech impediment, and he probably came from a broken home, and his mother was very overpowering or overbearing, and he's, you know, transforming his aggression that he
Transferring.
had-
But did he get- Transferring.
Transferring.
Not
whatever.
transforming.
He's transforming.
He's
Transferring.
No,
forming,
transforming.
furring, whatever.
I love the whatever. Like it's not that big of a
Okay,
deal.
and you know, and he's getting back with his mom. It's a lot of them do it that way.
Have you gotten back with your mom?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you tell her that you were mad at her?
Oh no! How did I get back with my mom? I told her I loved her, and that's how you let things go.
Attaboy. You and your mom had a problem? A lot of, yeah.
Me.
Both
No,
of you.
because, you know,
You didn't get any affection.
You didn't come from a broken home.
No.
No, my house, all the walls were fine.
Chip, goddamn Chip, you kill me. Bobby Kelly and you should go out together.
He's too stupid.
You should have been here when Ricky Gervais mistook Jimmy for Bobby Kelly.
That was a sad moment. It really was.
Because I saw you at the Comedy Cellar, and I was laughing because Louis said something in my ear, and I laughed so hard it was distracting.
No, I was actually glad that he mixed us up there because that's embarrassing.
Because Bob Kelly thought that he,
That he
made
got a
Richie,
laugh from Ricky.
That he made Ricky Gervais laugh, and it was because Louis C.K. whispered something into Ricky's ear.
But
And
I
then
thought
Bob
Ricky
probably
knew
just-
you. Didn't he put you in a movie?
No.
Oh no, that's Kevin.
Yeah, no, he does. We've interviewed him before. He knows me, but he mixed me up with that fucking.
Like he knows you, like from
Yeah.
the cellar and stuff. And
Just from through Louis, I think. And I'm sure he's seen Lucky Louie.
What was Louis doing on his computer during that interview? He was
Probably looking at stuff that he had shot. He's shooting a series.
Yeah.
So he's that overwhelmed with work that
Dude, he edits, he does everything himself.
Yeah, he does it all.
He's an animal.
He's an
I'm
animal.
a nincompoop on the computer.
Dude,
Emails only. People are like, did you get it? I'm like, I don't have a fucking printer in my house. Fucking drop it in the mailbox like Paulie and Goodfellas. Come by.
Mailbox? What's that?
If people go, I sent you all your flight information. I go, well, then I don't have my flight information because it's in my computer and I don't have
Well, you don't get it through email and stuff?
I get it, but I don't have a printer in my house, and I don't know.
How do you not have a printer? Like, I love
Because I'm
it.
a fucking stooge.
well, you
And
just do it on your phone.
Get a printer in your house.
I can get, I get stuff on my phone, but then I forget.
I like
don't-
writing stuff and printing it, and you got to have a printer.
You really do.
I love having a printer. You
need a
I
printer.
take great pride in it.
Now, are you more pro printer or more pro
Oh
Easy
my God,
Pass?
we're not going to do this on this show.
What?
What?
Am I more pro printer or pro Easy Pass?
I have a printer.
I'm for both.
He tells you
Stop
all the
chewing
things you
gum.
have to get in life that makes his life
no one's a
easier.
Yes, they make everyone's life easier.
That's not true.
Easy Pass?
It might not. You
It
don't
do-
know.
who-
No,
how
Easy
could it
Pass.
make
Want me
your
to tell you
life?
how?
Yes,
Because
Easy Pass
maybe
is
if
the
you're
best.
trying, if you don't want to be tracked,
He doesn't
you
have
know,
it. To be tracked.
You don't want to be tracked.
You're
down.
not that important. They're not
I'm
going
saying-
to.
I'm not
It's easy to
saying
find
me, you're saying
anyway.
some
Do
people.
you have credit cards,
Many,
profiler?
yes, I do.
Exactly.
So they fucking track you there.
Everywhere. All they got to
if
do is
you
go
do
fucking
something-
from empty
say
comedy
you're
club
taking
to
a
empty
body
comedy club.
to Long Island.
What'd you say? I didn't hear.
All they got
guys.
to do is go from empty comedy club to empty comedy club.
That was fantastic.
Very good. Very good.
Chris, no one is a pro printer. Ooh, threw the
make
gum
it?
away.
Yeah, you
All right.
did. How could you not? You were an inch away from the cup. Abdul
Did you
Jabbar.
see mine and Rich's hands together? Do it again, Rich.
Come on, Rich. Put your little turtle feet hands up.
Turtle pencil.
Yeah, put those turtle feet.
Your best line was visiting. Look how funny. No, line them up for real.
Line it up.
Line it up.
Look.
Oh, what a
He's got a
child.
gambling habit.
Child.
I'm sorry. What's his name? Cookie Jar. Cookie Jar. When we were. He's got a gambling problem.
We,
don't know
me
what
and
that
Rich
is.
Voss were at the Continental Hotel watching Cookie Jar, the
And
lounge
Bruce
singer.
Smirnoff.
Me, Rich, and Bruce Smirnoff. And Rich goes to the craps table and throws all his fucking money away. Comes back to the craps table and goes, "Could you loan me $100?" And I go, "Sure." And then he goes to the craps table and he comes back. It's the same song, and he comes back. Oh my like he's fucking. He just put $100, sticks the hard way, and he loses it again. And the singer's on stage, and he leaves a 3 trip. And now at this point, I don't want him to pay me back. I just want to feed this fucking addiction and watch it in front of my
And see
eyes.
where it goes,
That's
right.
my entertainment for
Right.
the night.
Yeah.
So I'm like 600 into his fucking habit. It's the same song. If you don't know me by now, handcuff him to the chair. He's got a fucking sickness. You'll never have a. The guy actually fucking yelled that at Voss from the stage.
Holy
Remember Brandy?
shit.
You'll never. Yeah, Voss had some 7 that he was fucking parading around Vegas.
She was definitely a,
A 7,
9.
a Voss 7 is a fucking everyone else 9.5.
That's good for me.
I'm saying it's a bell curve, how you judge women. Like, we all are surprised that you married somebody as beautiful and
I
talented
always
as
had
Bonnie.
hot girls in my fucking life.
Because you had coke.
No, after I got a resume.
Because they thought you had coke.
No, you fucking moron.
Why do I
got-
sound like Colin? Shut your face.
I have pictures of the hottest fucking girls.
That's fucking good. That's good
That's
for
good.
marriage. That's
I
it.
keep them hidden in the basement, dummy. Want to go down there to fucking
you're-
spank one out?
Yeah. I
You
guess
ever
Bonnie
do that?
doesn't listen to the show. Do you really go to the basement and check out old fucking photographs?
They're in the
You're a
yeah,
serial killer, man.
Yeah, what are you keeping a fucking
That's
a
trophies.
chock full of nuts? Fucking canned zilch.
yeah, that's where you put your photos in. That's where you put the 8x10s. I got them in a fucking briefcase.
A briefcase? Oh, you fucking.
Yeah, that's
how old
She'll
it
never
is.
think to look there.
Yeah, exactly. A briefcase in the basement with
nothing
cum stains on it.
Yeah, a briefcase is way more normal than a fucking coffee can.
Rich says, "There's nothing under here but a bunch of papers."
What does Bonnie think in the briefcase?
Exactly. You're a young lawyer.
You actually said that. You had the serial. You said the serial killer. I picture you on a golf course going, "Well, the serial killer
don't talk
has
that
a
bad.
speech impediment."
I don't talk like that. Only with a couple letters. You're fucking up every letter.
CH.
So. Yeah, and S.
Say
3.
We
No,
just say that,
S.
this is what we did on Last Comic Standing. To make me happy, You said I had sushi in church Tuesday.
I can say it perfectly.
All right,
Go ahead.
say it.
And
Try it.
I had sushi. Oh, hold on.
It's not Sue.
I had sushi. It's
Sue?
the jawbone.
Sushi in church on
I'm not
Tuesday.
your fucking game. I don't play that shit. If I was crippled,
What do you mean?
If I had like a fucking fucking no legs, you would say get up and dance.
Yeah, we would.
Yeah,
How great would
you'd
that
be just
be?
as tall as you are now.
All right, say
My
the-
hands against your hands looks like we're fucking
Exactly.
like Father Sunday.
He's
at the end of the
molesting you.
Show.
You have bigger hands.
Say the sushi again.
No, enough already.
Say church.
No.
What do you mean no? Like now,
What else are we
go.
gonna do? What else are we gonna do?
Come on, guys,
Go to
lay
the tape.
off.
Yeah.
Go to the
We
tape.
lost the show hours ago. What else are we gonna
Look
do?
at the
hours.
Do the church thing.
More.
No.
Do it for fucking Jay Moore.
There.
There you go.
It was perfect.
Love it.
But I say a couple bad letters. I don't say every word like
No,
that.
I know you don't.
Do you really have
So-
a briefcase with pictures in it
Of old girlfriends?
of old girlfriends? It's so fucked up.
It's a hard briefcase.
You don't
too. It's
remember-
really hard
Does
to-
Bonnie know that
You
you
can't
have
just
it?
do the spank
Does she hear
bubble?
the telltale click of it opening at fucking 2 in the morning?
Is there a lock on it? You need the combination?
Quit touching me, you freak.
It's not because he's a freak. It's because we all know you get really uncomfortable.
Who wants to be? There's too many uncomfortable things that go on in here.
What?
Like
I
listen to
love you. I love you. That love thing. I love you.
Yeah, what?
We don't say I love you.
They say it all the
Exactly.
time.
Where are you?
When was the
They
last
say
time
it
we
all
said
the-
that?
He doesn't know where he
love
is.
you. Somebody called. I love you guys. I love you.
Yeah, that's uncomfortable when people say express their admiration.
Yeah, it's just common speak.
See, I don't say it like that.
Yes, you do.
You never heard it.
Say admiration.
Yes, you do.
Jimmy had the line because you've never heard it.
It's a great line, Rich.
I can't believe she got knocked off last week.
Say admiration.
Hey, did you guys?
Wait,
have-
you watch American Idol?
Yeah,
You know Pia? I just know because they're talking about it.
Yeah, I can't.
I know
She should've
onomatopoeia. Oh, shit.
Did you guys have Trump on?
His son. He's a great guy, actually. We had a good time.
What
with
one?
him.
The
Trump
one
Jr.
they
He's
likes?
a good guy for a billionaire son, yeah.
There's two of them. There's two kids.
It was
Yeah, it
the-
was Don Jr.
Don Jr.
It's like the Vosses.
Not the blonde-haired.
The other one. The
Trump.
blonde hair is the runs the golf
believe-
courses.
And
What?
I'm being completely serious. I can't fucking believe your daughter's 18 years old. Like,
18 and 20. I have a 20-year-old too.
Jesus.
we were in the Poconos. They were like, "Fuck, we're playing fucking good old days now." I apologize.
Where were we in the Poconos?
You and I did some gig together in the Poconos.
Yeah.
And it was like your kids were like 6 and 8. It was
Get
crazy.
out. We did a gig in the Poconos?
Remember you're headlining Mount Airy Lodge?
He
That
was.
was 2 weeks ago.
He
No.
was.
They were there. Oh, that was the weekend my fucking wife was leaving me. That's the weekend. Oh, that was OJ weekend.
Why are these black guys walking through like, yo, that's mad crazy in there, son?
They just did
pointed-
Shade 45.
But they pointed in here like, that's Jim Norton's.
No, then.
Yes, they did.
Then let's go get them. Who are they?
If it's black people, I'm the one who's getting recognized.
Will you talk about the wife? She left you that weekend when you were doing the Poconos with Jay Moore?
That was my ex-wife. Yeah, I think that was OJ
Where can we
weekend.
find a photo of your ex-wife?
Huh?
She's pretty.
What's going on? The touching?
Where can we
Still
find a
have-
photo of your ex-wife?
Do you have one?
No.
Why not?
Is
Why
that in
would
the
I
brief?
have 'em?
Is that in the briefcase?
There's some in the briefcase.
Is it in the briefcase?
Has Bonnie ever caught you masturbating? Be honest.
No,
My wife
no.
caught me masturbating.
Really?
Yep.
You never
No. I was.
You know
gonna-
what she said to me?
What?
She said, "Is that something you need to do?" We were at a hotel, and we had already had sex, and she went to sleep, and then I was watching a porno. Did I tell this already?
It's okay. Tell it again for Rich. And new
and then
audience.
so she was asleep, and so I didn't want to wake her up. So I went in the room and I put on like a movie on the pay-per-view, and I jerked off. And then she saw me, but she didn't tell me. And it was like 3 weeks later, we're in the car, like driving to Vegas. We're in the middle of the desert, and she goes, "When you masturbate, is that something like you need to do?" And I was like, "What?" And she goes, like porno and stuff, is that what you need to do? And I'm like, I act like I had no idea what she was talking about. She goes, "Okay, well, just so you know, I'm kind of a sure thing. Like, you can wake me up." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So then porno goes out the window.
I was masturbating a couple weeks ago, and I talk about this, and I didn't want to, but I did. And I wasn't even hard. I was semi-hard, and I came. I didn't know
Yeah.
Can that happen?
Matt, for 30 years I've been
it
doing
can't.
that.
You just said you'd happen.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, what do you think? Your dick is
You
put
answered
in
your
the
own
Smithsonian? It's amazing.
Under the spirit of '76.
Yeah, your cock is different than any other cock on the planet.
It certainly is.
Did he actually say, "Can that happen?" After
No, I
he just
mean, you know what I mean.
said it
Is that-
happened?
What does Rich Voss masturbate to?
Pictures of full crowds.
Sold out show. I was just going to say that.
Sold out signs.
Third show added.
What at the Trolley
What do I
Square?
think about? I don't know.
Wise
Yeah,
Guys
just-
Comedy Club.
Do you
Rich
think about
Voss this
stuff?
weekend.
You know,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
got porno on the laptop.
Yeah, what do you-
right?
what do you-
No.
What?
No. I have no porno.
He has to erase his history.
No, he got to
No.
go down. He has to go down in the briefcase. What
No,
else
I
is
don't
in the
have porn.
briefcase?
It's old calendars and old different things back in the day, and just old stuff from and some. Just I'll bring in the pictures. You want to see
No,
some hot
bring in
girls?
the briefcase.
Yeah.
Don't bring in just the photos. Bring in that fucking
We
briefcase.
need the briefcase.
We would love
That
to
is
see.
FBI's
I want to see.
Can we go
your-
through your briefcase? That would be hilarious.
Yeah, I'll do that next time.
Keep everything in there. Try to. At least.
I won't
I'm
touch
sure
anything.
you'll.
I
I'm
won't
sure
even
you'll
open
take
it.
some shit
I
out.
swear to God, I won't even open it. I'll
Dude,
bring it
how
right
great
there.
would that be if he brings his briefcase?
I'll bring
Dude,
it's not my briefcase from now. It's from 20 years.
I got you.
Well, that's the beauty of it, is to have it from so long ago.
Move over.
All right, I will.
Oh.
Oh boy, now you've done
Whoa! Look at this.
Now
All
you've
three
done
of
it.
us.
You can't sit that close to anybody.
Rich, when you masturbate, you just use your imagination.
I don't like.
Look
looking
at Danny.
Look, he's
Look at
moving
Danny's
away.
hog.
Look, he's moving away.
I don't look. I don't. No, pictures.
I'll touch Jimmy. Jimmy will touch you.
I look
Go
at
ahead.
some
There you go.
pictures.
Jimmy's got such a nice touch.
What are you doing, Rich?
My underwear stuck in my balls. You know what I mean? When they creep up on you.
No, because my ass, my under. Sorry.
Are we high and I don't know it? What the fuck is going on?
I couldn't get it out. No, because my balls don't have a crack in them like my asshole, is what I was trying to say. I should have just said.
A double?
One of them. Oh, God.
All right, so you bring the briefcase in.
Yeah, I'm bringing it.
When? Next week, please. Let's not wait on this one.
All right.
So when you're in this week, you're just like banking vacation time at this point? Because you were supposed to be off this week?
Yeah, I think we're going to shut it down. It's obvious we need to shut it down after today.
But are these
we finally reached our limit.
Are these like 2 days that you didn't have to come in and you can use later for vacation?
Oh, fuck
time?
yeah. I'll get it on the other side. Some Fridays off or something. Yeah, and we'll be back Monday.
So, Rich, you're going to be at Trolley Square, Wise Guys, in
Yeah.
Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
The tickets are on sale. Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you something. We were at where were we? Arizona. The famous Arizona story, and George Bush was staying at the fucking hotel, and I called up Rich. He came to my hotel, hanging out, and all of a sudden we go, let's go check out the Bush thing, and they were Secret Service. They fucking recognized Rich Voss. Last Comic Standing fame. They're like, holy shit, that's Rich Voss.
The Biltmore. That was at the Biltmore.
Biltmore. What a fucking place. Holy
That's
shit.
where all the basketball players stay, too.
Well, then there was a hooker at the bar. Do you remember this?
And that's where Rich went.
And she was trying to pick up that guy, and we fucking blew up her spot, and she got so mad at us. We were just complete dicks.
I stayed at St. Regis a couple weeks ago, about a month ago. That was fucking a whole nother world, man.
Yeah.
It was a comedy.
Why was it a whole nother world?
We had a butler. I didn't know what to do.
Yeah, you
He
get
knocked on the
butlers at the
door.
St. Regis.
Goes, I'm your butler.
How did you get, what made you go, let's go stay at the St.
Why
Regis?
St. Regis?
Because we did a fundraiser, a free benefit for the blind, and they threw us.
Do they know they put you at the St. Regis?
Too bad it wasn't for the deaf. Whoa.
I haven't done that today.
So you,
I'll do it for
stayed, they put you up at the St. Regis?
No, it was one of the
Was it a
gifts they
suite?
gave us.
Sorry.
They put us up. They put us up.
Leading up to that the whole
We
time.
did that at the Ritz Carlton down in Florida.
And so then they,
And as
and
a
then
gift.
they put you up at the
That's
St.
nice.
Regis the
As a
same
gift.
night.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, with
Hit him.
I can't even fucking talk. Jesus Christ, Jimmy's killing me. I've never heard Uncle
Paul.
Yeah, I've never heard it.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
Don't you just
Yeah.
Not now.
He'll work it out.
Yeah. But I believe it starts with huh? Huh? So, Voss, have fun in Salt Lake City.
You're right, Rich?
This is why I talk so much, because Opie enjoys that he can,
What
like,
happened?
kick
Oh,
back and
I don't
relax.
give a fuck.
So, like, when it's me and
I
Ron...
get paid either way.
Yeah, so I'm like, I hear the dead air, and I go, so Voss, you're going to be...
No,
and then
I-
people are like, fucking shut up, Jay Moore.
No, I talk enough. Fuck
Nobody. I was reading reviews. Everybody loves you.
Why do you read that shit? Why do you give
Why are you reading
fucking credibility to these fucking scumbags?
Because it was on my email.
Who send fucking their thoughts through the internet because they have no one with actual ears that will listen to their fucking words.
It's a good point, Rich.
I see you on fucking the message board that I'm not going to name. He was right now they're typing, he's talking about us.
Who? Yeah, but wait, if you see me, why are you reading it?
I used to. I quit Twitter. I'm not even fucking doing any of that shit anymore. You
tweeted.
You don't do Twitter anymore?
I fucking hate it.
Yeah,
Because you're looking
just
at
a lot of negativity.
But let's say it's not. You're looking at it for the fucking positive. Is the gayest, most fucking pathetic. What are we, fucking 12-year-olds at a school play? Did we do good, mommy?
No.
Like you just were here. It was fun with your
No,
friends.
you read it
shouldn't
for
have
some funny
you should-
stuff.
You shouldn't have to go on a social media network to go, I wonder how it went. Like we were here. We broke each other's balls. I'm going to walk in the elevator today going, I had a fucking ball. Jimmy touched Rich the whole show. It made me laugh. We talked off the air about some personal stuff. We got some shit out of the way about, not you and me, like an argument. You know what I'm talking about. And it was fucking great. If I go on fucking Twitter, there's going to be, out of 60 comments, 20 of them are going to be like, "What? Why do they have him in there?"
They say that?
21 once I get on. Here's the thing: you might read some. You might read some funny lines. There's some good lines. He
And
has
what
some
am I
good
going to use
lines.
them?
No, you
That's
see
that's your fucking new material? When
No,
Corvette
no.
guy 420 drops a fucking funny, and it's the anonymity that disgusts me.
Yeah.
Like fucking Tree Fort Mike and fucking Gang Rape Magoo and all these fucking assholes like fucking dog shit in the vagina and like all these people like, you fucking suck. And I'm like, well, that's nice. You have an entire Wikipedia page and a career to go on, and all I can say back to you is, nice profile pic, asshole. Like,
Yeah.
it's fucking ridiculous. You're arguing with fucking fate. You're ghosts. It's like the fucking Viet Cong. They're fucking fighting ghosts out there, man. Okay, lunch lady 4-5. Like what? Like you fucking and you
Lady trucker.
You fucking argue with these people.
I fight with them.
And
Do you
I
really?
wanted
Why?
to. I want to create. I've already patented this.
No, don't say it.
Oh, you're right, because someone will steal it.
No, we actually got a business fucking thing.
Who does?
Me and Jay.
Just forget
you
it.
don't
You
get a
fuck.
piece. Sorry.
Oh.
Me and Jay.
How many people do you block?
He hit. Don't say shit.
I'm not fucking talking about the other thing.
Don't say the other thing either.
I'm not.
'Cause the other thing should be a
different.
surprise.
How many people do you block?
A couple a day.
A couple a day.
Why?
I've blocked a
Because
total
what-
of 10 people so far.
What
Why?
I'm saying is, you shouldn't
That's
have
it.
to. When you go to your Twitter account, which you joined for two reasons. You joined Twitter to have some fucking laughs, and
Mainly
to sell
to promote.
tickets.
To promote.
Right.
Yeah.
So but to have some laughs, like I'm gonna type something, and I'm playing golf. This people that are Rich Voss fans
Yeah.
can go, oh, I live here. This is where I play golf too. This is
Yeah.
kind of interesting to me. And then they just tweet back, "You're a mushmouth faggot." And you're like, then what the fuck? Like, why? What is the fucking? It's babble. It's a tower of fucking babble.
I agree with you. I agree with you. But for promoting purposes, I'm not just going to get on there and go.
You're gonna tell me Twitter fucking works?
No.
That's why Ashton Kutcher movies open to fucking $5 million a weekend. The guy has 7 million fucking followers. If half of his followers saw his movies, he'd be fucking bigger than Tom Cruise in China.
Well, okay. Here's
Is he
the
big in
thing.
China?
I'm not.
Tom's
I
big in
believe so,
China.
yeah. I believe-
Why
You don't believe in
'Cause there's a billion
promotions at all.
people.
You don't believe in promotions
I believe
at
when
all.
I hit that fucking town, I hit the radio stations where
Yeah.
the comedy club knows what radio stations go to their demographic. I give them everything I got. I fucking put on a big show, and then I go back. And then you do the show. You shake people's hands once in a while.
That's what I don't. I don't shake hands.
I like when they. I like when they get on the.
There was
like,
a flinch that just
people started getting shitty on Twitter, going like, "Yeah, thanks for not doing a fucking meet and greet." I'm like, "Yeah, remember I did an hour and a half and a standing ovation? I thought that's where our relationship ended. I didn't know I had to fucking go in the lobby and fucking work the crowd like a goddamn caucus." Say caucus.
Caucus. See, no problem there,
No,
baby.
it was a good one.
That's why you said it.
But you, of all people, Rich,
Yeah.
I can imagine you must just be fucking beyond frustrated when you go to your mentions page on Twitter.
Oh, sometimes, yeah, but here's the problem.
Sometimes?
Yeah, because these
Go
guys
to it
think,
right now,
No, I know
and I
these guys
guarantee
think-
you,
you're
you're
right,
a fucking
they think-
piece of shit tenfold right
they
now.
think that they think that they are Opie and Anthony and Patrice and Norton. They think that they don't know the difference between radio and real life. They don't get it. They don't
Go
get
to your mention page right now.
Leave them alone.
No, I'm trying to get him off Twitter.
I'm looking at my app mentions. How old is he? That shirt is for 20-year-olds. Nice rugby shirt. Isn't he late for homeroom?
These are on yours?
Oh.
Oh, because you tweeted the picture of him with the headphones.
Hey,
right?
Jim Norton, are you sure that Voss doesn't have partial Down syndrome?
See, that's why you go to Twitter.
And the replay, you got to bleep out that guy. That guy's
Yeah, we will.
last name.
We will. You fucked it up, Jay Morse.
I did. All right, I'm going to go to my Twitter account, which I haven't tweeted.
Danny tried to save you, by the way.
We did. We
Let it be known.
We got it.
What?
He's getting what?
Oh, we did get it. Yeah, it's all good.
You know what? I did that Watch What Happens Live, that show, that Andy Cohen show.
Yeah.
All my fucking tweets were positive. Fucking gay people telling me I'm fabulous.
Half slices.
Where was this?
The half slice crew. It's a housewife thing on Bravo.
What did you say, Rich?
I said, where was this?
It was down on
Oh, you
Hudson
want to
Street.
do the show?
What is it?
Who's booking that show?
What is it? I don't see that.
It's a hot new thing.
It's everyone's doing it.
What is it?
Forget it.
I'm surprised they haven't called you.
All right.
They should have called you by now.
You know what's amazing? When you quit Twitter,
His
and like
eyes look lazy.
I'm tired. I slept 3.5 hours.
Oh, my love.
3.5 hours.
a month goes by not being on Twitter, and you get like, I look at my phone, there's like 150 mentions. I'm like, I'm not there.
But you are.
You're there by being.
No, I pull it down. I just did it now for emphasis. I'll pull it down. I'll hit Twitter, and then I just go back, and then I just do
When are you
that.
going to get an iPhone?
I got to get one because this phone is a fucking bag of dog shit.
Yeah, I
What
know.
is it? My Touch. Can you text? It's all to My Touch. Let's see some touching. Why don't you let Jimmy just touch your leg? Just let him rub it for 10 seconds.
Ridiculous.
Why don't you let him rub your leg for 10 seconds like this on Opie's flip phone?
Stop with the gum.
But,
I'm not
why are
gonna
you
have
taking
this
another
pleasure.
piece out?
I'm getting ready for...
We'll just stop now with them.
Yeah.
Start with the two of yous.
You called those Nicorettes? Did you eat them?
I got no choice. Rich, what's your favorite movie of all time?
Days of Wine and Roses.
Jesus.
Or what? That's a great answer.
It's a good answer.
What do you mean?
He just thinks it makes it sound smart
No,
and
it
like he
doesn't.
likes
I
all
like
the
the
Hold
fucking
on.
movie.
Here's the million-dollar question. Who's in it?
Jack Lemmon and Lee Remick.
All right.
All right, so you
Jack
saw the
Club.
movie.
Do you listen to music when you ride around or talk radio?
Talk radio.
What do you?
Why? I listen to Hannity.
Talk radio stinks. I used to listen a lot too.
You're doing it, you fucking idiot.
talk radio.
Now this is
Fucking
comedy
moron.
is different than fucking
No, it
political
isn't. You
talk.
call this comedy? This is fucking dead talk radio.
Political talk
No.
is fucking
wait.
horrendous.
But when you listen to music, what do you listen to, Rich?
I listen to old music. What I like.
Write down
Like
your
what?
top 5 Rolling Stones.
Exile on Main Street, 39 years ago today.
My
Thank you.
favorite.
Rich, go ahead. What do you listen to when you're not doing the talk
I got
radio thing?
some of my greatest hits. I put them on CDs
What
and I
is
play
it?
in the car. Temptations, Cat Stevens.
Wait, CDs?
fucking-
What about your iPod? Oh, you don't have a connection?
What?
Do you have an iPod?
Yeah.
Temptation.
I've been happy. Rich, who's that person on TV? Who's that
It's
boy?
from American Idol.
No.
No, that's the guy from Bravo. From
What's his name?
From Project Runway.
Christian Soriano.
Okay.
You know why I know that?
Because you're a
I'm
fag.
Because I'm gay. He's a fag.
He's got his gaze. You need your
I'm
gaze.
working
Rich.
on my gays because they'll never fucking leave you. And when you're old and you're a has-been like Rich, that's when they like you the most.
That is true.
I did myself.
All right,
Rich,
Margaret
what-
Show Eyes.
What Temptations song? Jesus.
Because I got fat, puffy eyes.
I think he's saying they're too close together.
They're not bad. I mean, from this distance.
You better get your head and your ass wired together, or I will take a giant shit on you.
Shucky ducky quack quack.
I am interested to know about my eyes. Because if there is something, I'd like to know about it. Because I'll go get fucking surgery and fix it because of you. Oh, right.
Thank you, sweetie. I'm so hungry.
I've
from
never
nauseous.
in my life been told my eyes are too close together.
Until
Especially
today?
not from a fucking midget.
Rich, your eyes are kind of close. Too.
Yeah, way too close.
My eyes aren't close.
They're a little close. or your head's just too small.
You said that
got
like
a
somebody
tiny
was
head.
doing a voice for their own dog. My eyes aren't close. Look how cute she is, the little Yorkie. My eyes aren't close. I want to go for a walk. Your eyes are closed. My eyes aren't closed. My eyes are, I have Margaret Cho eyes, like I'm an
No,
Asian.
you look good.
No, I really want to know.
Yeah, he
What am
wants
I-
to try to fix it. What's your favorite Temptations song?
My favorite?
Jim just shaking
you're
his
my
head.
You're my everything. That's a fucking
Is
great.
that a bad choice, Jimmy?
Another song. Can we hear a little bit of it?
Can we hear? No.
It's a good. What? Oh, okay, because I don't like fucking horrible heavy metal. I
Margaret
like.
Show Eyes.
I have very, very, very.
Why is
tasty
heavy
music.
metal horrible?
No.
That's stupid to
No,
say.
it isn't. He thinks his music is the best. What he loves is the best.
Well, that's what everyone thinks.
No, I don't. I don't think mine's the best. It's what
All
I
right,
like.
here we go. Here's your Temptations song. Oh, over here.
You got Margaret Show's act.
These guys.
Quiet, you old Negro. Listen to your music.
You surely must know magic, girl.
Sing it.
Sing it, Rich. Go with it. Go. Put your headphones on. Close your eyes. Let's do this.
Eddie Kendrick's up there.
Come on, Rich, let's hear it. I like it, man. Yeah, I'm digging it, Rich.
I'll tell you what.
All right.
Go ahead. Close your eyes. Feel it.
Boss can sing.
What do you think? I'm a fucking idiot? I know I can't sing.
I fucking think you're doing good.
Hold on, let me record it.
You got the words?
If I was one of those idiots in the back dancing, I'd kill myself. Just doing fucking tiny pirouettes your whole life.
Who farted?
No, I didn't fart. I swear to God, I had it.
Christ.
It was me, I tell you.
I didn't fart.
Kenny.
This fucking thing is falling apart. Who farted, really?
It was me.
Some background.
Hey, look, somebody in Utah bought a ticket to Voss, and I guarantee you, Voss, that's from fucking me talking about you.
That's right.
Because you got the fucking promotion skills of somebody that's not very good at promotion. See what I did there?
It's like talking to a cyclops.
My
You're going to have him so paranoid.
No, I don't give a fuck. Rich cracks me up every time.
All right, listen.
Rich will Rich will get the most bizarre shit, anything on your body. I remember once we were filming Last Comic Standing, and I was making fun of Rich, and then he goes, "Look how your feet are positioned when you stand, like fucking 3 o'clock." Like one foot was straight and the other one was out, and that's what he decided to fucking shit on him.
Go with.
But it was hysterical.
Let's go to the guy that bought a ticket to see Rich Voss in
The
Salt
guy.
Lake City.
It'd be funny if Ford goes up.
One guy, Wise Guys
off, you're on
Comedy
Opie and
Club,
Anthony.
Trolley Square, Salt Lake City this weekend, Friday and Saturday. Go ahead, Jason. We don't have to sell tickets. You sold this out, right? It's 80 tickets.
You're going to have a
Yeah, I
good
will.
show.
All right, let's go, Jason.
Lots of fun.
Jason.
Good morning, boys.
What's up?
Right.
Jay Moore, you're legendary. Yeah, we bought 4 tickets to Rich Voss this weekend.
Why?
Well, they were given to me as a gift, I guess.
You're going to have a good time.
Speaking of Trolley Square, Jimmy Norton, we want you in Utah.
This is about Rich Voss.
Hey, what's your name?
Jason.
Hey, how's this golf course, Wing Point?
Never heard of it.
Exactly.
It's by the airport? How far is
Rick,
it?
it's fucking Salt Lake City. A crack den is beautiful. It's the most ridiculously beautiful city. It's like it's Gattaca.
Well, why don't you focus on your career instead of how good the golf courses are?
Well, how would
And then you would
my
be-
career, how focused? I go, I say,
You gotta
I kill,
focus,
and I'm
but here's
done.
a guy
But
that
that's
just
the first
got 4
question.
He already bought 4 tickets. What the fuck?
All you
We
care
got
about is
him.
the golf course again.
Hey, why don't you bring another couple? Make it 6. That's what you
Yeah,
fucking
work
say.
this
You
shit.
got to build it.
Work
I'm
this
not
shit.
greedy. I'm not fucking. Listen, he's bringing 4.
Obviously,
Good enough
80
for me.
seats.
Leave it.
You're
leave
better
it.
than 80
have
seats.
you been there before,
It's
Jason?
100.
To the comedy
It doesn't
club?
matter.
You've
It
never
does
been there.
matter.
And what
I
made
haven't
you?
been to the Trolley. I haven't been to the Trolley Square one yet. We go to.
You go to the big one. You go to the big. You go to the adult room.
Yeah, they had one of your comics, Josh Blue, here last weekend. That was pretty cool. But,
It's so funny backstage
Josh
with him.
Blue's got
Yeah,
the
he's
big
a-
room.
He's a,
Rich should
he
have
got
the
the
big
West
room.
First of all, he
Valley Club.
offered me that. I took this one.
Well, why?
Wow,
What's
he's
wrong with
Oh,
you?
my
What's
God.
wrong with your
I-
self-esteem?
Because I'm trying to make. I'll tell you later.
No, I mean for real. Keith Stubbs said to you, "I want to bring you to the."
Well, he said first of all, he said
the West. What is it? The
first-
Valley. What's it
well,
called,
here's
Jason?
the thing.
Hold on. The West Valley. It's called.
Yeah.
The big
Yeah,
room.
there's the West Valley Club. I think.
Yeah, and that's a nice little club.
Because here's the thing, I've never been to that area, so
Could
I
be in
don't
the
know how
West
my
Valley
draw would be, and I don't. I'd rather go to a room that'll be full than a room that's not. If I don't draw there.
How big is the
I
other
know-
room?
Like 300.
300.
Shouldn't you?
So-
It's not even that big.
When you want to be in a valley instead of a square?
No, I'd rather be downtown doing a small room. I love doing fucking rooms like I fucking love it. I don't care.
That's historic
I
downtown.
like doing theaters too.
What about
but
the
I like.
Monet?
Are you a Mormon, Jason?
No.
You laugh at those people.
Love the
It's
Mormons.
their thing.
But no, it's cool here. And
Joe
I
Smith,
appreciate
right?
you guys not bagging on our state. That's cool.
We'll have.
Jimmy,
Holy shit.
what?
Nothing.
Sorry, Ope.
It's all good.
Hey,
Bro.
Jason, can you get 50 other people to go?
Hey, we're trying to promote it.
All right, dude.
We,
Thanks a lot, man. Get some people there.
But that golf course part of that's flat.
Oh my God! What a horrible loogie.
God damn it, Rich.
Punching out, boys. We'll see you Friday, boss.
See you later.
Jimmy's
See you
got a
later.
fucking mouthful of snot.
How are you gonna?
Yogurt and blueberries, and Boss just fucking jizzes all over his spoon.
How are you gonna sell tickets with the old man hack and then the fucking spit up?
Oh man, hack, that should be a stage name.
Old man
Rich Voss, parentheses, old man hack.
Holy shit! It gets better. We go to Idaho. Josh, it gets better. Josh.
The last time I saw a mouth like that, I had to hook it.
Nice. Josh, go ahead.
Hey, did Rich just ask how a airport golf course was?
No, you fucking idiot. I said it's by the airport. And you know what? No, well, stop. You fucking feed into these fucking idiots. I said it's by the airport, and you know what? So is
I didn't even
Doral,
think
you
that's
fucking
funny. I just
moron.
wanted to laugh more to pile on.
Oh.
That's ridiculous.
He did ask that too.
Aside from all the airline accidents that are going on, that 747's taking off over your head. It's on a flat plane. Forget it. It's garbage.
You fucking idiot. Doral is right next to the airport.
not.
Yes, it
Oh,
is.
so
It's right next to the
planes are in the distance. They don't
No, they're
affect
not.
your
They
putting.
fly right over fucking Doral. I played there a million times. I just played there.
I play with you. We know that. We've
You
told
played
the
one
stories.
time, you got hurt, and you quit.
I
Okay.
broke my hand in a sand trap.
Fucking homo. Who breaks their hand?
They took the sand out to get it ready for the real golfers. Remember? Help me out here.
Rich, you named the one golf course in the entire world that's next to an airport that's decent. Wing Point sucks.
It does. Are you from Utah?
Yeah, I'm from Boise, but I grew up in Utah. And by the way, I'm coming to your show.
Well-
but I'm not bringing anybody.
Because you're probably an O&A fan and have no friends. Okay? Well, that's no surprise.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to object.
Okay, all right.
Hey, listen to me, stupid. What's a good course, then?
Thanksgiving Point. It's where they play a PGA event there every year. It's a great course.
Someone told me to play that course, but that's like a half an hour from downtown, isn't it?
Yeah, it's about a half hour, but it's a great course. Salt Lake is so full of great courses, and you're playing Wing Point. That's just,
Well, someone said that Wing Point was like the top 5 best courses in Utah. Is that not true?
Utah.
no, it's
Utah.
It's bottom 5. It's not good.
Okay, so I'm not going to play it. I didn't know. I only go by the information of what people tell me. I've never been.
Airport course.
So is Doral.
Yeah, the one other.
I'm not even
airport
looking.
course in the
Watch.
world.
What?
I'm not even looking.
Well, no shit.
Perfect. All right,
What?
Josh, thank you. Airport
the
golf.
magic
So, yeah, Thanksgiving Point it's called?
Right.
I said thanks already to him. That means he's
All
gone.
right, fuck him.
We have another guy that bought it.
Now, someone just tweeted, "Hey, Margaret Cho, Jay Moore is worried he has Margaret Cho eyes." Now, I'm going to catch fucking shit from Margaret Cho people. I didn't say fucking shit about Margaret Cho
I use
eyes.
her in my act.
How?
I
As
say,
a puppet?
I say Bonnie's ass is so flat. When I fuck her from behind, I feel like I'm fucking Margaret Cho's face. Why would
my
you go
line.
on? It's not your line. I've been doing. This fucking guy. I did a line in Montreal, and he goes to Slane. That's a great line you do. It's my fucking line.
What one?
The one about I like having sex with my wife when it's her time of the month, just this way I can pretend I'm killing her.
Who said that? What did I say about that line? That was a good line?
Yeah, you said something like to Bobby Slayton, or you tweeted Bobby Slayton had a great line.
And Bobby's using your line?
Wait a minute.
No,
Hold on,
he
hold
messed
on.
it up.
I missed it. Oh.
You just
So
messed up.
I gave Bobby Slayton credit for one of your lines.
Yeah, by accident. It wasn't on purpose.
Let me tell you something, kid. Bobby Slayton's an interesting guy that he thinks this structure of success should be directly related to how long you've been in the business.
Rich just had it. What was that?
He just threw 2 bananas down and didn't break either one.
You're kidding me? They're totally normal.
You just picked up Jimmy's
apart.
breakfast banana. Let me have one now.
I'm not eating them anyway.
Why would you take the one out of the garbage when there's one on the counter?
Yeah.
I'm eating it now.
No.
I'm going to eat it now.
Exactly.
Oh, the banana sucks as soon as you bruise them like that. Though.
Slayton, look, that's Buzz's comment.
Yeah,
He's gonna
when
say
you
the same thing. Fuck.
Yeah, it looks like your penis.
It was brown.
You like it brown? Okay.
It's my spit cup.
Oh my God! Come here, here's Loogie for the first time.
Yeah.
Were we loogieing? All right, hit it.
Hey, we're trying to promote it.
All right, dude. Thanks a lot, man. Get some people there.
But that golf course player.
How do you expect people to come to your show?
I want to buy tickets just so I can cancel them.
What a fucking great idea!
Don't do no.
Yeah.
Don't fuck with his livelihood.
That's incredible.
What
are you doing with
we
your
never
purse?
fuck with his livelihood in the end. Poor guy.
Oh God, Rich!
Poor
Why
guy.
do you have such like fuck those horrible things in your throat?
Yeah, what's going on, Rich?
That's your answer? Oh boy, I tell you.
Yeah, it's a rough week.
Hey, Wang! Don't tell him you're Jewish, okay? All
Vinny
right.
Boom Butts.
Right. Okay. All right.
Time flies by today.
We can wrap up.
It flew by
that's
quick.
Who wants to start this? Rich, Salt Lake City.
That's nothing.
You could go further with the banana.
It really is like being stoned.
Yeah, it's somewhere we did pot. I think.
Yesterday, I really lost my shit when Ronnie was doing fucking half slices.
I know.
Like I really
Save
had
the Paul Reiser thing.
I had a problem.
Fucking, I gave you credit for that on that video.
Well, how long was
Now I
Paul
feel
in here?
bad.
Paul was in here
Way too long.
Yeah, it was really
Half
weird.
hour.
And you
He
think
just kept saying over and over. I don't want to work. I
guess-
don't want to write.
I guess we were supposed to be starstruck or something.
How much?
We
He's
could
got to
give
be
a
worth
shit.
fucking so
You
much
can't even
money.
count that high.
Yeah.
Is he really worth?
You can't.
Yeah. Is he really worth a lot?
His,
Yeah, he
it
gets
shows
back
in
in.
syndication. Right?
100 mil?
No, but up that area.
Wow.
I mean, it went what 8 years?
7 or maybe 8 a.m.
And how come?
He co-created it, I think, with Danny Jacobson. So, I mean, that's like literally you go to the guy that created Married with Children.
Right.
Went to his mailbox and there was a check for $100 million.
No.
Yeah, like I'm not. That's exactly correct.
One check?
Like here's your fucking
Here's
like
your
when
cut.
when it all like fucking,
Came in.
when it all just steamrolled and like it just keeps going and then it gets to Japan and then when people there's some I forget what it's called, like it's a format fee, like we want to do a show like that but we're going to call it something else with Japanese people, so they
you
got to
pay for that.
Yeah.
See, that's why you can't go on road with the comics of O&A.
Exactly.
Well, you know what Seinfeld gets every year? It goes into. They renew him a lot.
Well, how much?
A lot.
You like Seinfeld for real?
Huh?
I thought he got a real easy fucking pass on that conversation yesterday.
Really? Yeah, I mean, I think he's a good comic.
Like Louis was going, it's great. He goes on stage, does the exact hour. It's incredible. And I'm like, that's fucking horrible.
No, he's switched though. He said he does like probably 20. I'm gonna guess he probably phased in at 20 new minutes a year or whatever.
I like that you guys come up with new shit. I don't understand
Yeah,
being a
you got
comic
to.
and doing the same fucking. When these guys roll into Caroline's when I was going there a lot, I'm like, why are you doing the exact same fucking
No
hour
offense,
I heard
Rich.
last year?
But he'll burn material.
But why?
Like Seinfeld will burn material on TV. Like a lot of guys, like Rodney's act was the same. A lot of guys had that school of thought, but they burn material on television.
But
the new material they just do on TV, and then it's done. You can't do it again.
But I get someone. I get someone like Rodney doing the same set, absolutely. But you guys mixing it up, of course. I mean,
I want to do a special just to be done with the material.
yeah, I know you guys all do that. A lot of you guys do that.
But I haven't done one since Comedy Central.
And
like
then you could
15
just
years ago.
leave that behind, and then you start fresh. I like when you guys do that.
Yeah, I would like to
You're
do
not
that.
doing anything. Why don't you do an hour? How come you're not doing an hour?
Nobody really feels like me being on the show doing an hour.
That'll
HBO and Comedy Central said no thanks.
To you?
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
And then Showtime said, we'll
There
do it
is
for fucking
justice
40.
in this world.
You're a fucking douchebag.
What about Showtime?
You really
What-
are a
no,
douchebag.
you know I'm only kidding. Why
I know.
don't you fucking do an
Yeah,
hour?
why not?
each?
I'm
I mean,
sorry,
do
I'm
it
sorry.
yourself. But why don't you do it yourself? You go out and shoot it yourself. And then
Rich,
sell
don't,
it.
I like when Rich comes to you like with these fucking big cackamamie business ideas that you've never thought of before. Wait, so how does this work? I'll film myself at a theater in Memphis, and then I'll bring that to the networks and tell them, like, you should put this on. Is that what you're saying?
You do your own acquisition.
What?
Really?
You're on what?
You're not, you're not fucking with me.
No, what?
So I would film it myself.
Yes.
Like, I would hire a crew. Like, go in my
Yes.
pocket. Like,
it costs you
six-
whatever, 50, 60, 100 grand. You
What?
do
No,
it.
what? What the fuck are you filming?
That's what they fucking
a fucking
call-
music
that's what
video
they're
in
paying.
a fucking Navy
That's
hangar?
what they're paying. What do you think? What do you-
If I return back time.
when we shot Comics Anonymous, it was almost 80 grand to shoot that.
You could probably shoot your act all in with sound and mic and everything with the crowd. $6 grand for 3 cameras.
Are you out of, and edit and do it not do it TV quality? For
Yeah, but if you're gonna
$6 grand, what do you think ours cost? That last one we did was about 80, 90 grand.
And where do
one
you
you
fucking
did?
think that money goes?
If it was value of
The
what
fucking producers.
To the people that were shooting and
the
everything.
people knew.
What I'm saying, I know what you're saying. You could get a
So
crew.
you explain this to me. I would pay for it myself.
Yes, and
Is
do
he
an hour.
serious?
Yes, you can do that, and you could bring it and sell it.
You know this is cruel, right?
Are you fucking
Who would
serious?
I sell it to?
This is cruel, you know.
I would
What's
sell
cruel?
it to I would sell it to Comedy Central.
Or Showtime? Or
No,
fucking
you can't
HBO?
do that.
Why can't? What do you mean when
This
they
is
do?
really cruel.
can't-
I'm saying this.
Oh, why? Because you already thought of this and talked about it.
What's fucking business 101?
Dude, they
I
all
know.
know this.
You get the paper
Why are you
out
playing
and
into
you
this?
throw the papers up onto where
But
the
here's
front
what you
door
don't-
is.
here's what you don't get,
That way
dummy.
they don't have to go to the store to buy a newspaper.
No, but here's what you don't get. You're saying they said no to you already, but if you go in there with a finished product that's good.
This is really cruel. Red, shut up.
Oh, you already shot it and they said no to.
No,
He
it's like,
knows
that's
all
what
this.
that's the fucking that's what business acumen. That's what you do.
Everyone knows this.
Then why don't you do it?
I'll forget it.
Well, hold on. Then why don't you do it? You got the money. You got the money.
I love this. Sorry.
You got the money.
I'm planning on doing
You got the
All right, then
mullah.
what's the big fucking deal?
The big deal is, I just wanted to lead you down that fucking path of like, let me explain to you how showbiz
Right.
works.
No, I know you knew it. I'm not a fucking.
No,
dummy.
you didn't know.
I did
No.
know.
You didn't really know, Rich.
I did know.
That's
You
why I
did
said
say
it
Rich,
was
you
cruel.
didn't know because Jimmy goes, "Are you serious?" And you go, "Yeah."
You didn't know.
I did know.
Why are you so filled with fucking snot?
Yeah.
Seeing what I can get
If
out.
Anthony was here, he'd be fucking.
That's why
violent.
That little head, like where brains should be, is just a mucus fucking membranes.
Oh, rim.
Damn.
Rimmed out.
Fucking UNLV versus
Listen, let's
Ohio
get the fuck
State.
out of here for real. Jay Moores is going to be at Gotham Comedy Club, tomorrow and tonight, or tonight, tomorrow.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Tonight and tomorrow.
All right.
And Rich here will be
Rich
in.
is doing, hold on.
He'll be
You
in,
doing Gotham?
No, I'll do it tomorrow night.
Will you do it? All right. Maybe you work something out with.
You think I'll get
Jay
more
Moore.
people if they think Rich is going to be there?
Oh,
Why
definitely.
not?
Then let's do
Definitely.
it.
Wow, let's do this then.
Special guests.
More importantly, Jay Moore's at the Borgata this weekend. You should be promoting
Saturday.
that.
Saturday at the Borgata.
That's gonna
Fill
be a
this
great
fucking
show.
place. Come on. Where are the
Who's
pests?
opening? Who's opening for you there at the Borgata?
I think it's Matt Reese, maybe.
He's a funny guy, man.
If he's not available, you want to do it?
I'll be in Salt Lake.
Blow
Oh,
off
that's
that gig.
I'll Skype
Do the
it in.
Borgata.
You'll Skype it in.
That's pretty good.
I like that.
You would do that.
I would do that. With him, I would.
All right, Voss, listen. Wise Guys Comedy Club, Charlie
Yeah, I'm
Square,
taking
Salt
it.
Lake
I'm taking
City, Utah, this Friday and Saturday, okay?
Yeah.
WiseGuysComedy.com. And then Jimmy's got some things.
Despicable's on sale now, and Antisocial Comedy Tour. You can go to antisocialcomedy.com. We have dates available on sale for May in D.C., opening night at the Chicago Festival, and Vegas, July 3rd, is on sale.
Despicable the movie? Despicable Me?
No, just Despicable.
Where are you going to be
CD.
open?
I'm going to be just wandering around.
Going back to bed?
Tonight?
Right
Today?
now.
No. Let's go do something.
I'm going back to bed.
You tired?
Did they
Yeah.
put you up?
Huh? Who's they?
Yeah.
Who's they?
We're done.
You shit your pants, stupid.
He shit his pants.
Look, that's why he's got to go. When you got to get that bag back to Godfrey.
Let's get out of here. I'll leave you with this. I don't know. I think we're done until Ant gets back on Monday. I think we're going to shut her down. But I'm going to wander around, maybe do a little line Fez later this week or something. All right, guys. We leave you with the one question thing that Sam does, and we'll see you soon.
The Opie and Anthony Show presents Primetime Sam Roberts and one question with a guest we couldn't get. Star of Showgirls and Saved by the Bell, actress and author, Elizabeth Berkley.
Primetime Sam Roberts here with Elizabeth Berkley. Elizabeth, do you have an iPod? Yes, I do.
Thank you so much for your time.
That's really all you needed to know?
Yes.
This has been Primetime Sam Roberts and one question with a guest we couldn't get on the Opie and Anthony Show. The Opie and Anthony Show. Opie and Anthony on the virus. Sirius XM.